from the previous month.
And on Wall Street this hour, stocks are in positive territory. The NASDAQ, in fact, is up almost 1.5% on the day. 76 degrees in Atlanta. Clouds rolling in tonight with isolated showers tomorrow. Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up. This is all new at 3 o'clock with a growing number of data centers. Douglas County now considering using treated wastewater to supply cooling towers.
It's something the county is already doing at one of their data centers. Gil Scharouse, executive director of the county's water authority, says using the treated wastewater helps conserve the resource.
Not that we don't have the capacity today to serve them, but it chews up capacity that we have planned for other uses, business growth, population growth, those kind of things.
The water authority is hoping to iron out an agreement to use treated wastewater from a facility in Cobb County. It's estimated that some large data centers can require millions of gallons of water every day to stay cool. Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
A Walton County man accused of killing his ex-girlfriend is now under arrest. The Newton County Sheriff's Office found the body of 54-year-old Colette Cease in a lake in Covington earlier this month. At the time, they determined her cause of death was a homicide. Now her ex-boyfriend, 53-year-old Travis Abbott, is under arrest at a home in Loganville. He faces charges of murder and concealing a death. A man wanted for murdering a pregnant woman in Philadelphia 4 years ago is arrested here in Atlanta. Justin Smith is accused of killing Deanna Bryce, who was 21 at the time of her murder in March of 2021. After an attempted traffic stop earlier this week, Smith led Atlanta police on a chase before he was taken into custody and identified as a murder suspect. Smith will be taken back to Philadelphia to be prosecuted. The Atlanta Dream will open their home schedule this season against Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. Because of the expected high demand for tickets, the game will be played at State Farm Arena. The Dream normally play home games at Gateway Center Arena. This offseason, the Dream added 10-time All-Star Brittany Griner to their roster. The home opener against the Indiana Fever now scheduled for May 22nd. It is 3:03. The Von Hessler Doctrine begins in less than 2 minutes. Right now, live team coverage of traffic and weather in the 24-hour traffic center. It's Alex Williams.
Hasn't been a fun start to the afternoon through East Atlanta, Bill, and I believe it's all due to this water main break. It's on Hill Street, the DOT tells me, right at I-20. Hill Street's a bridge that runs over I-20, but needless to say, I do see some water across the roadway, and it really has slowed down the I-20 westbound ride back before Moreland Avenue heading into downtown, although all lanes are open. And that's just going to make 75, 85, both north and southbound, slow as well, even though they already are getting to I-20. 285 westbound, the outer loop on the north side, it's already stacked in from Chamblee-Dunwoody Road, passing Roswell Road and Sandy Springs. And a crash in the cab, I-20 eastbound, out around Panola Road, exit 71 has cleared. Just the afternoon volume picking up there as you leave I-285. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Upward. Sunny skies today and very warm. High 77. That's about 10 degrees above average for this afternoon. Lows tonight in the low 50s. Mostly cloudy for tomorrow with an isolated rain shower possible. High 72. Friday, mostly cloudy and breezy. High 75.
Right now, 73 in Canton. It's 76 in Stockbridge, 77 in Johns Creek. More news at 3:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
These people just make noise and basically waste our time.
Dear members of the media and the public, I welcome you.
Live from the heart of Atlanta, Georgia, and beyond, Hour 1 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now. I am your lovable, huggable radio chat host, Eric Von Hessler. The other voices you hear are the Doctrinaires. Man of 1,000 voices, Tim Andrews. Lady of 184.7 characters, Autumn Fisher. The man behind the glass, George Clark. And the handsomest producer in all of producery, Jared Yamamoto.
A round of applause for Autumn Fisher today. It's National Working Moms Day.
Yay! Wow, I'm a working mom.
That's you. That's a round of applause is for you for not only being a woman who's a mom who works, but being a working mom. And this is your day, Autumn Fisher. And
work.
Oh,
Mommy likes to work.
Our little blurb from
She can bring home the bacon, fry it up in the pan.
Fry it up in the pan.
And never let you forget that you're a man.
I love that song.
Me too. Although it wasn't really a song, was it? I remember it from a commercial. I don't know.
Our CBS blurb says, celebrating all of the mothers out there who juggle raising their kids,
Yeah.
building their careers,
Yeah.
and managing the household, all
Yeah.
while trying to finish 2 loads of laundry and bake 3 dozen
get
cookies
outta
at the
here
same
with
You
that.
know,
time.
wait, that is actually true.
The man.
Especially if you don't have a husband.
I do
then
laundry.
I am like,
You don't have a
juggling
laundry service?
Wait, hold on a
No,
second.
I don't have that.
You're a working mom and you don't have a husband?
Yeah. Oh, man.
We shall shun her.
Because I'm a woman. W-O-M-A-N.
No wonder we haven't had rain in over a month.
Hey,
With this in our village.
she's a witch.
If she floats, she's a witch.
That's right. If she drowns, then she wasn't.
She
a witch.
wasn't.
Our
By the
bad.
way, when they did that, did they feel bad afterward? Hey, she drowned.
No, she was.
Don't they all
she went
drown?
to heaven. She was good.
Yeah, they were like, oh, you know what? Then she's exactly.
None
she's
of
in
them
heaven.
floated.
Of course they didn't.
After a while, it's like, hey, proof of concept here. You think one of these should have floated by now? We just keep striking out with these witches.
Yeah, just keep. Especially like the guy that's sleeping around, right
Yeah.
around town, and then he's gonna get busted. Like she's a witch.
Yeah, you gotta take
Burn
her. Yeah. You know what? Don't believe a word that comes out of those witchy lips. She is a witch, and if she tells you that she's having sex with me, well, that's just the witch talking.
That's
Don't
right.
you believe for a moment she went and told my wife that I've been paying her off to have sex with me in a farmhouse at the edge of the village. Well, those are witch lips.
Vile temptress.
By the way, that's the name of our show already.
Witch lips.
Witch lips.
Hey, we already have the name. That means we don't have to do the rest of the show.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. When the host comes up with a name during the first segment, that means our work here is done.
All right, George, just play this on repeat.
Just elevator
Don't.
music.
Disrupt the genie or whatever.
Oh,
Disrupt.
Jeez, it's only been how many years? Guess who's not listening at the end of the show?
Oh, she's out.
That one.
Out.
As John
Fist fight
McCain
with the
once said,
genies.
that one.
That one right there.
That one. She's the one. She's checked out. She doesn't know what I say at the end. You know what I found? That Autumn doesn't even like the show. That's what I found out.
What?
That's true.
She just doesn't. All she does, she goes online and she complains about the show and tries to get us canceled every day.
She
Yeah,
sends
I take little
clip.
clips. Yeah.
Well, that's the
I
only
say,
thing. is-
listen to what this southern white man has to say about
Yeah.
politics.
And then I get angry about it. But then what happens is I start looking at it, and I start agreeing with it. I'm like, yeah, that show should be canceled. That guy's kind of a piece of garbage. Should be off the air immediately. But not immediately. Not immediately. Because if it happened right at this moment, then we wouldn't learn our word of the day. Word of the day.
Iniquitous.
Whoa!
Iniquitous.
You iniquitous little SOB. What? What's your language?
What?
Prick.
You can't say that.
Ouch.
You could say that.
Boy,
could
you had a pin in
say
your
if
hand.
If you pin your hand with that,
I pricked my finger. Yes.
As George Carlin once said, you can prick your finger, but don't
Yeah,
finger your.
there you go. That's how it
Uh-huh.
works. But I didn't think you were taking it. I think he should be canceled.
Yeah.
George, can you start one of those
Oh, I-
online?
Yes. I've already started the emailing chain.
You think
Yeah,
a
yeah.
gambling company would accept such a foul-mouthed person as you?
Yeah. What is that? What is that like? Yeah. What is that? The online petition people. Let's get
Change.org.
Yeah, change.org. Let's get Jared Yamamoto needs to be taken off the air at WSB.
We'll wash that mouth out with soap.
That's
over
right.
there.
With the P word, not the one you're thinking of first. The other one. The other one. The other P word is.
I appreciate that.
These millennials think they can say anything.
It isn't really. They're the most misogynistic, non-progressive bunch of kids I've ever seen
Yep.
in my life. If you can call them kids anymore.
I don't think
Some
you
of them
can.
are 40.
I don't
know.
think you can.
Yeah, some of them are 40 and gross.
Yeah.
These millennials. Hey, how's your beard doing now, millennial? How's that beard? How you like styling that beard as it's turning white?
I don't
millennial.
I don't see as much.
Hey, you still writing with your typewriter? You.
I don't see any more beard oil in the store anymore.
I don't
I'll bet you it's fallen. Once they start seeing the white, they'll start shaving it off, just like every other generation.
I think beard oil is still there. It's just the tweeness of it is
Yes.
gone.
Yes.
I just use ham.
Well, of course you do. You're just
Rub a
practical.
ham.
You're
Yeah.
just practical like
Yeah.
that. It's like
Big old hunk
Honey,
of
don't
ham.
throw away that bacon grease.
Oh, that works good too.
The dogs love you.
Iniquitous.
Iniquitous.
Iniquitous. That's what we're talking about.
Okay, so ubiquitous.
Yeah. That's a word too.
That's a
along
word
with
that
this
sounds like
word,
that word.
iniquitous.
So
They both have quitus in it.
yeah,
I can't quit
which,
it.
I
which
can't
is
quit
a Harry
us.
Potter game.
I can't quit us. Not with you. You're so beautiful. I can't quit us.
Yeah.
I never can. It is an adjective, and it is spelled INIQUITOUS. And it just means grossly unfair and morally wrong.
Iniquitous.
So, Autumn, I'm sure many people have said this behind her back about her.
Iniquitous.
I think they probably wanted to,
Yeah.
but they just didn't have a word like that. They didn't know that that's a word.
Yeah, they were just saying something stupid like, you know what? She's grossly unfair and morally wrong. When they just could have said,
Iniquitous.
It's so much easier.
yes, it is. We're teaching people.
Saving time.
Saving time. Teaching
For these
people.
women out there, these moms.
Mm-hmm.
Working moms.
Yeah, they're working hard.
Oh, yeah, let's not forget. It's working. This show is for the working moms out there. You moms who work while you're momming. You never stop momming, and yet you work. You're working moms. And today is, what, International Working Moms Day?
Not international, just national. The
Oh,
rest of the
what's going on with the rest of the world? You know what, Trump? You're right. Wait, well, in Western Europe, they're not celebrating the working mom. To hell with them, is what I say.
They don't like the working mom out there in Europe. I know the Prime Minister of Ireland likes him, but
Oh, yeah.
I mean, because he's here, so I got to say that. But we love the moms here, the working moms. Marjorie Taylor, the lady from Georgia. She's
Yeah.
great.
That's
Marjorie
right.
Taylor Greene. All the others.
I love you, Donald.
And by the way, her boyfriend, the reporter, every day, you could tell this guy, all he's doing,
Always kissing up.
always just trying to make Trump happy or laugh or whatever. So I don't know. What's his name? Brian something or other?
It is Brian. I don't
Brian
remember the last
something
name.
or other.
Brian, hot pants.
Enjoy your time in the spotlight. I know one thing you're not. A reporter. But join everybody at CNN with the same thing. So you're there to impress Trump every day. That's what you're. What did he ask about today? He asked about.
He asked the Prime Minister, I think that's who it was. It was somebody from Ireland, so I'm assuming it was the Prime Minister. He
yeah,
said,
they're not going to send some second rate.
No, he
I
says.
thought they were coming after me still for my
Irish.
trip.
Yeah. Look, they allowed Jared to come back. I thought he would stay. That reporter guy asked the Prime Minister, the Irish are such fun-loving, happy people. Why would you let Rosie O'Donnell move there?
Yeah, and that's a story. So Rosie O'Donnell,
She's defected.
Self-deported.
she's self-deported.
Rude.
Which, by the way, I love when these celebrities self-deport. And now it's so much better over here. Yeah, if you have your money, Rosie, the anti-Trump family with 2 kids, a dog, and they live in an apartment in the middle of the city, they probably can't make that decision. It's so arrogant.
Yep.
It's so arrogant. And what she says she's going to protect one of her adopted kids is non-binary, so
Yeah.
she's going to protect. What about the one who gets busted every other week? What about that one? The one that ends up in the news, being busted for this, that, and the other.
What do you know?
Maybe she's really trying to get away from that kid. Take the other kid to Ireland.
Blame it on Trump.
Yeah, blame it on
Do
Trump.
you know her? I mean, maybe you're better off not knowing.
Yeah,
And
that was
also,
I think that was the answer, right?
Yeah.
So Trump turned to the Irish guy and said,
Well, do you know who that is? Do you know? Maybe you're better off not knowing. He didn't look like he was that impressed with that, though. Like maybe
Right.
afterwards, he goes, "Yeah, Brian, don't you tell me?
"Yeah, why don't you put it back a little bit?"
Didn't you hear my sock thing?"
Yeah, we have that moment where he was distracted by J.D. Vance's socks. J.D. Vance, if he wants, is he one of these people who's known for his socks? I'm getting this idea.
First I've ever heard of his
that
socks.
some people are known for their socks.
Quirky socks.
Quirky socks. He might be a
Well,
quirky
he's a-
sock guy.
Yeah, he's a millennial. Millennials have the quirky socks.
Is he a millennial?
Yes.
He's a little older than a
No,
millennial.
he's a
isn't he?
millennial. He is definitely
No.
a millennial.
Yeah, doesn't it suck? President younger than you?
First of all, he's not the president.
Well, vice president too.
Secondly, he definitely was not born in the. Are you saying he was born in the 80s?
I
J.D.
believe so.
Vance?
I'll look it up right
He's
now.
42, isn't he? Maybe a little
If
bit.
he's 42, then he's.
He's
That's
40.
He's not.
He's
You know
40.
what? No.
He's
40.
40.
Yeah, he's a millennial.
40.
So
40.
millennials are all about the socks. So that's why when he had that moment,
We're
and
letting
Trump brought it up.
children become vice
Can
president.
you believe that?
I'm like, this is a relatable moment.
Come on
here.
with
I'm
your
like,
bow
thank you,
ties.
JD.
Get out of here.
Your
I don't
bow
like
tie.
the bow ties. I don't. But the
No, but
socks,
I'm
I
saying
get.
it's like the same thing. It's just like something like a dude.
Yeah, no, I know.
Dudes don't have a ton to like peacock with, right?
That's
to,
right.
Like add a little flair.
Except remove the P, and
Well,
Well,
that's
even
one thing
then,
you can. I mean,
yeah, I keep my zipper down.
I've never disappointed in a parade.
Helicopter.
And here comes Eric Von Hassler with no pants. Everyone goes wild.
It's the pant.
This is what I came to see.
Just goofy socks and a bow tie.
That's right. He's got goofy socks and a bow tie and,
And a
nothing else,
beard.
ladies and gentlemen.
Some guys get the mustache, with like the wax at the end and the twirl.
Yeah, although now we're getting back into the millennials. That's
Which
But I'm just
JD
saying,
Vance
like,
is a
there's-
millennial.
No, but
Yes.
that's a millennial. I mean,
That's
that
what
was
I
from,
want.
Like the 1840s.
Wouldn't that be great, though, if we had a vice president have one of those big
Handlebar mustache?
1840s?
Yeah, the handlebar,
show
like
up?
Raleigh Fingers
Yeah,
had in
that
the
would
70s.
be
Yeah.
awesome.
They sit there and just stare Zelensky down.
Snidely whiplash.
Twiddling at your fingers, staring down Zelensky. Please stop looking at me like that.
He's
Tell your
falling right into
talking
my
do-
trap.
Tell your talking dog to get out of here.
That's a reference to a cartoon character I've never. But surface level humor. I was
You
able to figure
remember
out.
that? You didn't watch the Wacky Races?
I hated the wacky.
I love the
races.
Wacky Races.
I
But
hated.
you know who Snidely Whiplash is?
I know, but I never saw the
Muttley.
Snidely. I hated that. Hated that. Hated the wacky races. Absolutely hated it.
It was kind
I
of
think
stupid.
my little brother would watch
It
it
was so
sometimes.
dumb.
It just annoyed the hell out of me.
Nobody ever won.
They just went on forever and ever and
Yeah.
ever, and you get the flying arc
Yeah.
with Yogi.
And Penelope Pitstop.
Yeah, I did not like it at all. It annoyed the hell out of me. You know what? That show was so bad that I would go outside and play.
Oh, God.
wow.
That's
It
how
really
bad it
sucked.
was.
Put
That's
your
how
cereal
bad.
down.
I'm out of here. I'm going outside. I'm going to be the first one at the tree. I'm going to be the first one. When the other kids show up, I already will have built half of that fort before they even get there, because they're not going to show up till noon because they love the stupid wacky races. Not me.
Wasn't it like based off another show? Wasn't there a show?
It was
that
all a bunch of shows. It was like all a bunch of
It's
characters
all
from
their Hanna-Barbera characters all thrown into the Wacky Races.
nothing ever happened. Nothing ever happened. It was just a ridiculous show. Nothing ever happened except the same thing that happened every week, and then the race went on.
Yep.
It was filler.
It was filler.
Better than the
Much like the
Smurfs.
last 2 minutes of this show.
This is great.
I think that I was trying to show people by making them as disappointed with this show as I was with the wacky races, because I wanted you to understand how it feels.
I'm going outside to play.
Yes. I want people to pull their car over and just get out and start walking.
Honey, get out of the.
I hate this radio show. Well, you can change the channel.
No, I can't.
No, I can't. My card's broken.
Honey, get out of the median. Get out of the median.
I'm walking home.
I'm catching a frisbee from Dan.
Cannot stand this radio show. I don't even want to be in a car that's ever had this being played on the radio.
I can bring everybody back. Ready? What do you think about Go Go Gophers?
404-872.
No, not the audience.
0750 1-800-WS.
I never even watched that.
Oh, you
I
didn't?
just assumed I was going to hate that.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like.
You can't watch it now. Or you can't.
What is it all? Is it all racist and everything?
No,
now?
it's about the
you
Old
go back
West.
to those like 1940s cartoons. I was like, whoa.
Well, this was 50s.
Okay.
But then
okay. Well, all right.
the Gophers were indigenous people, and this is how one of them spoke.
Oh, that's problematic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad that show's gone.
So it was about Native Americans,
And
nativists,
the cavalry.
first persons, whatever doesn't get me
Yes,
canceled.
that, whatever. But
Yeah.
the cavalry. But they always outsmarted the cavalry and made them look stupid.
Well, so what you're saying is
Like
that-
F Troop.
So what you're saying is it was okay to make fun of, to mock these people who had their country stolen from them,
Mhm.
because in the end, a lesson would be learned.
Right.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense to me. That sounds like good television. Yeah, we could.
Hey, we didn't know that as kids. It was just fun.
I know. Well, we didn't know problematic. We didn't. We were like watching F Troop, and the guy they're dancing around, going, "Hey, how are you? Hey, how are you?" We're
Where
like,
the
"Oh,
Hakawi?"
this is funny.
Their
We didn't
name.
know. We weren't
No.
enlightened. It took a while. We had to have these millennials come along and enlighten the rest of us.
You're
on
welcome.
How stupid and terrible we've been.
Corporal
in our
Agarn.
thinking.
Problematic, right?
Very problematic.
You're just saying that because nobody knows what the hell F Troop is. I barely know what it is, but for some reason,
grew up with
Tim Andrews
I was obsessed
knew
with
all
the
about
F Troop.
it. I hated it.
I was obsessed.
I hated
love
it.
Ken Berry. How can you not like Ken Berry?
Oh, I couldn't stand
Mama's
anything
Family.
Ken Berry.
That other show.
The other thing he was in.
Mayberry RFD.
Yeah, wow, that was wonderful.
Sure it was.
That was better than the Andy Griffith
Sure
show.
it was.
There
We gotta
must
keep it going.
There must be some reference then between, and it's been so long since I've seen Goof Troop before, but there must be some F Troop reference between the two there.
Is there? You would
There
know.
must be.
Tim Andrews would
I've
know.
never heard of
F
Goof
Troop or
Goof Troop is what I grew up with.
Goof Troop.
Yeah, and that was part of the.
That's like
it's
a
a goofy
Disney
movie.
thing.
Goofy
No,
movie.
there's no correlation.
There's no
whatsoever.
correlation.
No.
You're sure? You're
No.
sure there's no.
I can look at the
hidden reference?
picture. No, it's Goofy and.
I know, but I'm saying like, is there
I
any
guess he
kind
has
of
a
like?
kid, Goofy.
Yeah.
I want somebody to tune in just like 30 seconds ago. What the hell? What? They're arguing. And they're like arguing about this. Tempers are flaring. I don't know what the hell they're
Well,
talking
Eric,
about.
I have a question for you that'll bring everybody back.
Okay.
Has Putin responded yet?
I don't know.
You don't
To
know.
whether he
I
likes
don't
the
know.
Goof Troop?
I do not like wacky races in Russia. We banned it.
I knew it. They knew Eric was just doing those Putin talking points.
No.
Putin doesn't like the wacky races. All of a sudden, Eric doesn't like the wacky races. And-
Nobody knows who F Troop is. Not now. It's because it's been on the air since 1964.
So, yeah, this is my answer to that. What was your question again? It was
Has Putin responded yet to the ceasefire?
Yeah, I don't
negotiation?
know.
You don't know.
I don't know. I can't keep up with everything all the time. I really would like to be put into a. You know how they can put you in a coma, right?
Yeah.
You can just show up at a doctor's office and say, "Put me in a coma for a year," right? Can't you? And
I
just-
assume. I don't know about
I
a
mean,
year.
first they're like, lay down, get comfortable. But-
I know Jordan Peterson had that operation done in
Oh.
Russia
but he had.
to get over drug abuse.
Oh no! Yeah, well, I just want. So they put him into a coma.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like a medically induced coma. They keep you like it's like.
Can they
I
do
don't
it for
think
a year?
Coma. I think it's like Twilight-y.
You need a news coma.
I need a news coma. I just want to. Honestly, I just like a year from now, I'll wake up and go, okay, did it work? Did it not work? Did it half work? Did it?
Eric, you should try to do the show just one day where you just one of the days where you try and not look at any of your news aggregators and see
Yeah.
what the show is like.
We can talk about Goof Troop.
Yeah, there we
We'll
go.
talk about
straight
the intricacies
hours.
of Goofy's troop.
4 straight hours of it. And
Yeah,
let
I
me
can
tell
talk
you,
about it.
now it sounded to me like that was going to come to fisticuffs pretty quick. I don't know that we.
I'm glad you ended
should
it.
keep going there because
What was the main highlight character in
Why
that?
are you pushing this?
Well, the
Do
answer
you
is
want
always
some
going to be
sort
no.
of fight?
I think so. I think I do. I think
you,
there's a
you
connection.
want Tim because you want to beat up. You want to beat up Tim.
You could. I'm old. That's elder abuse. I qualify
what
for
it is?
AARP, buddy.
Thank you.
Do you really?
Think about
Yeah.
that.
We
the
all
next,
do.
You don't.
On your 7th or 8th kick to his head. Think about that.
Yeah.
I'm a gentleman.
He's
I
an
would kick his head.
AARP. And what did Autumn just say? Well, Autumn.
Don't we all qualify? Like you can join AARP whenever
Way
you want.
too early. They sent me my first thing when I was like 48 or 50, and I'm like, you just give all your money to communists. I'm not joining you. And then like the conservatives came along. Well, we've got our conservative version. And I said, well, you know what? I'm not interested in that either.
What is that, AMAC?
You know, it's possible to grow old and not join an organization based on the fact that you're growing old. I would think.
You can join AARP.
I would think.
By the way,
Oldsters.
18 or older, you can join AARP.
Oh,
but
that's
you,
ridiculous.
But at
I
least
told
50
you.
to get a full membership.
Yeah.
At least 50 to get a full membership, but you can join.
Oh, yeah. Who would want all those benefits at 25? Boy, you really want, if you're, you want to impress your date? Oh, yeah. You're getting the 20%
Hey, look
off
at
because
this.
you're a member of AARP at the age of
we have to go to dinner at like 4:30.
Golden
yeah,
Corral at 4:30.
Yeah, it's gotta. Yeah. Hey, you're into the early bird special, right? I hope you are, because that's gonna be our date. Early bird gets the worm.
Early bird.
Yeah.
Gets your worm.
On
our date.
Not until I'm done peeing.
What in the? What is the matter with you? Why did you say that?
I don't know.
Because he's funny.
I know, but
I should have
if you've
stopped
been,
it.
If you've been in the studio, and I wish we could have seen this, he said it, and as soon as he said it, he just dropped his head in shame.
It slipped.
I'm gonna study up on Goof Troop.
This is a Goof Troop.
It's quite obvious that you need to study up on Goof Troop, pal.
Hey, Frank Welker was.
I don't know who that is.
Yes, you do. He was Scooby Doo.
By the way, AARP right here, the benefits for younger members. You save on travel,
Yeah.
restaurants,
Ooh,
shopping, and groceries.
And you get to sit next to
Groceries.
people.
Groceries.
You get to sit next to people who have old man smell.
Yeah.
That's good. Hey, you ever wanted to go to dinner early at 4:30 and stand in line with people whose bodies are decaying? You should be in the AARP at 19 years of age. Hey, get used to that old man smell. That way it won't freak you out. It won't freak you out when your first husband dies young and you start dating an older person and, whoa, what's with this old man smell? You see? You want to be, you want to acclimate yourself to it.
What is that old man smell?
It's just deteriorate. I don't know.
Well, not showering every day. That's a lot of it.
Oh, yes.
Is that what it is?
Yes, it's not washing. Or
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
because
always gonna.
it's a fall risk to like get in and out of the shower.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna.
Unless you have that door.
I'll lay in a bucket. I'll just go lay in a bucket. I'm getting clean. At least my,
Where's Grandpa? He's in
he's
his
cleaning his genitals because he's.
Oh my God.
Do you ever wonder why your grandpa doesn't smell like the guy next door? Clean genitals.
Tara Fine Jewelry Company, your engagement ring specialist in Beaufort, only 3 miles from the Mall of Georgia. You'll love their larger, high-quality diamond engagement rings, always paired with 5-star customer service. Tara Fine Jewelry Company in Beaufort.
Focus Features presents Black Bag, starring Cate Blanchett, Michael Fassbender, and directed by Steven Soderbergh.
I can feel when you're watching me. I like it.
It's the perfect marriage of love and deception.
I watch her, I assume she watches me.
There's a traitor in the house. Find the leak.
Black Bag is the most anticipated espionage thriller of the year.
Who's the suspect?
Your wife.
Would you kill for me?
Black Bag, rated R, under 17, not admitted without parent. Only in theaters this Friday with special engagements in Dolby.
Are you facing a fork in the road and deciding between continuing your career and retirement? I'm Wes Moss, host of Money Matters, and this massive life decision shouldn't be taken lightly. Talk with my team if you'd like help reviewing your retirement accounts and building a financial plan. We can help you review options and offer an opinion based on your best interests. You can find us at yourwealth.com. That's Y-O-U-R wealth.com.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Priority Men's Medical Center restores your love life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To restore your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
You wouldn't leave the door open when it's freezing cold outside, right? You just let all that cold air in. Christina Epworth here. If you have a vented crawl space, that's exactly what is happening. The vents are letting cold air into your home, causing your heating bills to go up. But call my friends at American Crawl Space Solutions. They will encapsulate your crawl space, keeping the air under your home not just dry, but also nice and warm. AmericanCrawlSpaceSolutions.com, your best value for crawl space repair.
American Crawl Space Solutions. Foundations too.
Beaver Direct Certified, providing the highest quality vehicles at the very best prices. Every vehicle undergoes rigorous reconditioning with an industry-leading 12-month, 12,000-mile certified warranty. Visit us at BeaverToyotaComing.com and see why everyone loves Beaver Direct.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 3:30, I'm Bill Kayaccio. News is sponsored by Vincent Financial. Our top story, it is a WSB Money update. Inflation and tariffs impacting your bottom line. A new report showing overall inflation up 2% in February. Rent and the price of cars are down. Groceries are unchanged, but eggs jump more than 10%. CBS's Kelly O'Grady reports on how tariffs may impact American consumers.
This report specifically, we got a 10% tariff on China at the beginning of February. It does get a little bit of that impact, but really what people are looking at are these 25% tariffs on aluminum and steel, these reciprocal tariffs that are coming April 2nd. So that's going to be these next few reports. How much of the pass-through are you going to get from businesses passing that on to consumers, and does that tick inflation up higher?
And as we check Wall Street this hour, stocks in positive territory. The Dow is up slightly. The NASDAQ is up almost 1.33% at this hour. Inflation is driving demand up at food banks in Georgia. Patrick Burke with a Peachtree City nonprofit says they are facing unprecedented demand.
Particularly this last year, from 24 into 25 now, probably at least another 20% increase over double digits from the previous year.
He says the economic strain is particularly severe in rural areas of Georgia. While in Atlanta today, U.S. Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins says she understands Georgia farmers are struggling with everything from storm damage to tariffs.
And I think the pecan farmers, I think the peanut farmers, I think the blueberry farmers, I think that's true across almost every lane of our agriculture industry.
Rollins did not make any specific commitments on possible relief for farmers dealing with the impact of new tariffs. The Georgia Bulldogs begin playing the SEC basketball tournament in Nashville tonight. Dogs taking on Oklahoma with tip-off set for just around 9:30. Our pregame starts at 9 here on your home of the Dogs. If Georgia wins, they advance to play Kentucky tomorrow night. It is 3:32 and time for live team coverage of traffic and weather in the 24-hour traffic center. It is Alex Williams.
Looks like we got some new trouble heading up through Buckhead, Bill. A crash on Georgia 400 northbound just before Lenox Road, right around the tunnels there, the Financial Center tunnels. One lane is blocked and it's slow on the ride, leaving I-85. Heading southbound, it's not much better. You're jammed in from the 85-400 merge all the way down to I-20, partially due to this water main break. It's got water pouring from underneath the bridge on Hill Street onto I-20. That's why you're seeing delays in both directions into and out of East Atlanta. Elsewhere, the earlier construction cleared out of the right lane, 285 southbound, the outer loop below Highway 166, and the brake lights filling in DeKalb on 285 east and south, the inner loop from Peachtree Boulevard in the Doorville area down to Highway 78, the Stone Mountain Freeway in Tucker. Alex Williams, 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Upward. Sunshine and very warm today, high 77. Clouds roll in for tonight, lows in the low 50s. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy with an isolated rain shower or thunderstorm possible, high 72. Friday, mostly cloudy and breezy, highs in the mid-70s.
77 at Peachtree Corners, 75 in Mableton and in Union City. More news at 4 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Home improvement projects can be a stressful guessing game. Trust the Plus. Painting Plus, the highest level of communication. The Plus means siding, gutters, windows, decks, porches, roofing, and of course, painting.
Hi, I'm Charlie, owner of Painting Plus and the Plus family of businesses. We'll make you comfortable and keep you informed with every step of your project.
If your home's exterior has it, the Plus can improve it. Painting Plus, siding, gutters, windows, decks, porches, roofing, and more. Trust the Plus. PaintingPlus.com.
Hope. It's more than a word. It's a breakthrough in the making. At City of Hope, we're pushing the boundaries of science, targeting cancer at the molecular level, with teams of experts working together to personalize a treatment plan right down to your DNA with unprecedented speed, making every second count, with appointments in as little as 24 hours. City of Hope, advancing cancer care at life-saving speed. Learn more at cityofhope.org.
Scott Slade here to talk to you about your health, and I think it's real important to talk about what is most likely to kill you. Heart disease is the #1 killer of Americans, and the older we get, the more prevalent it is. But you can reduce your risk. Eat right, don't smoke, exercise, and be informed about what's going on in your own body. Like lots of potentially serious health problems, if you catch heart disease early, you vastly increase your chances of living a longer life. And that's where virtual imaging comes in. Virtual imaging scans take less than 10 minutes and screen with 98% accuracy for heart disease. Other scans, including brain and full body, are available too. Virtual imaging is locally owned and operated in Atlanta for over 15 years, so they can make you this terrific offer. A complimentary heart scan for you and your spouse with a few minimum requirements. So don't put this off. I've done it. Call Virtual Imaging today for your free heart scan. 770-678-SCAN. That's 770-678-7226. Or visit their website at virtualimagingatl.com.
At Ameris Bank, we're invested in the success of your business. Our local bankers are ready to help you improve your cash flow, optimize your operating accounts, and access financing when you need it. From treasury services and digital banking to loans and lines of credit, we offer tailored solutions to help your business thrive. At Ameris Bank, we're with you. Visit amerisbank.com/withyourbusiness or walk into one of our branches today to get started. Ameris Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. All loans subject to credit approval.
If you've been thinking about selling your home, now is the time. With a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, you can sell your home fast and for more than you expect. Hi, it's Chris Chandler. One of the most stressful things about selling your home is not being able to control the timing. Mark Spain Real Estate allows you to receive an all-cash offer on your home and close in as little as 21 days. Hassle-free, guaranteed. Trust the most experienced real estate team in the U.S. and close with confidence. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
There we go. A big star. I will tell you that this is a perfect power pop song.
Hell yeah. It's on Wacky Races, right?
Yes. The only good thing about the Wacky Races. And this album, Big Star's second album, Radio City, is the best power pop album of all time.
Fantastic album.
The best power pop album of all time. Unless there's one I haven't heard. I don't know. There's always a chance.
What defines power pop? I'm curious.
Sugar, Copper Blue.
Over the top.
Pretty damn good.
Yes. But this is what you're hearing here. You hear how everything is going. Everything's going. It's pure power pop. The guitars, everything. It's power pop. It's over the top.
What about Happy Rock? It's the same thing, Happy Rock?
It's got the birds jangly thing in there. It basically means Beatles songs by bands who aren't the Beatles. Power pop.
Power pop.
Power pop.
Power pop. I like pop.
Radio City, though, is that second album. That's an amazing Big Star album. Anyway, that's it. That's your life hack. Make your life better. That is, if you like good music. And if you haven't heard the second Big Star album, and you like power pop, I just told you the best one ever. All right, I believe it's time for us to do a segment. The law says you can't just come on the radio and just have a conversation. Sorry, Autumn. Doesn't work that way. You have to have...
I want to see what you had for dinner last night.
Well, but the thing is, we need some sort of structure. How do you get it structure? You have segments. So as long as we have segments, let's go ahead and do this. What's the buzz? Tell me what's happening. It's starting to make sense, isn't it?
Come on, Eric. Tell us what's happening.
No, I say, come on, Jared. What's the buzz? Tell us what's happening.
Greenland is what people are talking about.
Greenland, my goodness gracious. Have we talked more about Greenland in the last month than we have in the entire 60 years of my life leading up to this?
Their center-right party, Eric, pulled off an upset victory.
We're center-right.
This is the...
That means liberal.
independence group. So they want to break away from Denmark, but not necessarily want to join the United States.
It's parliamentary system. Now, you got to understand, only 44,000 people apparently can vote.
Of the 56,000.
There's only 56,000 people who live there. And
think Marietta, Georgia, on a gigantic island.
It's a parliamentary system, right? So it's like one of these systems where the party the center right party, who are for independence but getting there gradually,
I think it's
came in first.
I think it's how you say it, Demokratiet.
They came in first, and then the party that wants to do something now, aka the American Party, you can look at it, came in second. So now there's two other parties. So I haven't looked at it. Maybe the winning party can do a coalition with the two other parties that aren't the American Party. But I think it's pretty amazing that at a time where these 44,000 must be in the early throes of patriotism, with Trump saying he wants them to become American. But you know what? It turns out that they're just picking someone to be with. It's not like they're completely independent. They are subjects of Denmark right now. Who was it telling me the story about Denmark?
I did a deep dive on
Denmark has not been all that nice to these folks all the time.
After World War II, there were fears that once Hitler took over Denmark, that Greenland was going to be used as a way to invade the United States later on. So after the war was done, part of the deal was that Denmark had to turn Greenland from a colony into a territory at the time. So ever since then, they've been doing some
quite horrific things to the Greenlanders.
Trying to squash their culture.
Yeah, trying to squash their traditions, their cultures.
That Greenland culture that we all know so much of. You're aware of their chili, of course, but
they do have good chili. But let me tell you this: the United States would never treat indigenous peoples as badly as Denmark.
Exactly, and we've got the record to show it.
That's right.
And there was like a one stretch in their history, just from doing a little bit of a read into it, was they were putting those. What are those? The birth control for young girls. What is the little device?
IUD.
IUD. Yeah, they were putting IUDs in young. It was in like 12-year-olds. Tim, seriously, like 12 and 13-year-olds.
Because they wanted to.
They wanted the thing in their arm.
That thing,
Perhaps.
the Novo, whatever, what was it called? Novo Score.
That's a Novo ring.
It was
That's different. There's a pellet that they put in your arm, and it lasts for like 5 years or something.
Well, but that only came along recently. So this probably happened when Denmark was. Anyway, whatever they were doing, they were trying to quash so that less Greenlanders were born and more Denmarkians. Making up a word. Let's make up words. Denmarkians. They could, the Danish. And that right there is one thing they tried to do is when they first came in, culturally, they tried to force them all to eat Danishes for breakfast.
Well, no wonder.
Right there. That's like trying to bully with your culture. I mean, Greenland has a long history of eating breakfast. Let them
eat
do
their
it
fish.
the way that they
like
want to do
fish.
it. Yeah, those kind of places, they have fish for everything.
They were talking about
fish oatmeal.
Fish oatmeal. The party that won really wants to make a trade deal with Trump over fish, like sending more fish to the United States.
Fish.
Do we need
Eric, your favorite thing is happening. More fish.
He wants Greenland for a security. Same thing you just said.
Yes.
He wants Greenland in the north all the way down to Panama Canal. That's his idea of protecting from Russia and China. But
just to have those major shipping lanes.
I feel like, even if you go through the bad history of Greenland, it's hard to get all crazy about it because it's never, no matter what happens in Greenland, it affects so few people. I mean, it's a huge territory with 50,000 people living on it.
It's all ice except for what, the coast?
I would imagine. I don't know. I've never been there.
Trump
takes over, maybe we'll all start going.
Well, I was reading that.
Is there any summer in Greenland at all?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Oh, of course, yeah. There's a summer season. I'm asking if do you ever go out in short sleeve shirts and play baseball? That's what I want to know.
That's a great question.
I don't know if there ever is.
I know that it has minerals and it has things that we're interested in.
Here's the other thing about that. If it's got so many minerals, how come it's as if people are noticing this now for if Greenland has so many minerals, how come the Danish haven't taken it?
Too small. Can't handle it.
Well, I mean, it's
Too
just
busy eating Danish.
They don't have an army anyway.
No. What I'm saying is they run the joint.
Yeah.
So it's just all of a sudden we're hearing about these minerals, these raw earth minerals in Ukraine. Well, how come they weren't why is this all of a sudden we're discovering these things? Why weren't they?
Well, maybe
why did the Soviet Union mine all those out of there in the years that they were in charge? I don't understand.
Well, maybe they are anticipating warmth in the ice melting, and that's how you get all those things. Otherwise, it's cost prohibitive to dig in all that ice.
So you're saying that we're going to get Greenland, and then we're going to affect climate change for it to get worse.
No, we're just going to wait
get
for
it out
to
of melt.
Let it melt.
Melt, baby, melt.
You're asking about summer. Summer temperatures range from 41 to 59.
Oh,
beautiful.
Hey, that's nice.
Oh, yeah.
It's balmy 59 too.
Are you leaking?
They get a lot of sunlight, at least in the summertime when you're that far.
Yeah, like a balloon. Jared was. It'll just be up there hanging off the ceiling for a couple of weeks till he slowly floats back down to the.
I am just fascinated with this
All
story.
Right, Minnie Riverton.
Because we have not expanded the United States in my lifetime. So, I think this is really.
You're excited.
It's a unique thing. I'm not saying that we should, but I think that it certainly is interesting.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be a state, would it? Does he want it to be a state?
It'd be a territory.
Because that's the problem with Greenland. The reason why they can't fully break away now is because they rely heavily on Danish subsidies, is what I was millions and millions of dollars.
What have the Danes got that we ain't got?
Danish.
I know. All this Danish talk.
What do they got? What do they got that
Coffee
that we
and
ain't
a
got?
cheese Danish right now.
Yeah. Yeah, look, she's working on her stand-up. Good stuff.
We make Danishes here. You can have
yeah,
one of
yeah.
our beautiful Danishes
American
from New York.
Danish.
Zabar, send it up there.
Yeah, maybe we should stop calling Danishes Danish.
Yeah, we'll call them Freedoms.
Freedom biscuits.
Freedom oval circle
biscuits.
Or muffins, well, they're not really biscuits.
Tell you what. It's great having new enemies, though. The Canadians, Denmark. This is getting exciting. I got tired of hating the same.
Yeah.
I'm tired of hating on Iran. It's been forever now. Let's get some new people to hate on. Welcome to the Danish.
Stay connected to Atlanta's news, weather, and traffic with the 95.5 WSB app. Listen to Atlanta's morning news. EVH, Eric Erickson, Mark Aram, and Shelley Winter. No matter where you go, 95.5 WSB and the WSB app. Download it today or find us in the iHeart and Odyssey apps.
Dave Baker here for Artisan Custom Closets. Spring cleaning is here. Let Artisan Custom Closets help you maximize your space and get organized. Artisan will work with you to design an affordable luxury custom closet where you'll be able to see all your accessories, clothes, and shoes without rummaging through the clutter. Don't use the pricey West Coast closet company that doesn't customize or the cheap closet companies with pushy salespeople and pricing games. Artisan Custom Closets, affordable luxury. ArtisanCustomClosets.com.
I'm consumer investigator Dale Cardwell, and for over a decade, I've trusted America's best choice for windows, doors, siding, and decks.
Spring is the perfect time to update your home, and America's Best Choice makes it easy with these spring specials. Highest quality, energy-efficient windows starting at just $299. Take 10% off a new deck and create the outdoor oasis of your dreams. No pressure, no gimmicks. Visit abcwin.com today to schedule your free consultation.
It won't be that long before school gets out. And if you're thinking about buying a new home this summer, now is the time to get the ball rolling. This is Scott Slade. My friends at MyLand always recommend getting pre-approved before starting to shop for your next home. Make sure you know how much you can afford and have your financing ready to make an offer when you find your dream home. MyLand is who I recommend for all home financing needs, whether it's a second mortgage, cash out refinance, or purchase of a new home. They even have a great new product that allows you to qualify for an investment or rental property without personal income documents. Whatever type of mortgage you need, MyLand will close your loan fast without issues and headaches and make sure you have the best rate in town. Call MyLand. 770-817-2000. That's 770-817-2000. Online, it's myland.com. Spell it MILEND. NMLS and Georgia Mortgage Licensee 148769, located at 8995 West Side Parkway, Alpharetta, Georgia 30009. MyLand is an equal housing lender.
How easy is it to save energy and money in 30 seconds? Let's count the ways. Power down unused devices. Swap out traditional bulbs for LEDs. Adjust your thermostat for the season. Change your air filter. Move furniture away from your vents. And turn off the lights when you leave a room. Georgia Power's more than just your power company. We're your saving sidekick. Get started at georgiapower.com/energy efficiency today. Ready, set, save.
Hey y'all, Belinda Skelton for Four Seasons Home Care, and I'm not going to cry in this commercial, I hope. As many of you know, I lost both my parents recently, but I am so thankful they were able to finish their lives at home where they wanted to be. It's all because of the incredible caregivers who came to see them every day. I am so grateful to Four Seasons Home Care. This is a real family-owned company that vets and hires every single one of their caregiving specialists. They don't have contractors. They're not some national corporation. They are simply the best here in Georgia. And a lot of you have asked me about my journey and if home care is right for your aging parents. I'll tell you what I tell them. Call Four Seasons Home Care and just start the conversation. It's a 100% free call that can change everything. Google Four Seasons Home Care Atlanta. That's Four Seasons Home Care Atlanta.
At CertaPro Painters, we know that a happy place comes in many colors, like ones that inspire a sense of wonder, or a new flavor that makes life just a little bit sweeter, or one to celebrate those moments that lift you to new heights. at home, or at work. We'll make your happy place your own. CertaPro Painters. That's painting happy. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
Yeah, I do have those life hacks from time to time.
Yeah?
I don't really pass them along, like the one we were just talking about. It's like
for the neti pot?
Well, the Navage.
Oh, the Navage makes it a lot easier. That's one device.
Yeah, you get put it in, it does all the work for you. It goes up inside your nose. You know, and you got to use the neti pot, and you're kind of like you have to do it yourself.
Oh, you have to tilt your
head.
head.
That's a little too much. And then the hot water. I mean, just bad things can happen.
There's a moment where you feel that water. It's like, I know it doesn't literally touch your brain, but it
Right.
feels like it's
It
touching
does.
your brain.
No, it doesn't go anywhere near your brain. It doesn't even get close.
It got into mine.
It does not. If you're using a neti pot and the water hits your brain, there's something wrong.
It says use a hammer to get it in there.
So, but after use, the good thing about the Navage is you have all that water in there and it does it all itself. That's not the life hack part. After you're done, after it goes through your nose and cleans through everything and gets it all that water, ends up back into the device. Well, don't waste that. Take it over, toss it in the blender, throw in a couple strawberries, make yourself a smoothie.
Yeah.
That's my...
A snot smoothie?
A smoothie.
That helps with your allergies. That's smart.
Yeah, let's hair of the dog, right?
Like
So-
when you make butter at home, you keep the buttermilk.
That's right. That's right. That's right. So that's just a little life hack. From time to time, I should pass those along. You know, it's just, imagine, because normally you'd throw that away.
It helps you build immunity. I get it.
It's even more than that. It's just
Tastes
you know,
good.
it's absolutely delicious. Toss a couple strawberries in.
Sure.
And,
Or not.
Or not.
Blueberries
Just-
work.
Yeah, just you
Kiwi
could do
cool?
Kiwis, keep it the same color.
So that's it. That's my first life hack. That's life hack number one. The snoothie.
Eric's life hack.
The snoothie. Very important. All right, what's the buzz? Tell us what's happening.
From Barron's, Pitbull shoots Memphis man in bed. Paw got stuck in the trigger. End quote.
What?
If they couldn't get any more dangerous.
Now they're shooting people?
Yeah,
These
apparently.
pit bulls?
According
You're
to
right.
According to the Memphis
You
man's
see, you give them an inch, they take a mile. I've been saying about these pit bulls. Everybody's like, oh, yeah, but sometimes they do that. Their jaw's locked. That's just who they are. They're really wonderful. They're fantastic. But I said a long time ago, if you allow them to eat people from time to time, sooner or later, that's not going to be enough for them. And they're gonna get into the weaponry, and that's exactly what's happened. Now, they have gangs of pit bulls shooting up inner cities now.
Like the Old West.
Well, this pit bull, his name was Oreo, and in the police report,
It's not the singer.
It is not the singer.
Okay,
no.
I just want to make sure.
The quote says here that he, quote, got his paw stuck in the trigger guard and ended up hitting the trigger. Now, the Memphis man's girlfriend said he's very playful and often jumps in the bed.
That's
and just got
right.
excited.
And shoots us from time to time. He gets very playful.
He carries
and
the gun in his
shoots
mouth.
us. You know. Yeah, I'm getting the. Yeah, he's very.
Yeah.
He brings me the gun.
Brings it to you.
Let's take a look at this home, right? Okay, first of all, you have a pit bull. Okay, all right. There's a pit bull.
Guns in bed.
Yeah, guns are just laying around. Where
and
a
have you,
pit
do you know
bull.
what a trigger guard is?
Yeah, there's no.
Yeah, right.
So my guess is.
Like, there's no way a paw is getting inside of a trigger guard.
It could if there's no guard on it.
No, there's no guard.
Oreo
right.
the pit
But
bull
they
is
said it was.
obviously
But
very
they
smart.
said it got caught in the trigger guard.
Did you say trigger in the trigger guard or in the trigger?
Got caught in the trigger guard.
Then he got a nail in between it, and it when he
What are
shook
the odds of
gun.
that? What are the odds of that?
I'm sorry, I'm blaming the girlfriend here. I think something's
That's like
weird
saying,
about the girlfriend.
"Oh, my key." That's like saying I fell forward and
Yeah.
my key landed right in the key slot.
Right,
and
right.
turned-
Or showing up at emergency at 2 a.m. saying, I don't know, I just slipped in the tub.
Yeah.
I don't know how it got
I
there.
fell in
I
the
keep
tub
my light
onto
bulbs
the
in
light
there.
bulb.
I was taking a bath, I was changing the light bulb, but maybe it was a bad idea, but it ended up here. Can you just, with no questions, remove it?
Now, I do have to put this out there. 2 years ago, a German Shepherd did shoot and kill a 30-year-old
A German
in
Shepherd?
Kansas after it
Hitler's dog.
After it stepped
That's
on a
right.
hunting rifle, just
Yeah.
stepped on it.
All right, so what
But
happened? Did this guy get
stepping on
killed
it-
or what?
He did not get killed, but he got
Good.
injured.
Yeah, well, that'll happen when you
The-
keep a gun in your bed.
The
Yeah, you had pit
girlfriend,
bulls running around with your gun.
the girlfriend said, "quote: The dog is just a playful dog, and he likes to jump around and stuff like
absolutely.
that."
And we're just your average meth addicts. We lost track of what was going on, and
Yeah, we weren't having like weird sex play.
No, had nothing to do with it.
No,
had nothing to do.
There's
with
no peanut butter involved.
There was there a trigger lock? Yeah, but it got in between. Somehow the dog's paw got between. No, I think basically.
You're saying she shot him?
No, I'm saying that they're not. They're not they're not going to get any awards for being the best members of the community. I'm thinking that they probably were, on a bender. And ultimately, the dog ended up shooting them.
You don't let your gun sleep in your bed?
Nah. I don't let my gun sleep. It's an inanimate object. Doesn't it sleep?
Yeah, it's the dog.
It doesn't sleep?
To a dog.
Yeah, the dog.
Now, the girlfriend did offer some advice, and then she did say she learned to keep the safety on or to use a trigger lock.
Or,
especially with having a playful dog in the house.
You can't have this is what you can't have. You can't have a sleeping boyfriend, a playful dog, a gun, and plenty of meth all in the same area. See, they're not talking about the other. There's some other. Doesn't it seem like there's something we're not being told? Yeah, they got that meth look to them.
No, it's got a stock image of a pit bull.
Oh yeah, we don't see her. We don't see her with her gaunt face. She's probably like the nicest person. No, really, it was just a strange coincidence that the dog shot us.
I'm just happy that everybody's still alive.
How annoying is this couple that the dog just at some point decides to shoot them?
The clip was empty.
Up. Yes. Shut
well,
up.
Maybe the dog
got tired of eating Cheetos.
Yeah, the dog just wanted a little attention. Again, when
he got it. I know that this upsets animal lovers, and I don't have any problem with any particular animal. I'm not Mr. Pets, But no matter how much you tell me that it's all about me, I think you're wrong. I find pit bulls scary. There, I said it.
Oh, the open mics are gonna go off.
Oh boy, no. I didn't say I wanted any. I didn't say anything
bad. My pit
bad.
bull makes me breakfast in bed.
Yeah, I know. There are exceptions that prove the rule, but pit bulls scare me. Any animal that can bite you and have its jaw lock scares me.
You're going to get shot by one. You better watch out.
I know. Now they're out there forming street gangs, shooting innocent people.
Seems everything costs more these days. Gas, groceries, and when's the last time you checked your wireless bill? Yikes. When it comes to big wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill. Plans start at just $20 a month, and that's not a short-term promo. But don't just take our word for it. Here's Jackie and Veronica, real customers.
I didn't know that I could get something for a lot less money that was actually better than who I was with before.
Anytime anybody complains about their cell phone bill, we say, you've got to check out Consumer Cellular.
Our US-based experts will get you switched and saving in about 20 minutes. Just call or click to see how much you can save today. Because when it comes to big wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit ConsumerCellular.com. That's 1-888-FREEDOM or ConsumerCellular.com today. Real people paid to share their opinions in this ad. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing.
Belinda here for Atlanta Vision Institute. I'm here to introduce you to a new procedure that Dr. Ashraf is performing called laser optics. This changed my life, folks. I was so tired of wearing contacts and glasses. The glasses were not around when I needed them. I had astigmatism, so the contacts didn't fit me well, and I had beginning stages of cataracts. So I went in. I was a great candidate for laser optics. It was a quick, painless procedure. The next day, it was like everything was in HD. The colors were more vibrant. The leaves were more vibrant. The sky was more vibrant. My husband was better looking. Everything was great. Laser optics with Dr. Ashraf, Atlanta Vision Institute. Go to the website 2020atlanta.com to find out more information. Also, take the quiz to see if this is a procedure that's good for you. Your medical insurance may cover it. That's 2020atlanta.com.
WSB Atlanta, WSB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk. news,
weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 4 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by D. Geller & Son Jewelers. Our top local story, it is a WSB Money update, and inflation hits hard. The high cost of living taking a toll on Georgians. Here's a report all new at 4 o'clock.
As we go to the grocery store, we're paying more for food, and that combined with everything else costing more, food banks are seeing a huge increase in demand. Patrick Burke with Midwest Food Bank, a Peachtree City nonprofit, tells me demand has more than doubled here in Metro Atlanta.
So just 4 years ago, we were about $17 million, whereas today I'm looking at $36 million in food being distributed out of the same facility.
He says the need is even greater in rural communities. Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
As for inflation, Bloomberg's Nancy Lyons reports new numbers are out today.
Egg prices went up 10% last month from January. They're up nearly 60% from a year ago. But consumer prices overall last month rose 0.2%, the slowest pace in 4 months.
Inflation and tariffs are impacting your bottom line. President Trump today promising reciprocal tariffs will go into effect April 2nd.
We have been abused really for a long time, and we will be abused no longer.
President Trump says the U.S. is just trying to get back some of the money other countries have taken. On Wall Street at the closing bell, stocks are mixed. The Dow is down more than 80 points. The S&P and the NASDAQ are both higher to end the day. It is 76 degrees in Atlanta. Do we see any rain tomorrow? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up. A Metro Atlanta man is in jail accused of murdering his ex-girlfriend and dumping her body.
Authorities say they arrested 53-year-old Travis Abbott after searching a Broadnax Mill Road home in Walton County. The search came after the body of his ex, 54-year-old Colette Seas of Blairsville, was pulled from a lake off Georgia 212 in Covington. It began as an accidental drowning investigation, but quickly turned into a murder probe. Abbott is charged with murder and concealing a death. Steve Summers, 95.5 WSB.
A convicted child rapist in Cherokee County is sentenced to 35 years in prison. 34-year-old Alexis Trinidad of Marietta was convicted in January on charges of rape, child molestation, and cruelty to children. The rape occurred in April of 2023 at a home in Ackworth when the child was just 14 years old. One of the newest data centers in Douglas County may use treated wastewater for cooling.
It's estimated that some large data centers can require millions of gallons of water for cooling every day. For several years now, Douglas County has supplied one of their data centers with treated wastewater. Now they want to do it again, using water from a nearby site in Cobb County. Water Authority Executive Director Gil Sharaus says,
"We feel like that's a better use of resources in that we don't chew up capacity in our water supply reservoir. We don't chew up capacity in our water treatment plant."
He says they are still working out an agreement with officials in Cobb. In the meantime, they will still supply water to the site for cooling. Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
We have an update on the suspicious text messages many of us have received about supposed unpaid tolls. A new report from a cybersecurity firm finds cyber criminals have registered more than 10,000 domains for the scam. Those domains were registered for various smishing scams that target victims through text messages trying to get them to click a malicious link. Starliner astronauts stuck on board the International Space Station since last June may finally get to come back to Earth soon.
Their Boeing Starliner spacecraft ran into problems, and their stay aboard the station has now lasted more than 9 months. But there's finally a light at the end of that tunnel. NASA's launching a replacement crew that'll clear the way for the Starliner astronauts, that's Butch Wilmore and Sonny Williams, along with 2 station crewmates to finally make it back to Earth.
CBS's Bill Harwood reports a SpaceX mission is scheduled to launch from Kennedy Space Center this evening. A total lunar eclipse will be visible early Friday morning. The blood moon will make the moon appear red. It starts late Thursday night and peaks just before 3 a.m. Friday. Clouds, though, could obstruct the view in North Georgia. It is now 4:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, live team coverage of traffic and weather. Triple team traffic begins with Alex Williams.
Hey, good afternoon, Bill. We're going to check the ride around 285. Stalled big rig over on the west side coming up toward I-20. 285 northbound, the inner loop before Martin Luther King Jr. Drive. It is in the center lane, already slow back to Highway 166 Langford Parkway. If you're traveling 285 westbound, the outer loop on the north side, delays start all the way back at Peachtree Boulevard today. Not going to break free till you get over to Roswell Road, exit 25 in Sandy Springs. Stay sluggish from there, heading west and southbound down to I-20. Also into Cab, 285 east and southbound. Already a slow ride from Buford Highway Highway down to Highway 78, the Stone Mountain Freeway. And we found a left lane crash in DeKalb County. I-20 westbound Panola Road, exit 71, slowing the ride out of Lithonia. Let's check the ride to the northern suburbs. Kobe Dawkins.
We're looking at 85 northbound. You're starting to get jammed leaving Spaghetti Junction, I-285 to Steve Reynolds Boulevard, and up in Gwinnett County, Beaufort Drive northbound before I-85. You're dealing with some road work, knocking out one right lane, and now looking at Georgia 400 northbound, just slight tap of the brakes leaving the perimeter, getting past the North Springs MARTA station. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
I'm WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Fair skies for the ride home this evening, lows tonight in the low 50s. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, an isolated rain shower or thunderstorm possible, high 72. Friday, mostly cloudy, breezy, high 75.
Right now, it's 75 in College Park, also 75 in Brookhaven, 78 in Suwanee. More news at 4:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 2 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now. Oh, hell yeah.
Only 3 open mics upset with your Pitbull comments.
Yeah, save it, people.
You don't know what you're talking about. They're good dogs.
Okay, have you ever...
He's a great artist also. He's very charitable.
You guys understand how sometimes people disagree about things?
No, he values gun safety.
All I'm saying is they scare me.
He made me feel better about my balding.
Okay.
Why don't you get one and raise it from a puppy?
Because
right.
they
See
scare
what
me.
a lovable caretaker it
It'll
is.
love you back.
Yeah, but if it doesn't, its jaw locks in place.
There's a lot of misconceptions about pit bulls, including one of the open micers that said that's a misconception.
That they eat people alive?
So you and Judge
them
Judy
alive.
have something in common because
We're
hates
both
pit
women.
bulls. Yes, and judges.
And grumpy.
Yes,
and bossy.
But what else?
She hates pit bulls. And she
I
always...
let's not use the word hate. Von Hessler didn't use the word hate.
Oh, well, I
They
didn't say
just
that you
scare
hate.
me.
I said she hates.
Okay.
And there are cases where she tries. Well, it seems like she tries to, be the judge, and take things. What's it called? Where you don't have any judgment.
Well, are you talking about? She's nonplussed.
No, like.
Are you saying that she goes extra judicial?
I guess so. Anyway,
Yeah.
so what I mean is like there'll be a case with a pit bull, and at the end of it, she'll bring out this little. She keeps news clippings under her little thing on her desk, and she'll read stories.
Yes.
Like a grandma posting on Facebook, but on her own show.
Yeah.
Where she's like, I have, so many stories. I've got a letter here from a grandmother who said my grandson, his face was eaten off by
that people need to know that.
Yeah.
Now, is that first of all, my only statement, I am not anti-Pitbull. My only statement is being truthful is that they scare me. That's it. Everything else that you're responding to are words
You're
that
scared
you
of love?
added
Is that
to.
what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
No,
That just right, Tim.
I am,
Yes.
but it turns out that's totally not connected to this whatsoever. I am afraid of love.
Trauma response.
It is a trauma response.
Typical trauma.
Because one time I was loved way too much at a time that wasn't the right time for me. I'm making it all up. But doesn't it sound good?
I was eating it up.
I was once loved
that's
way
trauma
too
response.
much. What does that mean? Well, you decide.
Like a Bob Dylan song.
I was loved too much in the basement of the bar.
It is true. All right.
People are buzzing, Eric, about the economy. 56%.
Are people buzzing about the economy?
Yes, because the market, the market, people are concerned about it. And a new CNN poll has found that 56% disapprove of Trump's handling of the economy.
Well, that's it. You're not president anymore.
I'm done.
That's how it happens. That's how
I
it works.
surrender. I give up.
Like, I can't follow all of this stuff. Look, the people just elected this guy. Were they surprised they hit tariffs? Didn't he talk about this the whole time?
The whole time.
The only thing that I'm surprised about is the Gulf of America thing. I don't know that he ever mentioned that. Was he mentioning that during the rallies? We're going to that one came out of nowhere. Greenland was a little bit of surprise, but he brought it up in the first administration. So, yeah, I don't know what to say to Americans. The guy runs. He says, if you elect me, I'm gonna hit the world with a bunch of tariffs. You elect him. He hits the world with a bunch of tariffs. And then you, for the first time, think to yourself, oh, I didn't realize there's going to be some consequences to that. I thought he was going to puff up. The world's going to bow down. We were all going to feel good about it. I had no idea we were actually going to have some displacement. Like when you voted for Trump, you voted for this.
If you think
Did you
about
not?
it, though, so many people that you end up voting for don't deliver on the stuff that they promised.
So people are counting on him not delivering, and now they're surprised.
I didn't think he'd do it.
Yeah, I didn't think he'd do it. There's only one poll that matters after the election, and that's the midterm. This is all, it's like CNN can talk about this poll all day long. Oh, is Trump in trouble or whatever? But it's just like ESPN or FS1 in this period of time when there's no football. They're just filling time. Hey, Trump did this thing. Let's talk about whether it's going to hurt him or if it's the worst thing ever. It doesn't matter. All that matters is how are they going to do in 2 years in the midterms? When you see that, then you're going to know how they're doing. And that's all that's going to matter. I mean, I've never really understood what polls are for in these situations. You really think Trump's going to see this poll and go, you know what? Let's go in another direction. Like,
you know what? Let's go back to the established world order. How about that?
How about we? Hey, was this fun for a month or two? It
Get
was
Bill
fun.
Crystal on the phone. We need to straighten things
You
out.
know what?
Pompeo, bring him back.
Yeah, we need to get to war somewhere on the other side of the world.
Let's do this.
Can we get a neocon to identify a leader and say there's a bad man and he needs to be stopped?
Well, that and also USAID needs to come back.
Exactly. Let's just put it all back.
Let's do it.
Let's roll it back.
Sorry.
Hire everybody
All that
back.
matters. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. The only poll that matters after you win the White House is in 2 years, and that is the midterms. And usually, no matter how popular you are or your party is, you tend to lose seats. The governing party tends to lose seats in the midterms. But a lot of times, if you don't lose very many seats, you can see that, oh, we're doing fine. Or if you don't lose any seats. Didn't Biden gain in the midterm?
He did.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be the red wave then, and it didn't happen.
What a strong. Well, we thought, boy, remember that? That's why when people,
Biden had some pep in his step after the midterms.
People forget, why did Biden even think about running? How rare that is that you actually don't lose seats in a midterm. And I can't remember exactly what it was. It was the House and the Senate or just the Senate.
Well, it was just projected that the Republicans were going to make big gains.
But
and
people
they didn't.
forget, Biden's had a good argument. Like, hey, the midterms, the sitting president hardly ever wins. And so that should have shown the strength that said people would vote for him again.
They were still cheating.
Oh, then the midterms still?
2020.
Okay.
They were still cheating.
2022 would have been the
That's what I'm saying. 2020 to 2022.
Yeah,
nothing but
okay.
cheating.
And that's why we kept going.
Problem was his message. You couldn't understand him.
No, I knew what he wanted to do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Actually, that's the one thing I agree with Biden on. If we could have had more of that.
I think the whole country was behind that.
Absolutely.
Didn't matter.
That was the Biden we loved.
Yeah.
Right there. If only he could have. Why didn't he just stick to what he was good at?
Yeah.
That's what happens. It goes to their head. They get power, and they think, oh, they're going to love me at anything. No, we loved you when you were doing this. That's what you should have kept doing.
Jones, I just said that because I loved it when Jared would play that entire 2.5 minute clip.
Oh, what was it? What was that? What he was?
was
Don't go find it.
It was just very long.
I think I have a shorter version of it somewhere.
Was it
He was
a
introducing-
reporter's name or somebody or?
I don't recall. It was just somebody had a strange name for him to pronounce and just went forever.
On the arena with Casey Hunt, you know what they do is different. They do this thing like, what do the sources say?
Oh.
And then it comes up and she gets to humble brag because her source, General so-and-so, whatever, says this. And,
General Deep State.
General Deep State says that. Really good. She has sources, Casey. Casey Hunt has sources.
She's going to talk about RFK next. Everybody should get measles.
Yeah, I think I'm not really following these stories, but if I just go by the headlines, RFK apparently is trying to give kids measles now. Is he breathing on them? Is he doing everything that he can to give people measles?
The headline indicates that he thinks people should get it. That way they'll become immune to it without having to get, mercury in the vaccine.
I don't know what, did I ever have? No, I had the mumps. I don't know if I had the
You had the mumps.
I had the mumps.
Yeah, there's like a certain part of a certain generation that either had the mumps or didn't have the mumps.
Yeah, I had
my
the
mom
mumps.
had the mumps. You had the mumps.
Yeah.
I think Gen X didn't have the mumps.
I don't know about measles. I don't know if
Well, we all got inoculated.
Yeah. So
I had, I think, Jared, did you have chicken pox?
I definitely had chicken pox.
Yeah, we all had
Yeah.
that.
And now, but now kids don't get it
Yeah,
because
kids
they
don't
get
get
a
it now.
vaccine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I had, I believe, yes, I had the chicken pox.
My dad was very irresponsible. He took me to Disney World with the chicken pox. So I'm sure I was like the super spreader kid.
They had chicken pox parties when I
Well,
was
I
a
know,
kid.
but that's when all the other parents agree. You don't just take your
I
kid
don't think
to
Disney World was like,
infect
bring
the
your
entire
chickenpox
Magic
kids.
Kingdom.
Chickenpox
Love you,
Day at
Love you,
Disney.
Kid pox, yeah. Bring all your kids with chicken pox.
If you want your kids to get chicken pox, or if you have the chicken pox, you get like $10 off today.
But that vaccination came between my two children. So my 40-year-old had chicken pox, I believe.
Oh, okay.
And my 27-year-old did not.
My son got chicken pox after he got the vaccine, like a very mild.
That's what George is talking about. George is talking about that. It's the whole thing, apparently, is the conspiracy theory. They want Gil to get the chicken pox so that later on, when he's older, an adult, and you're long gone, they can control him through shingles. That's what George told me. Alex Williams says it's stacked and packed through downtown.
Yeah, the afternoon rush is in full swing, Eric. You're jammed up 400 southbound approaching Sydney Marcus, 85 southbound right around Cheshire Bridge Lenox, with a 75 southbound delay starting right at Howell Mill. Northside Drive exit 252. No relief until you get down to I-20. Northbound, we're watching the brake lights from University Avenue up past Peachtree Pine Street, and heads up on the west side perimeter right now. All lanes shut down. 285 northbound, the inner loop before Martin Luther King Jr. Drive. Exit 9, they're trying to get a big rig that's stalled out off to the right. Those brake lights back to Highway 166 Langford Parkway. How are we doing on I-20, Kobe Dawkins?
Well, dealing with the crash in DeKalb County, 20 westbound at Panola Road, exit 71. Crash knocking out one left lane, seeing those delays back to Evans Mill Road. And on the west side of town, you're on and off the brakes starting at MLK Jr. Drive, getting through I-285. And then those delays start to break free around Fulton Industrial Boulevard. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
If it's happening on the streets of Atlanta,
The Cobb County Medical Examiner's Office identifies 57 sets of cremains.
if it's happening on the roads leading to Atlanta,
Massive project at 285 and Georgia 400 has been a big improvement.
we've got it covered.
Atlanta jurors convict a former Customs and Border Protection officer.
Your 24/7 news source.
Covering the stories that impact you.
Tune in throughout the day to stay up to date.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's breaking news station.
How can your termite company claim your home is termite free? By only walking around the outside? Dave Baker for Breda Pest Management. Termites are the most destructive pest of all. They literally eat your house. So only Breda will also come inside and thoroughly inspect your entire home with infrared cameras. Breda guarantees your termite protection and will lock in your rate for 10 years. BREDAPest.com.
Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
At Shane Company, we make finding your perfect engagement ring fun and easy. Because let's be honest, you might feel a little stressed out. We get it. That's why we do all the hard stuff. It's our job to bring you the biggest selection of beautiful diamonds and colorful gemstones, so many amazing settings, and all the customization your heart desires. We've got your style and your price range covered, and we're here to guide you every step of the way. Come in for a warm welcome and leave with your dream ring and an experience you'll never forget. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Attention men, are you suffering from ED or PE? Here's an important message from Choice Men's Health.
I'm Dr. Katz, and I'm the Chief Medical Director at Choice Men's Health. Are you performing the way you want to in the bedroom? If the answer is no, and you've tried Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra and were disappointed, then you need to come see us immediately. If you don't see results on the first visit, then there's no charge. Many of our patients have medical conditions such as diabetes, hypertension, obesity, and prostate problems. I'm happy to say that we have have 98% success rate with all our patients. Our customized solutions will allow you to perform within 10 minutes and last an hour and even longer. You can regain your love life and tackle your ED and PE problems. Guys, your partner will never complain again. Our clinic has the most affordable prices, so if you visit other clinics and you're not completely satisfied, then you need to call Choice Men's Health.
Regain your love life regardless of your age or medical history. Choice Men's Health guarantees results on your first visit or you pay nothing. Call now. 404-400-1170. That's 404-400-1170.
You're ready for a new deck, but don't know where to start. You can DIY, use an unlicensed chuck in a truck, an overpriced luxury designer, or you can choose us. Hi, I'm Scott Nelson, owner of Nelson Exteriors, and we do decks differently. We build beautiful, high-end decks at a reasonable price with lots of options. We're licensed and insured. We'll work with the materials you choose and stay within your budget. Call Nelson Exteriors for an extraordinary deck renovation. Google Nelson Exteriors.
EMC Security.
Meet EMC Security's hero of the home.
After some break-ins in my neighborhood, it got me thinking about my family's security. A friend recommended EMC Security, so I called them. Now I have peace of mind that my family is safe without having to sign a long-term contract.
Way to go, Sarah. Be the hero of your home with no contracts, fast and reliable monitoring, and rates as low as $16.95.
EMC Security. Smart protection for a safer tomorrow.
Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How retailers become seamlessly restocking, cyber-securing, must-visit shops. And how healthcare offices become the data managing caregivers that we all depend on. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solutions, and Wi-Fi backup, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business, powering possibilities.
Now through May 4th, new customers can get started with 300 megabit internet and Security Edge for $69 a month for 24 months. And ask how to get free installation on qualifying bundles. Plus, find out how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Requires enrollment and paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account. Equipment, taxes, and other fees extra. After 24 months, regular rates apply.
Clean your genitals, old people. Collectively, we've all had enough.
You think Bill Belichick has that smell?
You'd have to ask his
Jordan Hudson, his little girlfriend.
19-year-old.
I don't have that.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't have that.
Bill, does he? Does he smell like an old man to you when you're, walking the red carpet, as it says?
You want that new car?
Yeah, Daddy.
All right.
Then the answer is he doesn't smell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Right.
does smell, or yeah, he
I
doesn't
smell like
No, you're right.
victory. Super Bowl.
Is that what it is? Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. Well, for the rest of us.
What about me?
Yeah.
I just had a kid.
Clean your genitals, old people.
Oh, I was like.
Society is basically saying we've had enough. We've had enough, and it turns out it's not just because you're aging that you're starting to stink. It's your hygiene. Look, there's no excuse. I'm 4 days from death. No, get in the shower.
If you live in the village,
Are you alive or are you not alive?
I'm alive, son of a woman.
It's hard to get up out of the.
If you live in the villages in Central Florida, I
Everybody
think it's okay
smells.
to not take a shower.
Yeah, everybody smells.
Yeah. So you're in a community.
First of all,
people
you're
that
in Florida. It's hotter than hell. It's
good.
You're
Everybody's
playing
golfing, pickleballing, and more.
Swapping.
All the stuff that goes on
those
down
golf
there.
carts go everywhere.
Oh, those MAGA moms swapping around. You don't necessarily come back on the same golf cart you went out on. We know what's going on in MAGA
You look
villages.
good on that guy's golf cart, sweetie.
These aging MAGA people are. We have exploding STD rates in this country because of what's
Check
going
out,
on in the village.
She just got her breast done.
That's
Check
right.
those babies out.
There you go. Pass it all around the villages.
They are looking
You
good.
should-
You can give them a feel if you want to.
They went from dragging on the sidewalk to just floating in the air.
Yeah, I know. Now look, it's so fantastic. Too bad you'll be no longer on the planet in 6 months.
It's like you.
Well, you go out on top, right?
Or the bottom.
It
Doesn't
depends.
matter. You go out having fun.
She's
That's
down
it.
for both.
Or behind.
Wait, hold on. You two. Yeah, see, now?
What?
Apologize to the audience. Right now.
He brought up Goof Troop.
That was a long time
this is
ago.
not my fault.
I can't let go.
Don't try to.
I forgot about it until his dad was making him patient zero at Disney World.
Hey, measle boy. Do you have another
Chicken
buzz?
pox boy. Thank you very
Oh,
much.
I'm sorry, chicken pox boy.
Come on.
Tender users.
Oh, right. I'm sorry to have let you down.
What a mistake.
I'm barely awake today. I'm sleepwalking
Why?
through this show.
Well, you can tell that America's getting lonely.
I don't know. What do you mean why? You ask why. I don't know why.
Why are you? Did you have a hard night?
No.
You're doing crank.
No.
Well,
a little bit of crank.
Did your pit bull try to shoot you?
Not too much.
Did you wife swap with your neighbor with the golf cart?
I had to dodge bullets from the cats.
All the
They're trying to shoot me all night long. And no, we're not that kind of neighborhood, Autumn.
Oh,
We're
what
not
is that kind of neighborhood? What does that mean?
Oh, what does
We're
that
not
mean?
that
Yeah,
kind
what
of
does that
neighborhood.
mean?
Well, that kind of neighborhood where people are swapping wives and husbands around. We live in a place called America. You ought to check it out sometime, you commie. I'm glad I finally told her. I feel like the entire audience is going like, yeah, finally. He told her off.
Dumb boobs.
I feel got.
Well, they're all dumb. It's not like...
Hey,
not
today's
somebody
mommy
has,
day.
No, some people have smart boobs. I mean,
I have smart
we don't have
boobs.
those yet.
I ordered them from Amazon.
Today is National Working Moms Day.
I know.
Come on, look
Hey,
out for her.
Autumn
Bravo.
Fisher.
Good job, Autumn.
Good work.
Mom.
We should give her 2 tickets. Nah, she's got enough.
What for what?
For somebody else who may or may not be a working mom. 2 tickets to see Blackberry Smoke with Mike Campbell and the Dirty Knobs on Saturday, August 9th at Synovus Bank Amphitheater at Chastain Park. Just be caller number 10 to 404-872-0750. Tickets go on sale this Friday, March 14th at livenation.com. Alex Williams says there's better news on 285 on the west side.
Yeah, that's right, Eric. Earlier last report, we had a stalled big rig, and they had all lanes shut down. 285 northbound, the inner loop, just before Martin Luther King Jr. Drive. They have since cleared it to the right shoulder. Lanes are back open, still slow back to Camp Creek Parkway, but those delays will improve. If you're traveling 285 eastbound, the inner loop on the north side, the delays find you right at Georgia 400, really bunching up in Dorville around I-85, Spaghetti Junction, and no relief from the brake pedal until you get down to Highway 78, the Stone Mountain Freeway. 285 west and southbound, going to take you about 25-30 minutes to travel from Chamblee Dunwoody Road around to I-20, the West Freeway. Found some new trouble downtown, Kobe Dawkins.
Yeah, and at 7585 southbound before North Avenue, exit 249, it's a crash knocking out the HOV lane, adding to the delays past the downtown merge. And northbound rides, those brake lights starting just past Langford Parkway, getting to 10th Street. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any age, system, make, or model. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Hey, Belinda here with Dr. Ashraf from Atlanta Vision Institute to talk about a new procedure, permanent contact lenses. This is a game changer, isn't it, Dr. Ashraf?
It is for some people. This is an implantable Collamer lens. It's been around for a while, but this new technology is amazing. This is really good for people who in the past weren't candidates for LASIK. And remember, LASIK's been around for over 20 years. Technology is always advancing. So this lens is a quick procedure. We do it in the office. Vision recovers very quickly. You're back to work the next day. LASIK, it causes an inducement of dry eyes. This does not.
Ooh.
And unlike your contacts, there's no maintenance on this. There is nothing. You get up and go. It is permanent now. In the future, if you do need to remove it, we can remove it.
Oh, that's tremendous. Folks, is this something you're interested in to better your vision? Go to lensatlanta.com. That's LENS Atlanta.com.
If you're approaching or in retirement, listen closely. The stock market has been volatile. Are you tired of seeing your retirement account nosedive? With so much going on in the world, how can you be confident that your retirement is safe? Let me show you how. Hi, I'm Mitch Lyons, founder of Mitch Lyons Wealth. Retirement is meant to be enjoyed, but it's hard when you're not sure that your nest egg is safe. At Mitch Lyons Wealth, we wrote the book on protecting your retirement. It's called Retirement of Steel, and each of our clients enjoys a retirement of steel that can weather any storm. If you're not 100% sure that your retirement account is safe, Contact us today for a complimentary review. Let's see if the strategies that we're using to help people retire confidently can work for you. I think you'd agree 40 years of working hard and saving for retirement is worth this call. Call 888-471-3896, 888-471-3896, again 888-471-3896. MitchLyonsWealth.com, your best game plan to protect, grow, and win retirement.
Hey everyone, it's your buddy Shelly Winter here. Join me this Saturday at noon for The Car Guys with Kevin Deutsch from Butler Lexus of South Atlanta. Buy or lease, fix or sell, everything you want to know about cars, we will cover Saturday noon to 1 right here on 95.5 WSB.
Does it seem like it's getting louder and louder? Yeah, that's not supposed to happen. That noise is your garage door crying for help. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage and Entry Doors. Our highly trained technicians provide 24/7 service, upfront pricing, and free estimates. We service all major brands. Our products are warranted, and our work is guaranteed. We will treat you like our only customer. When trust matters, trust us. All the number 4 Seasons Garages.com.
You didn't choose to get in a wreck, but you can choose the best attorney. Trust the guys I trust, the strong arm, John Foy and Associates. Smiler Mark McKay here. They treat you with compassion and respect with zero upfront cost. If I got in a wreck, this would be my first call. JohnFoy.com.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 4:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by Hoffman Financial Group. Our top story, WSB Money Update. Inflation sending more Georgians to food banks.
Inflation is taking a toll.
Patrick Burke with Midwest Food Bank, a Peachtree City nonprofit, says demand has more than doubled here in the metro area.
Inflationary pressures, across the board are putting people into these scenarios.
He says the economic strain is especially bad in rural areas, with Georgia farmers facing challenges from tariffs to spending cuts. The head of the U.S. Department of Agriculture pays a visit today.
Following a meeting with state officials, Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins says she knows farmers are facing hardships.
This community has been very patient, but they're hurting, and we understand that.
Her visit comes as the USDA announces $1 billion in cuts for a program for schools to buy produce from local farmers.
So what we pulled back was money that had not been spent yet and had not been committed yet.
Rollins says they are trying to ensure that farmers who have already spent money from expected grants will get funding. From the state capitol, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
77 degrees in Atlanta. Clouds return tonight. Will they bring us any rain? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta's most accurate and dependable forecast coming up. This just in, a small child is accidentally shot at a home on Robin Hood Lane in Henry County this afternoon. Police are investigating the circumstances surrounding the shooting. The child is expected to survive. President Trump says we will be abused no longer. Speaking alongside the leader of Ireland today, the president is asked about responding to EU tariffs.
The EU was set up in order to take advantage of the United States.
Including Ireland? Is Ireland taking advantage of the U.S.?
Of course they are. I can't, I have great respect for Ireland and what they did, and they should have done just what they did. But the United States shouldn't have let it happen. We had stupid leaders.
The president says the U.S. will do reciprocal tariffs starting April 2nd. New numbers on inflation today.
Prices rose more slowly last month than expected. Prices up 2.8% from a year ago. They're still going up, but they're improving.
Reporter Rebecca Jarvis says tariffs on China are starting to impact prices on clothing and household furnishings. A much more stable day on Wall Street. Stocks finishing the day mixed after a two-day sell-off. The Dow ends the day down 82 points, but the NASDAQ and S&P both gain ground today. A new water plan in Douglas County for data centers. The county is considering using treated wastewater to supply water to a new center in the area. County Water Authority Director Gil Shiraus says this helps to conserve drinkable water.
Not that we don't have the capacity today to serve them, but it chews up capacity that we have planned for other uses, business growth, population growth, those kind of things.
They've been supplying another data center in the county with treated wastewater for years. New data from AAA as it discourages the use of marijuana while driving.
AAA says with the rise of pot use, this form of impaired driving has become more common, and it's leading to a greater risk of crashes, injuries, and deaths. A new survey of cannabis consumers shows more than half of them use pot an hour or less before driving, and nearly half believe they drive either the same or better when they use marijuana. Another Another AAA poll shows 38% would trust messaging about pot use and safe driving from cannabis companies and industry groups. Cheryl Castro, 95.5 WSB.
If your kids play soccer, a new study finds youth soccer leagues that have banned or limited headers have seen a 36% decline in concussions.
Researchers at Mayo Clinic, Arizona, call it an encouraging trend. In 2016, the U.S. Soccer Federation banned headers for players younger than 10 and limited the time players 11 to 13 could practice headers to a half hour per week. Before those changes, 8% of soccer injuries were concussions. After the rule changes, 6% were.
CBS's Michael Wallace reporting. It is now 4:34, and it is time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. Triple team traffic begins with Alex Williams.
Making some progress with this crash downtown, 7585 southbound at North Avenue, exit 249. Hero just held all lanes, getting it off to the right, so those lanes will be starting to open back up. Yep, they are right now, but either way, it's still going to take you a half hour from the 85-400 merge to get down to I-20. If you're heading into downtown or midtown out of Northeast Atlanta, there's a stalled pickup truck in the center lane, 85 southbound at Cheshire Bridge Road, Lennox Road, exit 88, slowing the ride back to North Druid Hills. Northbound on the connector, 7585 slows from Highway 166 Langford Parkway, breaking free before you get to 10th Street, exit 250 in Midtown. How's the ride on I-85 toward Gwinnett County, Kobe Dawkins?
85 north, you start to get slow at Chamblee Tucker Road, getting to Pleasant Hill Road, and a little bit of better news in Gwinnett, Buford Drive northbound before I-85. That work zone has cleared, but lingering delays remain. 400 northbound ride slow, leaving the perimeter, getting almost to North Ridge Road, and northwest ride 75 northbound. You're on and off the brakes starting before the South 120 loop, getting to Highway 92. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
This is WSB meteorologist Christina Upwards. Clouds return late this evening, overnight lows in the low 50s. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy with an isolated rain shower or thunderstorm possible, high 72. Friday, mostly cloudy with highs in the mid-70s.
Right now, it's 77 in Buford, 76 in Lithia Springs, also 76 in Fayetteville. More news at 5 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Your roof has been impacted. Heavy rain, strong winds, damaging storms. Home Fix It show host Dave Baker here. I recommend you get a free roof analysis from my award-winning roofer, Findlay Roofing. No obligation, no charge. FindlayRoofing.com. Roof.
At Superior Pro, we use the highest quality materials and the best techniques in windows, siding, painting, doors, and more. Visit SuperiorPro.com.
Superior Pro, the pros to know.
Treated unfairly by the police? George Stein, the DUI lawyer, can help. GeorgeStein.com.
The following is a paid commercial announcement.
There's a hidden tax costing hardworking Georgians over $5,000 every year. Governor Kemp's tort reform legislation will end this tax and lower costs for families. It will also protect victims. Listen to Governor Kemp.
The bill that I will sign is not going to keep anyone in this state from receiving the justice that they deserve.
Ensuring our justice system is fair and accessible and lowering costs for us. Tell Georgia's lawmakers, stand with Governor Kemp and pass tort reform. Paid for by Protecting American Consumers Together.
Scott Slade here to talk to you about your health, and I think it's real important to talk about what is most likely to kill you. Heart disease is the #1 killer of Americans, and the older we get, the more prevalent it is. But you can reduce your risk. Eat right, don't smoke, exercise, and be informed about what's going on in your own body. Like lots of potentially serious health problems, if you catch heart disease early, you vastly increase your chances of living a longer life. And that's where virtual imaging comes in. Virtual imaging scans take less than 10 minutes and screen with 98% accuracy for heart disease. Other scans, including brain and full body, are available too. Virtual imaging is locally owned and operated in Atlanta for over 15 years, so they can make you this terrific offer. A complimentary heart scan for you and your spouse with a few minimum requirements. So don't put this off. I've done it. Call Virtual Imaging today for your free heart scan. 770-678-SCAN. That's 770-678-7226. Or visit their website at virtualimagingatl.com.
No, it's like having a really dumb friend who keeps on trying to help you.
Yeah.
Let me help you. Let me help you. The AI that's in everything.
I could help you look that up.
I don't need your help, and you're dumb.
Are you sure?
Listen, I saw what you wanted me to... Yeah. Hey, suggested replies. You're not doing a good job.
You could always just say, thanks.
The AI now is trying to be like personalized with suggested replies, and it's just like it doesn't work at all. Thanks for the idea. I'll try that maybe next week sometime.
Mm-hmm.
How often is that applicable?
Now go away, please. Leave. You can't get rid of it, right? You can't shut it off on.
No, yeah, it's just
I think
like
there are certain services where you can turn it off.
it's just like a really dumb friend who keeps on helping you. I don't need you.
Hey, you want me to fill out this email?
No. I don't need. Not last thing I need is for you to answer back this group
Hold on, give me
email.
the keyboard.
Hey, congratulations to James Highflower of Dallas. Won 2 tickets to see Blackberry Smoke with Mike Campbell and the Dirty Knobs on Saturday, August 9th at Synovus Bank Amphitheater at Chastain Park. Tickets go on sale this Friday, March 14th at livenation.com. I believe that's one band. The way that I said it seemed like Mike Campbell and also the Dirty Knobs will be there as well. But I'm pretty sure it's Mike Campbell and the Dirty Knobs.
That's correct.
There we go. Very good. What is the
the reason why...
Tell me what's happening.
The reason why I brought...
Are you talking back to me?
I'm not talking
Are you
back.
talking back to me?
I'm not.
Are you trying to
Don't
start
get my
some...
pit bulls on you.
All right. See, here's the problem.
I want to hear those open mics.
No, you
about
do
the
not.
about the...
Yeah, I do.
You're just iniquitous. That's all I want to say.
Oh, clean.
Interrupting.
Iniquitous.
By the way, it makes sense. Hey, Autumn, languageologist. Guess what you didn't pick up on?
What?
When we were hitting iniquitous earlier, like anybody know what it is? Nobody knows what it is. You usually take these words, sound them out, think of other words, think of their roots.
I did think of another word.
Ubiquitous.
Ubiquitous.
No, I know, but what we missed was people often say that you're in a den of iniquity. Iniquity. That's it, right there. Iniquitous. There it is.
Iniquitous.
You're in a den of morally wrong
Iniquitous.
stuff going on.
Oh.
You could have thought of that.
Well, I can't spell it. Can you
Languageologist.
spell it again?
It's too late. I've already used it. It's over. It's yesterday's news.
Yeah, Z-E...
The box has been checked
Yeah,
on
it
him.
starts with a Z.
Yeah.
Diquitous?
It's silent.
It's a silent D. You're familiar. What's
behind the sheet.
What's the buzz? Tell me what's happening.
Tinder users can now use
Tender or Tinder?
Tinder users can now use an AI wingman. So if you don't have any friends that can help you out with your clever responses to your people
here
that
we
you
go. There it
match
is
up with,
again.
Don't give
there's
clever
AI.
responses.
Don't give-
Step 1, don't give clever responses.
Oh, why
Just
not?
respond authentically.
There are
Offer her money.
Oh, it's
many.
fun.
No, there are too many. Autumn is absolutely right. There are too
I
many
don't want
clever
your-
responses going on everything, all the time.
Platypus or octopus? Which one are you going with?
Whoa, I'm gonna get
Whoa.
That's so interesting. You asked me such a quirky question.
You think if you had to, you could jump back into the pool and get it done?
The
The dating pool?
I was always better in person. That was always my strength.
Yeah.
So I mean, even though the dating apps were around,
You never did a dating app?
Never needed
Never
to.
had to, walking around
Never
with that
needed to.
face of yours.
Well, no, no.
The ladies are like,
think it was
oh,
just
he
being-
looks like a Hanna-Barbera character. Hey, he's dreamy. He looks like a boss on the Jetsons. He's dreamy.
He doesn't look like Mr. Space.
No, he doesn't, but he does have that Hanna-Barbera
Yeah.
face look.
I just was always good about starting up conversations with people.
I know how
and-
you are.
And realizing
Sup?
whether or not there would be.
Sup?
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 Hey,
You down?
I was really good at of responding with questions in person.
Such as,
Well, go ahead. Ask sup.
what's up?
Yeah.
A match made in heaven, right there.
That's how she and
Shaw.
Travis met.
How did it take so long? And
Well,
that's why I am.
Travis and Autumn
got a
were-
couple good kids out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
they-
other than that,
They started as
He was-
as a Tinderella story.
no, they
No.
did not. They started
he
as
he was my teacher
Yeah.
for my astronomy
he
lab.
taught her how to have children. Because she didn't have any before she met him. So, isn't that what he taught you? He taught you how to have children.
He put a little
guess.
note at the end of the telescope that said, "Will you go out on a date with me?"
Oh, is that it?
He was
Hey,
like, look up at the stars.
yeah, it was the astronomy class at Georgia State. And he was what do you call it? A TI, a teacher's assistant.
Well, it's part of the grad program is that you have
Right.
to teach labs.
And he started to teach. He took. There was one student in one class that he took. He got focused on. That was Autumn.
That was me.
That
I
was
Had his
focused on him.
telescope on her.
Yeah, and she said.
No, it was the other way around.
I'm
I
gonna
drew
use-
him into my black hole.
That's right. Yeah. She said, "I'm going to climb up on this guy's back. He's going somewhere. I mean, my life is going
Hey, he's got a
nowhere."
girlfriend. I've got a boyfriend.
Yeah,
Eh,
doesn't matter.
does that matter to
I think he's
anybody?
going to do something in his life. I'm going to climb up on his back and have him carry me out of here. out of the slime of a life I've created for myself. Isn't that what you said, basically, word for word?
I mean, yeah, sure, yeah.
It's almost like I was quoting you, really, if you think about it.
Yeah, I mean, no, but yeah.
Yeah, but no.
Sort of.
Yeah,
maybe.
but like
Maybe
no.
kind of.
No, but yeah. I mean,
Those are the direct words that were in the DMs between
Yes.
her and her.
Yeah.
Those were our vows.
Da. I know I was
Yeah.
there. Tim wasn't there. Said he was gonna.
Invited.
Said he was
We
gonna.
RSVP'd, yes.
I forgot.
How, you forgot about her wedding.
I didn't have a date.
Oh, you just said so. If it's an ex-girlfriend and they're getting married, you can't show up alone because it says I'm a loser.
exactly.
Since you left me.
Big time.
Exactly.
Big time.
That makes
Can't-
sense.
Can't do that.
All your friends were there.
Who?
Me.
Eric,
Eric?
Lucky.
Lucky.
I thought you said my friends were
Church chick. Oh, well, you don't like Lucky? He
You were
listens. Wow, there's a problem with you and Lucky. We
There's
gotta
no
get him in
problem.
here.
You said friends.
I know, but you're
Friends talk
friendly.
every now and then.
Have you been ghosted by Lucky Yates?
I don't think so.
Is he ghosting you?
Yeah.
Well,
Is
it's,
that what's
it's
going
neither,
on?
neither party are speaking to each other. No one's
Exactly.
reaching
They're
out. so
ghosting
it's
each
not
other
like-
is what's happening. It's a double ghost.
He doesn't live here anymore, does he?
Yeah, he does.
Oh,
Maybe
I thought
if
he
you-
moved.
if
I
you-
thought he moved back to wherever.
No,
he's
he
from.
stayed.
Detroit?
He was up in Detroit for a while. Okay, now we're devolving into just a regular.
Yeah, nobody knows
conversation.
who I am.
What'd you have for dinner last night?
Me?
Me?
Oh, him?
Yeah.
A burger.
You had a burger? That's cool.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of
I
conversation.
can't even remember what I had to eat yesterday.
So that's see,
I was going to go, what did you eat?
see, that's the kind of conversation that Autumn would want to have on Tinder. There is somebody like
Yeah.
so- on
Tinder. It's not tender.
Tender.
That's what I'm saying. Tinder. Sorry,
Tinder.
Tinder. I gotta use my
Dates.
teeth. Tinder.
I'm trying to get her on Grindr, but I think she doesn't have the
Grinder.
Me?
Grindr. Yeah, she doesn't have. she
Oh, I
doesn't-
was on Grindr.
She wants to. Like, she has this intellectual side of herself.
mustache
But
on her
then
face.
she's like, well, it's for both, isn't it? It's
No.
For, it's only for gay guys.
It's for guys.
Oh, I thought it was
Yeah.
for
don't think they can
lesbians.
discriminate, though.
What's the lesbian one?
No,
Isn't there a lesbian one?
I don't know.
I'm not asking you for a joke.
Well,
I'm,
that's
I'm
all I
saying,
can think of.
I'm saying
It's also called Grinder.
I assumed that the gay app was for both gay men and
No, just women,
lesbians.
just men.
Plenty
No.
of fish.
Oh, you just had to say it.
Oh,
You just couldn't
It's
stop
a good
yourself.
dating app.
You are a shock
No.
jock wannabe.
I think
is
there's
what
one
you
called
are.
I've already
SC
been one.
Yeah.
I think there's one called SCISSR.
I'm seeing Pink Cupid. Pink Cupid is for lesbians.
Okay.
But it was like something. It's not
Relationships.
something that
Did you get my
everybody's
joke?
heard
Did
of,
you
though.
get
Is
my
my
joke?
point. My point is, it's
I
not
mean-
something that everybody's. Maybe lesbians don't use apps. Maybe they meet the old-fashioned way, like you're at a laundromat and somebody gets stuck in the dryer.
I would say more like the animal control. That's where you're gonna meet.
And what?
You're gonna meet somebody at the pound.
Oh,
or the Humane
you're
Society.
saying that you're going with the
control.
stereotype that
yeah.
lesbians love
They have so many
love
dogs.
animals, love dogs.
Everybody loves animals, Jared.
I don't
Okay.
love animals.
Except Eric, who hates all
I don't
animals.
hate animals.
Except
I
he,
don't,
cats.
he doesn't
I
like
don't-
pets, but he has 2 cats.
I don't wish anything bad upon any animals. I want everything to
No
be.
one said that.
But I just don't want. When I open the door, I don't want 2 dogs all over me. It's just like it's just not my thing. Nothing against the dogs. I want them all to have a. Do we love the dogs?
We love them, even
We
the
love
ones that
dogs.
lay in your bed all night snoring and
eating the
farting.
dog.
Yeah. Well, those are the ones it's time to get rid of. Alex Williams says there's a crash on 85 heading to Norcross. Yeah, and thanks to the police officer that was on scene with this one, Eric. They just held all lanes and moved it to the right shoulder. 85 northbound, Pleasantdale Road, exit 96. But it's put extra pressure on 85 northbound from Shallowford Road as you head up toward the Norcross area. Once you get past that, just some moderate volume up into Duluth. Then 85 northbound slows again on and off from Sugarloaf Parkway up to I-985. 400 northbound, you're slow from 285 up through Sandy Springs. And if you're heading toward the Midtown area, heads up, there's a stalled pickup truck in the center lane, 85 southbound at Cheshire Bridge Road, Lennox Road, exit number 88. Hero is on the way to that to hopefully get it off to the right. Been a slow ride on I-20 into Cobb County, Kobe Dawkins.
Yeah, and we're checking on new trouble. 20 westbound past Panola Road, exit 71. Seeing heavy brake lights stretching into Stonecrest. And this report is sponsored by Zenshi Handcrafted Sushi. Craving something fresh and flavorful? Discover Zenshi Handcrafted Sushi. High quality, affordable, and made fresh daily. Find Zenshi Sushi today at your local Publix markets, right by the seafood counter. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Buying a new car? Need help fixing your current car? What's the safest car for a first-time buyer? The Car Guys have the answer. Join Shelley Winter and automotive expert Kevin Deutsch this and every Saturday at 12 for all your car needs. The Car Guys, presented by Butler Lexus of South Atlanta. Saturdays at noon on 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Breda is best at keeping termites out. Complete protection with an unmatched guarantee. Plus, your termite rate is locked in for 10 years.
Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
It only happens once a year. It's always fun. It's our signature Sign and Drive event. All you got to do is sign and drive with no money down and no payments for 90 days. Plus, at Beaver Toyota, you'll receive exclusive Beaver benefits with your new car. Benefits like no-charge oil changes and car washes. And yes, even complimentary loaner cars and a lifetime powertrain warranty. It's our annual Sign and Drive event. Now, this is the way car buying should be. Only at Beaver Toyota. We're here to wow you.
Hey, if you've been thinking about selling your home, now is the time. With a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, now you can sell your home fast and for more than you expect. Hey, Sean Hannity here. One of the most stressful things about selling your home is not being able to control the timing. Now, Mark Spain Real Estate, they allow you to receive an all-cash offer and close in as little as 21 days. Just go to markspain.com to find out what your guaranteed offer will be. That's markspain.com, and you can start packing.
Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How retailers become seamlessly restocking, cyber-securing, must-visit shops. And how healthcare offices become the data-managing caregivers that we all depend on. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solutions, and Wi-Fi backup, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business. Powering possibilities.
Now through May 4th, new customers can get started with 300 megabit internet and Security Edge for $69 a month for 24 months. And ask how to get free installation on qualifying bundles. Plus, find out how to get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Requires enrollment in paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account. Equipment, taxes, and other fees extra. After 24 months, regular rates apply.
Some things get better with age, but not your home siding and windows. If your house is showing its age and needs a facelift, it's only going to get worse. New siding and windows are the perfect fix. Dave Baker here for my siding and window experts, Nelson Exteriors. With Nelson Exteriors, you choose the window that's right for your home and budget from many top-rated manufacturers like Andersen and MI. And Nelson is a licensed and insured James Hardie Elite Preferred Siding contractor. For unmatched quality and craftsmanship, Google Nelson Exteriors.
Seems everything costs more these days. Gas, groceries, and when's the last time you checked your wireless bill? Yikes. When it comes to big wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill. Plans start at just $20 a month, and that's not a short-term promo. But don't just take our word for it. Here's Jackie and Veronica, real customers.
I didn't know that I could get something for a lot less money that was actually better than who I was with before.
Anytime anybody complains about their cell phone bill, we say, you've got to check out Consumer Cellular.
Our U.S.-based experts will get you switched and saving in about 20 minutes. Just call or click to see how much you can save today. Because when it comes to big wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit ConsumerCellular.com. That's 1-888-FREEDOM or ConsumerCellular.com today. Real people paid to share their opinions in this ad. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing.
It's Ashley Frasca. When installing sod, freshness is key. It can be installed right now. You can trust NG Turf for the freshest, highest quality sod, like Rebel Supreme Fescue and Southern Blue. With multiple local farms across Georgia, they sell direct to homeowners. NGTurf.com.
Getting kind of focused on this Casey Hunt.
Oh, on the arena?
On the arena.
It's a great
She's
show.
got a good jacket game. I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm getting into the jacket culture.
Yeah, like Susie Orman.
Yeah, she's the one that we all look toward as the leader.
Yeah.
All of us jacket people. But I haven't really heard her speak much, Casey Hunt, because she's on the arena on CNN and sounds down. But she has this look. While other people are talking quite often, that just looks like, that look like a woman will give you, like it's that, Okay, weirdo.
Yeah.
Fine.
I've
That
seen
look. Okay. All right. I see that look at it quite often.
Here's a
but,
picture of her reading one of Jake Tapper's books.
Hey, listen, now we've got the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
We got the host of the arena reading a book written by the host of The Lead. And The Lead with Jake Tapper is
You
my
can't say
favorite
there's not
CNN show.
collaboration. That is good collaboration.
Listen, it's not collaboration
She's
so much.
That's exactly like the
She's
jacket.
wearing my jacket.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
You guys are pals.
Listen, I started this so many years ago and I abandoned it because the world laughed at me. But I remember in 1986, 85 or 86 for a while, starting in Western New York, the look of biker leather jacket with a white button-up shirt and a black tie.
Yeah.
Using the jacket, the leather jacket, as a suit coat. And I think I was ahead of my time because it's kind of coming back now.
Yeah.
Where you use the jacket
Tie
as a
skinny.
kind of a This, of course, it was 86.
Yeah.
Was the tie
Was
skinny?
it knit? Remember those ugly knit?
Was I a stand-up comedian?
Oh yeah, you had to have that. That's your only
No,
tie.
it was
Yes.
required. Of course, that's all I had.
You had to wear a tie when you went to
I had a gray knit tie, skinny tie, and a black knit tie.
Why did you have to wear a
skinny
tie?
ties in the 80s? It just
For
was the look.
comedy?
Yeah, well, it just was the uniform then. It's not like these comedians now who grab anything that's in the basket before they go on stage. Back in the 80s, we cared enough about the audience to make sure they saw somebody sharp with a skinny tie. Thank you very much.
No
We cared about our craft.
No statement T-shirts.
Show up on stage in a wife. Well, you can't say that anymore. What
Uh,
are those really
top.
called?
Tank
top.
yes.
You can't show up. I'm going to change it. I'm going to own it. You can't wear a wife lover anymore.
A lot of people wear those. Where did they get that?
No, I'm
name?
saying there's comedians who show up now.
Oh, I know.
There's that guy Stavros that you like a lot. I've seen that guy in tank tops more often.
In tank tops?
Well, not tank tops.
He wears
but-
them under a shirt.
No, that's what used to be called a wife beater. What is
Right.
that actually called?
A tank top.
Just a tank top.
That's a tank top?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a sleeveless
But
tee.
you've seen Stavros in one of those?
Stavros, yeah, sleeveless tee, like that.
Yeah, he must have been almost busting out of it.
I think of a tank top as something different. I think.
You think of a crop top by judging by your.
No. He doesn't have a crop top.
Thank God. Judging by your hand motion.
I'm saying comedians. Dress like you want to be there, for heaven's sakes. Can we get back to a little bit of show business? This damn pandemic. Nobody knows how to dress anymore, except for me and Casey Hunt. Alex Williams says there's a big jam on I-20 in Lithonia.
Watching the brake lights, passing the mall at Stonecrest in Lithonia. 20 westbound packs in right at Evans Mill Road. We've got a crash in the work zone past Panola Road, exit 71, blocking the lane, and that is keeping that ride slow. 20 eastbound, just sluggish out to Panola Road, exit number 71, as you make your way toward Conyers. The West Freeway, 20 westbound, on and off the brakes from the downtown connector, passing 285, then you're sluggish again into Lithia Springs and Douglasville. We've also been watching the brake lights through downtown, Kobe Dawkins.
Yeah, 7585 northbound. Brake lights packing in at Highway 166, Langford Parkway to 10th Street. 85 southbound. Better news heading towards Midtown. Stall cleared off to the right at Cheshire and Lenox Road, but delays remain heading towards the downtown connector. 75 southbound. Tough delay starting before Howell Mill Road, both getting to I-20. Triple team traffic, 95.5 WSB.
At D. Geller & Sons Spring Bridal event, picture this. 10 of the most exclusive names in engagement and wedding ring design with their entire assortments, not on a website, but right in front of you, ready to see, feel, and try on. And no matter what you choose, you'll get up to $3,000 off in event-only savings or 0% APR financing for 3 years. Next weekend, March 21st through 23rd, in Kennesaw and Sandy Springs. RSVP online at dgeller.com.
The following is a paid commercial announcement.
As a mother, I worry about my family's safety every day. But when horrible things happen, a robbery during a trip to the store, a company pumping chemicals into our backyard, or a truck driver asleep at the wheel, our loved ones deserve protection. But now, Georgia legislators are pushing a tort reform giveaway that would make it harder for families like yours to hold companies accountable when they cause harm. This bill is designed to make insurance companies even richer at a time when they are already making billions in record profits. Our families deserve better. Don't give insurance companies even more power to delay and deny claims. We need to ensure that those who harm us are held responsible. Join us and stand up for Georgia families. Visit forgeorgia.org to tell your legislators to vote no on the tort reform giveaway. Let's protect our right to seek justice.
Access to Justice for Georgia paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising. Forgeorgia.org. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee.
I'm Rick Julius, a partner at Cordell & Cordell. Divorce is more than just a legal process. It's a life-changing event that can impact your future, finances, and your relationship with your children. You've worked hard to build a life that you're proud of, and you deserve a legal partner who will work just as hard to protect it.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Atlanta area attorneys. 404-793-0000. 1 Glen Lake Parkway Northeast, Suite 975, Atlanta, Georgia 30328. Joseph Cordell, Principal Partner. CordellCordell.com.
For many of you, it's happening. Your hair's thinning, your crown's disappearing, and maybe hair loss has you feeling your identity is lost altogether. Well, I got good news. It's Advanced Hair's incredible yet simple one-day treatment that starts regrowing your own natural hair the very next day, and it's guaranteed to grow for life. It's Mark Aaron back with you. We've all seen the pills and lotions that come with monthly subscriptions. They help retain what you have, but what about regrowing your hair permanently in specific areas? From Advanced Hair's state-of-the-art facilities to their world-class physicians, it's not maybe your hair will regrow. It's guaranteed that your new hair will grow. You decide how much, how thick, and where. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, and I've seen their results, friends. For your free consultation, $250 off and 250 free hair grafts, call 470-660-HAIR. That's 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
News, weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 5 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by North Georgia Replacement Windows. Our top story, it is a WSB Money update and the impact inflation is having on Georgians. More people are going to food banks.
According to the United States Department of Agriculture, food prices are up more than 23% compared to 2020. And on top of that, everything else is costing more too. Patrick Burke with Midwest Food Bank, a Peachtree City nonprofit, said food banks are seeing huge demand right now.
Even in the metro areas, Atlanta specifically, we have some large agencies that are just seeing a huge uptick in the need.
He says the economic strain is especially bad in rural parts of the state. Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
And speaking of inflation, new numbers are out today. Bloomberg's Nancy Lyons says there are signs of cooling.
Prices in the U.S. are still going up, but at a slower pace. The Consumer Price Index for February shows prices up 0.2%, with the cost of gas, airfares, and cars going down. Grocery prices were little changed, but egg prices, they were up 10% in February from the previous month.
Wall Street finishing with stocks mixed today. The Dow losing 82 points, but the Nasdaq and S&P both gaining ground after 2 straight days of sell-offs. It is 77 degrees in Atlanta. Clouds rolling in tonight and not as cool. When does the threat for severe weather arrive? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. Romance leads to murder for a North Georgia couple.
Police say their investigation began when they responded to a possible drowning in a lake off Georgia 212 in Covington, but they quickly determined 54-year-old Colette Seas of Blairsville had been murdered. A search of a Broadnax Mill Road home led authorities to arrest her ex-boyfriend, 53-year-old Travis Abbott of Loganville. He's jailed on murder and concealing a death charges. No word yet on a motive. Steve Summers, 95.5 WSB.
A man wanted for murdering a pregnant woman in Philadelphia 4 years ago is arrested here in Atlanta. Justin Smith is accused of killing Diana Bryce, who was 21 at the time of her murder in March of 2021. After an attempted traffic stop earlier this week, Smith led Atlanta police on a chase before he was taken into custody and identified as a murder suspect. Smith will be taken back to Philadelphia to be prosecuted. With a growing number of data centers in Douglas County, they're considering using treated wastewater to supply cooling towers.
It's something the county is already doing at one of their data centers. Gil Sharaus, executive director of the county's water authority, says using the treated wastewater helps conserve the resource.
Not that we don't have the capacity today to serve them, but it chews up capacity that we have planned for other
uses, business growth, population growth, those kind of things.
The Water Authority is hoping to iron out an agreement to use treated wastewater from a facility in Cobb County. It's estimated that some large data centers can require millions of gallons of water every day to stay cool. Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
From tariffs to storm damage, Georgia farmers are struggling.
This community has been very patient, but they're hurting, and we understand that.
While in Georgia today, U.S. Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins does not make any specific commitments on possible relief for farmers dealing with the impact of new tariffs. The department recently announced plans to cut a $1 billion program for schools to buy produce from local farmers. The Atlanta Dream will open their home schedule this season against Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. Because of the expected high demand for tickets, the game will be played at State Farm Arena. The Dream normally play home games at Gateway Center Arena. This offseason, the Dream added 10-time All-Star Brittany Griner to their roster. The home opener against Indiana is scheduled for May 22nd. It is now 5:04. The Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, it's triple team traffic, and here's Alex Williams.
New trouble in Brookhaven, 85 northbound at North Druid Hills Road, exit 89. Stalled dump truck right in the center lane, and that is keeping the ride slow on 85 northbound as you make your way up from Midtown up through Northeast Atlanta. Elsewhere, 85 northbound slows once again from Shallowford Road as you make the commute up into Norcross and Duluth. 400 northbound, you're jammed in from 285 in the work zone in Sandy Springs up to Northridge. Secondary slow zone starts around Haynesbridge Road up past Windward Parkway. Toughest part of I-75 is going to be in Cobb County. You're going to start to slow right at North Marietta Parkway for the commute up to Highway 92 in Ackworth. Checking the ride on the south side, Kobe Dawkins.
Well, you're dealing with the stall, not blocking one left lane in DeKalb, 285 westbound, the inner loop at I-675, exit 52. And moving through Henry County, 75 northbound, you're slow starting at Highway 155, getting to Jodico Road. And southbound rides, you're on and off the brakes from 675 to North McDonough Hampton Road. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast, sponsored by Shoemate, the official plumber of Atlanta Homes. Here's meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Here's skies for the ride home this evening. Sunset around 7:45. Temperatures will be in the upper 60s, low 70s at that time. And the clouds rolling in for tonight, so not quite as cool. Lows in the low 50s. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, an isolated rain shower or thunderstorm possible, high 72. Friday, mostly cloudy, breezy, high 75. A few rain showers possible early Saturday morning. However, the strong to severe storms will arrive Saturday night into early Sunday morning. The time frame is 10 p.m. Saturday into 6 a.m. Sunday morning. A line of thunderstorms will be capable of producing damaging wind gusts that could knock down trees and power lines. In addition, tornadoes are possible early Sunday morning. So continue to monitor the forecast as we head closer to the weekend.
Right now, 75 in Decatur, 77 in Decula. It's 76 in McDonough. More news at 5:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Am I right?
I swear it was always like that.
Hour 3 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now. I was saying that I think Tim Andrews is the type of person who doesn't tell his doctor the truth, so the doctor can never really have enough information to actually help him, because he'd feel embarrassed saying, it's been like that for a few years. I just haven't done anything about it.
Just depends on the doctor. My one doctor who I've been seeing since 1997, I'll tell him the truth.
You tell him anything.
Yeah.
You tell him about crazy, weird fantasies you have.
No, I don't tell him.
Oh, he's not a confidant. He's like,
no.
As a doctor,
yes,
you will tell him everything that's going on.
Yes.
I tend to clam up at the doctor. Like, I forget about things that may have been bothering me. I don't know. I need to just
because you don't want to be a problem.
I guess.
That's how I am when I go to the doctor. I'm like, I don't want him to think I'm a complainer.
Yeah.
And I got to the point with one doctor where I could tell he was thinking that I was turning into some sort of, what's it called?
Hypochondriac. I know all about that.
But I'm not. I'm not. I just went through a period where there were different things that needed to be. But I could tell the last time I was there. He's like, oh, come on. All right, I'll look at your ears. Was it so hard to look at my ears? Is like a terrible thing that.
Is he ears, nose, and throat
he's a
guy?
GP. He's a general practitioner. They do everything. And nothing.
Yes.
In particular. Let's do this.
It's time for Wellness Wednesday with Dr. Joe.
Not a GP.
Not a GP.
Because he just lost that last patient.
That's right. That's it. I'm done, man.
He always does.
I have to go to reality shows now, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Go to reality shows.
What the heck? Yeah.
And, I heard that tort reform is in trouble. So I think your business is looking up for the next
Oh, well,
few
good.
years,
Okay,
Dr.
yeah.
Joe.
They've
Yeah,
had a
I think
lot of good people testify in favor against the tort reform.
Yeah. So I think it's going your way. I think you're fine. I think you're fine.
I can survive another day then. Yeah.
Dr. Joe is here because it's Wellness Wednesday, if you hadn't noticed. So Jared Yamamoto is going to toss some health stories. Right, Autumn? Right? Huh?
Right.
Yeah, she's still here. Come on.
All right.
Oh, you thought she wasn't here? She's here. You just heard her.
I'm always here.
Hold up that newspaper and let people know
What day is
that
it?
you're alive on this day.
You can't, this is an audio medium, so you can't see me blinking. So.
Yeah, it's not gonna. That's not gonna work. We're just gonna put one image up on our Insta. Do we have an Insta?
We sure do.
Does
Yeah.
the Von Hessler Doctrine has an Insta?
Sure does.
That's where all those
darn.
wonderful images go.
What images?
The images for every show that we make.
Oh, I've never noticed. I don't look for the Von Hessler Doctrine online, but you should. Don't we have a podcast? People should check that
You
out.
sure do. You can grab it wherever you get your podcasts.
Wherever.
I'm personally a Podbean guy, but
You always have been.
Yeah.
You love that company.
oh, love them.
Loves the bean.
He told me.
Well, Dr. Joe says it's good for me.
He told
it's
me.
got fiber.
Well, he's allergic to Apple, so he can't do that.
Yeah.
Can't get a pod apple. Podbean, good.
All right, what do you got?
Can you use an Apple phone?
There are.
He does have an
podcasts.
Apple phone.
Oh,
He
okay.
claims that he's allergic to apples, but he's got an iPhone. So
don't know.
you put it together. He's a liar. He's iniquitous. That's what he is.
Oh,
Just in case.
Well,
Iniquitous.
that means that you have to do the word of the day again because you just cancel out using it.
No, that doesn't.
Iniquitous.
You can't do that.
Just know this Jared Yamamoto is morally wrong. That's all you need to know. All right, what do you got?
From Yahoo Life, written by Corin Miller, she says this simple food.
The Yahoo Life. That sounds like a novel.
The Yahoo Life.
The Yahoo Life.
You're a bunch of dumb people.
My life is a Yahoo. No.
The Yoo-hoo life, if you drink chocolate milk.
Oh, that's not chocolate milk. That's chocolate water.
I love Yoo-hoo.
Yeah, I know. Terrible.
Made in my hometown. We had the only factory.
Yeah, that's great because that's the same area where they like what's it called? Egg milk, egg
cream.
Egg cream.
cream, yes.
That's what
right.
Yoo-hoo is, isn't it?
No,
Basically.
Yoo-hoo's
No,
it's-
Yoo-hoo's water and chocolate powder.
Who would want that?
We used to hop the
A
fence
kid?
and break into the trash cans and the dumpsters the cans were only half full and stuff, and we'd break them open and drink them.
Yeah, that's how you got started on this healthy lifestyle.
That was it, man. The Yoo-hoo got me.
Yoo-hoo kids, I didn't know anybody who liked it. It was in a fun
No, as a
can.
kid, it was good.
Ugh,
I
as a
liked it.
kid, it was terrible.
It came in a bottle too.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know, but it wasn't.
the
it was
glass
all
bottle was
watery.
neat.
I was looking for something like chocolate milk. It's all watery.
Yeah, the first one you
It's not
drank.
good. Ugh. I never
it
got
was-
past that first one. Does it get better?
I bought it because Yogi Berra did the commercials.
Well, why wouldn't you? He's a great baseball player.
Right.
Why wouldn't you drink
He
when
knows
he
drinks, yeah.
That's right.
If he's pushing it, you know that it's.
Oh,
that,
man,
that
listen,
it's
if
good.
Yogi Berra says, drink this
Yep.
crap, Tim Andrews is drinking it.
Damn right. That's why I bought the Reggie Jackson candy bar, which was horrible, but hey.
Oh, I remember that.
The Reggie?
The Reggie bar.
Yeah, the Reggie bar is fantastic.
Reggie Bark.
Thank you for that contribution.
Reggie Bar. That's it.
Don't say she
Funny
doesn't. Don't say she doesn't
Well, she gets
contribute.
paid per word.
Well,
Reggie Bark.
she gets paid to repeat what other people say in a funny voice.
Funny voice.
All right, what's the
Tell us
headline?
about
again?
Yoo-hoo.
So there is a big study that came out on butter this week.
Oh yeah,
And
big butter story.
Big butter story.
George
that
brought
came-
it to my attention.
It got published.
Careful, it's melting.
Have you seen the big butter study?
It got published in JAMA this week. But
Did you see the butter? Did you see the butter jam story?
Butter and jam.
They have found though
The peanut butter times.
They have found the crux of this article has found that
The crux.
if you are looking
More
for
like the crust.
If you
You're
if
nutty.
you are looking for it's starting. It's starting.
Yeah, that was smooth, Tim.
Jeff.
That made no sense. I know. It made me laugh. All right, yes.
So one of the more conclusive things that came out of this butter study was
The
that
butter study.
If you use soybean, olive, and canola oil, it can lower your risk of dying by up to 17% instead of using butter.
Wait, so no,
So you
see,
should use
okay,
soybean,
here's the thing.
olive,
Here's
and
the,
canola oil.
you are getting these things backward. If you want to tell us something that is going to grab people, tell them that butter in your diet
It's killing you.
will give you is a 17% more higher chance that you're going to die of anything.
Correct. And
That's
if you
how to grab people.
If you switch
not
to
tell them
soybean,
don't tell them in the headline how not to die. The headline is the place where you tell people that they're dying.
Well, you blame Corin Miller over at Yahoo Life.
Yeah,
she didn't
that
write a very
Corin.
good headline.
What was the headline again?
Doja's going to get her.
It says the simple food swap that can lower your risk of dying from any cause
Right.
by 17%.
Right. That's
By
the
any cause.
any cause. So the thing
You
is,
get
if
hit by a bus, less
you're-
butter.
Less butter. Well, you
Gonna
slide
win.
away.
Yeah, well, right.
Can I ask Dr. Joe a question? Isn't butter better for you than canola oil?
Well, that's the thing. When I read this article, and I am not a butter fan.
You're not a butter fan.
I'm not a
You're
butter
not a butter
fan.
man.
No. But, that being said, I'd have to say that organic butter is going to be better than canola oils and these polyunsaturated fats. And you don't hear me say that very often.
What about Butterface? How unhealthy is that?
Butterface. Oh, yes. I remember those days. Yes.
Absolute sweetheart.
I have to say this. I would rather live a few days less with butter in my life than to live a few days more without butter in my life.
Well,
As
soybean-
my mother-in-law, rest in peace, who died at the age of 91, told me a long time ago, butter makes everything better.
Yes. And they didn't say is it
And it's
organic
true.
butter. They didn't say organic or non-organic butter, but if it's organic
What about
butter.
oleo?
Oleo, whatever that was, right? Yeah.
Oh, that's oil.
Oils, yeah.
Margarine.
Yeah, margarine. Well, that's
Whipped up
the
oil.
that's the hydrogenated oils and the
Yeah.
polyunsaturated fats.
I
and
think you have some butter in your life.
If you
butter
want
is
to.
good. What's your butter substitute? And the fact that it has to be substituted tells you what you really want is butter.
That's right. There are plant-based olive oil ones that are probably better. I don't use a lot of them though because it still is those polyunsaturated fats. And
Right.
those are the bad ones for the heart and the brain and get into the mitochondria of the cell.
Yeah, but for the taste buds.
Oh, taste buds. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I remember the days, and they were good.
Oh, I know you still remember.
I do.
You hate being a vegan.
Oh God. When nobody's around.
He just stares. He stares at Denny's menus.
Yeah.
He steals them. He's got them at home.
I snuck
laminated.
upstairs. We had the free lunch today. They had grab one of those chicken sandwiches. Nobody was looking.
Yeah, right.
Out in
Yeah.
the car. Nom, 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 nom. Hey.
Oh, did you come for that?
I was already here. Well,
My goodness, Shelley Winter was here. So he's like, I came for the food.
I know I came 4 hours early for the food. It would have been cheaper for him to like work an extra hour and go buy his own food.
Yeah.
Than sit here and take a nap in the car. That's what he told me.
He's
Nap in
been
the
here since like 1 o'clock.
Yeah, no, before
no,
that.
before that, because I got here at 1 o'clock because I had a meeting.
Hey, when it comes to Chick-fil-A, it can push you to come and go to great lengths to get some Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, okay, but I do make money for a living, and there's 17 between my house and here, so I can probably afford my own lunch.
Free o'clock, baby. Free o'clock.
Oh, nothing better than free. Famous last words. Nothing better than free. Boy, I didn't see those henchmen coming from around the corner.
And it was for Employee Appreciation Day too. Well, which, by the way, what did you get us, Eric? We're technically.
I'm not your
employee.
boss. No, I'm not. You're technically not my employees. I'm not a boss.
How convenient that statement is, isn't
Am
it?
I? What's my position in management?
You are
host.
You are the host. Yeah.
That's not a management position.
Can you fire him?
No.
No.
I can't fire him.
Oh, okay.
I
Good
can
to know.
complain so much that he's not on the air with me, but I can't fire him. Alex Williams says there's trouble on 85 in Brookhaven.
And thanks to our hearing units, they have escorted that trouble to the right shoulder road with a stalled dump truck in the center lane, 85 northbound, North Druid Hills Road, exit 89. They held 3 right lanes, moved it off to the right, but you're still slow, leaving the 85-400 split there, heading up into northeast Atlanta. Elsewhere, just found new trouble on the Stone Mountain Freeway, right lane crash, Highway 78 westbound between Brockett Road and I-285. Elsewhere, we've been watching plenty of slow spots on I-20, Kobe Dawkins.
Well, crash remains in DeKalb County 20 westbound past Panola Road, exit 71. Seeing those delays stretch to Lithonia Industrial Boulevard. And we were just dealing with the stall that has since cleared 20 eastbound at Gresham Road, exit 63. And those delays are starting to improve. And on the west side of town, 20 westbound, you're tapping the brakes from Riverside Parkway getting into Lithia Springs. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
When traffic
No
hits,
traffic getting through in either direction.
the Triple Team Traffic Center has you covered.
Even the bridge over 75 is being held.
Your source for Atlanta's traffic.
Out of Spaghetti Junction along 285 westbound and a crash on Peachtree Boulevard 141 southbound before 285.
Brought to you by the Cool Ray Lifetime Parts and Labor Warranty.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
When you decide to buy a natural diamond, remember Tara Fine Jewelry Company in Beaufort is an authorized Hearts on Fire jeweler. Every Hearts on Fire diamond is a piece of art, carefully and thoughtfully selected and crafted, worthy of the kind of special occasions that come along a few times in a lifetime. My friends at Tara Fine Jewelry will show you how to accurately compare diamonds with their famous personal service, so you'll know you're making a good decision. You'll see why I've been a Tara Fine Jewelry customer for over 25 years. Tara Fine Jewelry in Buford.
WSB Atlanta, WSB BFM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
I'm here with Chris Hoffman, the founder of Hoffman Financial Group and host of Money Unleashed. Chris, with all the things we're reading, seeing, and living through these days, from rate cuts, election season, and now a new administration, now seems like a great time to make sure we have that comprehensive plan in place. You know, the one that covers all our financial bases.
There are occasions throughout the year where I feel like it's critical for people to engage their financial lives and get the information that they deserve from a financial advisory team. And this is one of those times, to be quite frank. So we ask that you call us if you have a minimum of $500,000 in your full portfolio. But we're going to do away with that minimum so that those folks can have an equal opportunity to understand what's in their portfolio as well. Now, you have to have some money, right? I can't help you to build your wealth at work, right? But I sure can help, I believe, with your 401k, IRA management. There's probably 2 or 3 things that'll surprise you that you may want to take action on. So the next 10 people that call in will work up either a portfolio x-ray, or if you feel like you need a full retirement plan, go to unleashyourmoney.com, click on portfolio x-ray, or click on full retirement plan. We think you'll be impressed enough, and we want you to become a client. There's no question about it. We believe that we are a very competent fiduciary advisory team, and we want to offer that to our listeners. Let Hoffman Financial Group actually show you how we perform, and I believe we perform at the pinnacle of this industry.
Call the Hoffman Financial Group at 404-737-3858, 404-737-3858, or online at unleashyourmoney.com. Investment advisory services offered through Brookstone Wealth Advisors, a registered investment advisor. Insurance and annuities offered through Hoffman Financial Group Incorporated, Georgia Insurance License number 163546.
Hey, Dave Baker here. Let's talk garage doors. Your garage door. Is it too loud or letting air in around the frame? Overhead Door Company of Atlanta will make it all better. In March only, they will perform their full 26-task garage door tune-up for just $79, and just in March. That's just $79 for up to 3 garage doors and openers. You need this done once a year anyway, so why not now and for just $79? Schedule now at overheaddooratlanta.com.
Focus Features presents Black Bag, starring Cate Blanchett, Michael Fassbender, and directed by Steven Soderbergh.
I can feel when you want Sheeny. I like it.
It's the perfect marriage of love and deception.
I watch her, I assume she watches me.
There's a traitor in the house. Find the leak.
Black Bag is the most anticipated espionage thriller of the year.
Who's the suspect?
Your wife.
Would you kill for me?
Black Bag, rated R, under 17, not admitted without parent. Only in theaters this Friday with special engagements in Dolby.
If you're a longtime Atlanta resident, I don't have to tell you, weather in March goes bananas. Hey, it's Mark Aram here. Spring thunderstorms rolling in, rain, wind, even hail. Want you to get your roof ready for these storms. Dr. Roof here to help you. Check out their March specials at drroof.com. That's drroof.com. Roof repair, roof replacement, heck, even siding and windows, they do it all. Be prepared this crazy March. Go to drroof.com, drroof.com.
All right. Dr. Joe is here. Hit us with another Wellness Wednesday story. You aging twink, Jared Yamamoto.
With pleasure. This may impact autumn here a little bit. Patience.
Always? Okay, this better be good. Why will it impact her? Because she's of the weaker sex?
Because this is a drug that's been prescribed to women only. It says patients who are prescribed drugs for restless leg syndrome, RLS, have said that doctors did not warn about the significant side effects of this particular medication, including
pooping all the time,
risky sexual behaviors, and compulsive gambling. So basically, they become sex addicts on this drug. So
Sex addict.
it's
Just
rock and a roll, right?
Well,
It's-
my legs are good though.
First of all, I want to know, before you explain this to me, what is the connection between restless leg syndrome? Because obviously something that this drug is doing, is there any connection between what causes that and your sex drive? Or
A direct connection.
Okay.
Oh,
Yes.
no.
See, I'm pretty good. I could have been somebody.
You could have been.
I
Yeah.
just don't want to work hard.
Study
At
the
it.
number.
I'm very good at sussing things out.
Yes.
And so I got that one just right. Can you just tell me how right I
I'll
was?
tell you how right you
Tell me
were.
how right I
When
am
I
on
read-
another subject that I know nothing about.
When I read the headline, I didn't see the correlation. But then as I read it, I said, makes perfect sense.
Okay.
They're dopamine agonists, which means it helps the body produce dopamine.
Dopamine agonist. That
Right.
sounds like you're in agony because you have too much dopamine.
Well, that's what could be. yeah.
Okay, so what is dopamine agonist?
Dopamine agonists work on the dopamine receptor sites and it increases the dopamine.
So
reaction.
what is the dopamine agonist in this situation?
It's the
It is
drug.
it is the drug.
The
that is-
drug,
that
right.
you're being given to
Right.
stop your restless leg.
Because dopamine helps suppress other nerves in the brain, and so
Okay.
it slows down the restless leg syndrome. And it's
I
also
see.
given for people with Parkinson's.
Okay.
And so dopamine suppresses those unnatural movements, but dopamine also gives you pleasure. And when you have pleasure, you might want to go gamble or have discriminant sexual
So
behavior.
you're being put. So basically, in order to get the legs to shut up,
right?
You're being put in some sort of like sexual mind
Yeah.
space, like sexual mood.
Hypersexuality is what they're calling it.
Ah,
here,
how's that
so-
sound, Autumn?
Good. Maybe I have
Hyper.
a restless leg.
My legs are so restless.
Autumn's going to the doctor tomorrow with her legs shaking. You know,
Oh,
Donnie,
no,
I don't
my
understand.
legs are so restless.
It says
Give me whatever you got.
pathological gambling, compulsive shopping, and
What's
hypersexuality.
pathological gambling? What is
It's got to be when you absolutely, totally know that you're going to lose everything, and you still. I don't know. Pathological. It means you're just. If I could suss that out, it's just that you are. You're just. You can't stop.
You can't
it's
stop,
at a-
right, yeah.
It resonates at
But
such
then
a deep.
what's-
It's pathological. It's, you know.
Yeah. When it
it's, part,
causes-
it's part of your pathos
when
at
it-
that point.
Yes, it destroys your life. Yeah.
Your-
One woman said she recalled leaving her house wearing a see-through top and jacket and flashing her chest to any man she could find.
Hell yeah!
Yeah.
What?
There
Again,
you
this
go.
drug, is it Ropinirole? Is that how you say it?
Yeah, I think that's how it's pronounced.
Ropinirole?
Yeah.
Rapinirole.
Talk to your
Not
doctor
the-
about Rapinol.
Side effects may include.
Not the other. Because it sounds like the date rape drug. What's that called?
Rohypnol.
Oh, that's yeah.
Rohypnol.
Rohypnol, yeah.
And then this is what's this called?
Rapinol.
Ropinirole.
Wrap it all up.
Ropinirole.
Ropinirole.
So it just releases all this dopamine in your brain. You know,
And
kind of
you
like
feel
what
like
certain drugs do. You know,
and you
get
just
this-
feel like going out flashing everybody in the neighborhood.
That's it. There you
What's
go.
wrong with that?
If
No
you-
harm, no foul.
No restless legs anymore. You're just
And
out
no
there having
restless
sex.
legs.
Well, you can sleep at night, and then when you wake up, you feel all sexy.
I found that I wasn't as good in bed once my legs started.
Oh, that's
stopped being
true. At your
restless.
age, that's probably a good
I was.
thing.
It was
Yeah,
helping
so-
with the.
little bonus.
Sorry, for the I don't know why. There's a punchline in there where the lady turns to the guy and says, "That's not my leg." Alex Williams is checking. I don't know what the setup is, but it's a good
You were
punchline.
workshopping there, Eric.
I gotta go backward. Alex Williams is checking the ride around 285.
And it's a slow one this afternoon. Starting on the south side, we've been dealing with a stall in the left lane, 285 westbound, the inner loop, right at I-675, exit 52, keeping the ride slow back toward Flat Shoals. Before you get there, the 285 eastbound brake lights start all the way back up at Georgia 400, and it's a rough ride from there over to I-85 Spaghetti Junction. Delays continue down toward Highway 78. If you're on the outer loop on the north side, 285 westbound, you jam in at Ashford Dunwoody Road over to Roswell Road, stay sluggish over to I-75 in Cobb County, and then moderate volume continues southbound on the outer loop through Smyrna Vinings to I-20, the West Freeway. Been a slow afternoon through downtown, Kobe Dawkins.
Yeah, that's correct, Alex. 7585 northbound, tough delay starting before University Ave, almost to 10th Street. 85 south, you are jammed at the Georgia 400 merge. And 75 south, brake lights packing in before Howell Mill Road, both getting to I-20. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any H system, make, or model. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
So you're losing your hair and you need a simple solution that works, but you want the best. It's Mark Arum here. Modern technology, top-rated physicians. You want something that's guaranteed to work. Guys, you need Advanced Hair. Advanced Hair has completely redefined hair restoration, from the experience itself to the unmatched results they produce. Receding hairline, bald spot, thinning hair, address them all with a simple one-day treatment in a calm, relaxed environment with experienced pros. Advanced Hair has performed tens of thousands of breakthrough advanced FUE treatments, and get this, your own natural hair begins to regrow the very next day. No one else in Atlanta can offer the advanced FUE found at Advanced Hair. Fix your hair loss today, starting with your free consultation, and you'll also get $500 off if you move forward. Call 470-660-HAIR. Refine your hairline with the team that's redefined hair restoration. And don't forget to ask about that Advanced Hair Guarantee, 470-660-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
EMC Security.
Meet EMC Security's hero of the home.
After some break-ins in my neighborhood, it got me thinking about my family's security. A friend recommended EMC Security, so I called them. Now I have peace of mind that my family is safe without having to sign a long-term contract.
Way to go, Sarah. Be the hero of your home with no contracts, fast and reliable monitoring, and rates as low as $16.95.
EMC Security. Smart protection for a safer tomorrow.
The Lloyd Advisory Group has a question for you. Is your retirement inflation-proof? Here's what we mean. In retirement, chances are you're on a fixed income with unpredictable expenses. So how do you not run out of money when the cost of just about everything continues to go up? You inflation-proof it. Financial advisor Mark Lloyd and the team at Lloyd Advisory Group can show you ways to help fight inflation so it doesn't outpace your income. Call us today at 770-766-5611. Inflation could take a huge chunk out of your retirement savings, but it doesn't have to. With some simple planning, inflation can go from being a major disruption to a minor annoyance. Call Mark Lloyd and the team at Lloyd Advisory Group now to start inflation-proofing your retirement today. 770-766-5611. That's 770-766-5611. Insurance products and services are offered through the Lloyd Advisory Group. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic.
95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 5:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by Overhead Door Company of Atlanta. Our top story, it is WSB News about your money and inflation taking a toll on Georgians. It is driving up demand at food banks in the state. Patrick Burke with a Peachtree City nonprofit says they are facing unprecedented demand.
Particularly this last year, from 24 into 25 now, probably at least another 20% increase over double digits from the previous year.
He says the economic strain is particularly severe in rural areas. And after months of soaring costs, CBS's Matt Bigler reports there is a glimmer of hope for consumers.
Like many grocery shoppers, Mary has gotten used to buying only the necessities.
I get what I need. I don't even look at prices.
But prices are actually coming down for many items like cereal, tomatoes, cupcakes, and cookies. Inflation dropped to 2.8% last month.
Things have been surprisingly not as bad as I thought they were going to be.
But Stephen Strathouse is concerned the relief will be short-lived.
Now we got these trade tariffs coming up, which is I'm worried about.
Tariffs are widely expected to raise prices for consumers since importers usually pass along the added costs to shoppers.
77 degrees in Atlanta. Rain chances return tomorrow. What about the threat for severe weather this weekend? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. On the subject of tariffs today, President Trump says during a meeting with the Prime Minister of Ireland, he plans to respond to EU tariffs.
The European Union treats us very badly. They have for years. I saw that. I had it out with them in my first term. It did well, but we had to solve other problems, and we did. But European Union's been very tough. And it's our turn.
The president says the U.S. has been abused for a long time and will be abused no longer. As Georgia farmers deal with hardships from tariffs and spending cuts, the head of the U.S. Department of Agriculture comes to Georgia today.
Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins says the administration knows farmers face challenges.
The president is extremely focused on what this will mean to our farmers and our ranchers.
Her visit comes after the USDA announced plans to cut a $1 billion program for schools to buy produce from local local farmers.
Multiples of grants had already been moved out under that program.
Rollins says they are trying to ensure that farmers who have already spent money from expected grants get their funding. From the state capitol, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
A small child is accidentally shot at a home on Robin Hood Lane in Henry County this afternoon. Police are investigating the circumstances surrounding the shooting. No word on the child's condition. New information on the dangers of driving while high on pot.
AAA says it strongly opposes people driving under the influence of marijuana, saying its effects can profoundly compromise a person's ability to safely control a vehicle. The Auto Club conducts new surveys of cannabis users. One of them finds 38% of users would trust messaging about pot use and safe driving from cannabis companies and industry groups. The other poll shows more than half of them use pot an hour or less before driving, and nearly half believe they drive either the same or better when they use marijuana. Cheryl Castro, 95.5 WSB.
2 astronauts stuck on board the International Space Station since June are set to make their return trip home this week. Finally, now NASA's SpaceX mission is scheduled to launch from the Kennedy Space Center this evening. It's carrying a 4-member team to the ISS, where they will relieve Butch Wilmore and Sonny Williams, who have been on the station since their Boeing Starliner spacecraft was deemed unsafe. The Georgia Bulldogs begin play in the SEC basketball tournament in Nashville tonight. The Dogs taking on Oklahoma, with tip-off set for around 9:30. Our pregame starts at 9 here on your home of the Dogs. If Georgia wins, they advance to play Kentucky tomorrow night. It is now 5:34. This news sponsored by John Foy and Associates. Time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. Triple team traffic now begins with Alex Williams.
Looks like we got some new trouble on the West Freeway, 20 westbound Riverside Parkway, exit 46. That's just going to add to the already slow ride coming out of West Atlanta and leaving I-285. Over into Cobb County, we've had a lingering crash, 20 westbound past Panola Road, exit 71. You're stacked and packed from Evans Mill Road coming out of Lithonia. If you're traveling on the south side, 75 southbound, I'm seeing those delays from Central Avenue, breaking free once you get south of the perimeter through Forest Park, and then 75 north and southbound, a little sluggish in Henry County between Highway 155 and Jodico Road, exit number 222. Watching some brake lights to the northern suburbs, Kobe Dawkins.
Well, 75 north, seeing heavy delays beginning before South Marietta Parkway, and those delays start to break free getting into Ackworth towards Highway 92, and 400 northbound rides, you're slow from I-285 nearing Northridge Road. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Clear skies for the ride home this evening. Sunset around 7:45. Temperatures will be in the upper 60s, low 70s at that time. And the clouds rolling in for tonight, so not quite as cool. Lows in the low 50s. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, an isolated rain shower or thunderstorm possible, high 72. Friday, mostly cloudy, breezy, high 75. A few rain showers possible early Saturday morning. However, the strong to severe storms will arrive Saturday night into early Sunday morning. The time frame is 10 p.m. Saturday into 6 a.m. Sunday morning. A line of thunderstorms will be capable of producing damaging wind gusts that can knock down trees and power lines. In addition, tornadoes are possible early Sunday morning, so continue to monitor the forecast as we head closer to the weekend.
Right now, 77 in Norcross, 79 in Brazelton, 76 in Palmetto. More news at 6 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hey, here's a shout out to my hard-working people on the outdoor job sites, construction, landscaping, and of course, road work. Hey, it's Smiley Mark McKay for John Foy and Associates, the Strong Arm. If your hard job has been hard on you and you get injured, call in the Strong Arm. John Foy has a team of experienced attorneys with a winning track record who specialize only in fighting for injured workers. Get your free case evaluation with zero upfront costs. JohnFoy.com.
The following is a paid commercial announcement.
As a mother, I worry about my family's safety every day. But when horrible things happen, a robbery during a trip to the store, a company pumping chemicals into our backyard, or a truck driver asleep at the wheel, our loved ones deserve protection. But now, Georgia legislators are pushing a tort reform giveaway that would make it harder for families like yours to hold companies accountable when they cause harm. This bill is designed to make insurance companies even richer at a time when they are already making billions in record profits. Our families deserve better. Don't give insurance companies even more power to delay and deny claims. We need to ensure that those who harm us are held responsible. Join us and stand up for Georgia families. Visit forgeorgia.org to tell your legislators to vote no on the tort reform giveaway. Let's protect protect our right to seek justice.
Access to Justice for Georgia paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising for Georgia.org. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee.
If you've been thinking about selling your home this year, now is the time. Hi, this is Mark Spain, and our offers are the strongest in the industry. When you receive a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate, there's no showings, no open houses, and no stress. Our guaranteed offer keeps you in control. One of our clients, BR, said, Mark Spain Real Estate sold my home within 30 days. I definitely recommend them to my friends and family. Trust the top real estate team in the U.S. and find out what your guaranteed offer would be. There's no obligation. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today. That's markspain.com and start packing.
When it rains, you need to make sure your home is protected from the ground up. That means starting in your crawl space. Water in your crawl space can lead to problems in your house. Crawl space issues? Visit aquaguard.net today and book a free inspection. Remember, AquaGuard.
Is painting the house on your project list? Make this the last time you paint with Rhino Shield, backed by a 25-year warranty.
Don't paint, don't vinyl, go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
All right, that guitar tells me it must be Wellness Wednesday. That guitar tells me, Eric, you must be right in the middle of Wellness Wednesday with Dr. Joe.
And I believe
Am I correct?
I believe you have a cauliflower dinner heading your way.
No, I don't eat cauliflower.
Why not?
Because I don't like it.
Have you ever had it?
No.
Oh, I don't like it. I've never had it.
I don't like the way it looks.
Which could lead us to another question, which we won't ask.
Huh? I'm an open book. No, I don't like the way it looks. It looks like fungus or something.
We can bread it and fry it if you want. You know, you have the palate
bread
of
and fry anything.
You have the palate of a 5-year-old.
A child.
You know?
Exactly.
You really
I
do.
have
Yeah.
the palate of a child. I don't run from
One
that.
hamburgers and broccoli and maybe a banana. That's it.
If Eric goes to lunch with you, what's he gonna have? Probably
Burger.
the cheeseburger.
Mm-hmm.
If we're in a higher end restaurant, if I'm lunching with the hoi polloi, say like Wes Moss.
Oh yeah.
Well, then
I know
I'll
the
order a
options
good
you're gonna
steak kind of thing. Yes. What's the option?
I know the different things you'll order.
At the fancy places.
Well, just any places. You've got like 3 things. So you'll get a cheeseburger.
Yeah, that's ubiquitous. That's
Emu burger.
Standard. You'll get a Caesar salad.
That
like
is
a chicken Caesar salad.
Yeah, sure.
That has
I will do
fiber.
that.
That's surprising. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I like
and
good
you'll
chicken
get
salad.
a chicken Alfredo with broccoli.
Yeah, I'll get and also beef and broccoli. I'll go for.
Yeah, but that's
Go international.
I just like Italian food. I don't know why we're talking about the things that I like, but I like those things.
Okay.
And
The audience wants to know.
Beef and broccoli is like.
I hope
What
so.
are you talking about?
Because otherwise, I'm out of work.
Yeah,
I got nothing else to talk about. I'm just out. I'm talked out.
Yeah, you don't go out. You
I don't
have,
care
You
anymore.
can't say, "Oh, I went to a concert. I had this
Yeah.
event. I went home. I came back to work."
Oh
Yeah.
my God, I don't care anymore.
Okay.
I wake up every day. There's 9,000 new headlines about what the administration did last night. I'm like,
Have you ever eaten that steak and shake?
I'm supposed to respond to the steak and shake, and RFK is
Beef tallow.
apparently breathing in children's faces to try to make them get the measles. Is that what's going on? That's what I'm reading.
I
Is
got
it-
RFK
Is
at
he
the-
going around from?
He's got
is he-
blankets.
He's going. Yes, he's going to daycare centers.
Smallpox is making a return. Here's a blanket.
Apparently throwing measles on top of children now. I don't.
Other companies, Steak and Shake has been great. We're very grateful for them for RFKing the French fries. They turned me into a verb. But also Popeyes.
By the way, a plastic straw. Thank you. Thank God. I can't stand those paper straws. I hate them.
Nobody even does it anymore, do they? The paper straws?
There are a
They
few
have
places.
it's not plastic, but it's sort of like plastic.
Yeah.
Certain fast food restaurants use them. I just don't even use them. I use a metal straw.
Ted's did the paper straws for a while.
Yeah, they get weak.
And especially against that great lemonade. It's very acidic.
Yeah, he eats away at it and tried doing a milkshake through that.
Yeah.
Ain't going nowhere.
Well, you're not even drinking a milkshake anyway.
just
What
a-
are you,
I
fantasizing
can-
over
I-
there,
I-
Dr.
I-
Joe? When was the last time you had a milkshake?
Look at his.
Who was the
his
president?
Hands are shaking.
Hands are shaking. I
Who
thought
was,
about it.
yeah, thinking about it. Who was the
God.
president? Who was the president of the United States the last time
39
Dr.
years ago.
39 years ago.
Reagan?
Was that
Okay.
Reagan or Clinton? Reagan.
Reagan.
There you go.
Ronald Reagan.
Me and Ronnie, we had a milkshake. I've been to his grave, you know. I've been to Ronnie's grave.
What? And did you tell him?
I told him. I said,
I
me and-
enjoyed that last
That was
milkshake.
Thanks for visiting me. Please leave a message and I'll get back to you as soon as I'm back on the planet.
Yeah, he's out.
He's got a great view. He's up on the hills in Los Angeles.
Yeah,
Beautiful
absolutely.
View he's got. Yeah. Mhm.
What a great place to view all those fires.
People say he's got a great view, but then there's that other part.
Oh, that's 6 feet of
he's dead.
dirt above him. Yeah.
Jared wanted me to remind you that I have a great TikTok shop where you can buy I'm selling Dr. Joe's miracle cures.
That's why Ronnie and I go back, You
are basically business partners.
Yeah, we are, yeah. He doesn't take a lot, so I like him as a business partner. He's a very small percentage.
Well, he still thinks it's 1940. So.
That's right, yes.
All right, so what do you got?
From the Telegraph, the mystery of why women age better than men may have finally been solved.
We
right,
all
Dr.
know
Jones?
why women age better
They
than
don't
men. They do
age
because,
better.
well, they live longer.
They don't,
and that's
age-
because the
different.
husband busts his behind for 40 some odd years
could be
and then
canceled,
says
Eric.
it's time to retire, and then his heart's all like, oh, remember all that stress you took at work building this empire for your wife and children? Well, you're done.
And she gets to
And
take
the
it.
wife, she's like glided through life.
Yeah, she gets a,
Like,
gets a,
oh,
gets a boy
okay.
toy and goes on with her life. Yeah, exactly.
She's had her little
Is Jared,
affairs along the
is
way.
Jared too old to be a boy toy now, you think? Is he
Yeah,
past-
he's too old. He's
Yeah,
too old.
you
Yeah,
past-
he's at that. He's at the.
Not for me. He's just a sweet young man.
Oh, I love you, Ruth.
He's
oh,
at-
oh,
You
yeah.
want another beer?
Oh, yeah. Come on,
Got a
Ruth.
Nice heavy IPA here.
He's right there. He's right there at the crossroads.
He's
of
cusping, huh?
He's
Well,
not
Got
looking
student
old.
loans?
What's interesting is
What year did you graduate high school?
You know,
No,
she
that
will.
would be-
She will take care of your student loan. That's one of her
2008.
moves.
Listen.
2000 what?
2008.
Oh,
When I was in college, I had a woman offer to take care of my student loans for me. I was 20 and she
Jeez,
was like
how ugly was she that you
39.
said no?
Yeah, she was. I thought about it for a second. I can't do that. No.
That's what was the Faustian bargain? You had to be with her for the rest
Yeah,
of your
she
life.
said, "Come live with me. I'll take care of your loans. I'll get you a car."
You do it for a couple of years.
Thinking
Do
back,
it for a couple of years.
Yeah, what the heck?
And then she suddenly disappears. Nobody knows what happened.
I'm Italian. I got
You
relatives.
move
right?
on.
I make
You
a
move
call.
on with your life.
Little guy.
You want me to get rid of that old bag you've been screwing around with? All right.
Has she paid off all your bills?
You paid off all your bills. That's
All right.
good. Did you cover the VIG?
Unfortunately.
Unfortunate looks. You offered. I mean, you were coming out of like doing your doctoring stuff. Bills.
I was in doctor school. I didn't have a car. I was walking to school, bicycling to the grocery store, and she said, "I'll
my
take care of
gosh,
everything
she must
for
have
you."
been ugly as hell.
Well, yeah, it's funny. She was like 39 or 40, and I thought, "Oh
Yeah.
my God, that's so old."
Yeah, she probably was.
Now a 39-year-old won't even look at me.
Yeah.
So-
Autumn won't look at you, and
No.
she's like 50.
Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah.
Where are you?
Autumn, tell me you'd look at me. Just make me feel good. Come on.
I'd look at you.
There you go. I feel better now.
Just so she could remember for the police sketch.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be
6
that
foot
looking at you
tall,
where
yeah.
like I look you up and down. I'm like,
Okay. That's what women do. That's why they look at all of us.
Oh, I thought they were checking us
First
out.
thing they do is they put a police sketch in the back of their head. Which, by the way, who can blame them? Men are horrible. So
That's right.
you
Yeah.
can't
So
blame them.
yeah.
we're in
yet,
constant danger of being
They
overpowered.
keep coming back. They keep coming back. No
The
matter
ladies?
how bad we are. They
Well,
keep coming back.
That's because you want to know why? You want to know why,
Why?
Jared?
Why?
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. Because they need it.
Yeah.
That's why.
You dang right.
Alex Williams.
We never got to the article here.
Oh, what? What was the article?
The article was they may have found the secret why women live longer than men.
That's
oh,
a tease.
well, good. Okay, now it's a tease.
Okay.
Or maybe Alex Williams will tell us. He's busy. He's busy. He says
He's
there are,
working.
unfortunately, 2 crashes
Alex.
on I-20 in DeKalb.
Keeping us busy in here, that is for sure, Eric. We've got one crash, I-20 westbound, coming out of Lithonia over toward Wesley Chapel Road, exit 68. That's been blocking at least one lane for far too long, and it has cooked the ride from Turner Hill Road. I'd go ahead and think using Covington Highway as an alternate. Once you get past it, you break free, only to slow again inside the perimeter, 20 westbound from 285 to this new crash in 2 right lanes before you get to Candler Road, exit 65. No better on the West Freeway. We've had a crash working 20 westbound Riverside Parkway, exit 46. Those delays start back inside the perimeter in West Atlanta at Holmes Drive. We're taking a look at the ride through downtown with the help of Kobe Dawkins.
Well, 7585 southbound, you start to get slow before the downtown merge, getting to I-20, and northbound rides, you're slow from University Ave to just before 10th Street. And this report is sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 99.9 95.5 WSB.
Topical.
I feel for you if you've been working from home.
Local.
And I needed to file with my taxes this police report.
Getting you through your morning.
That offer, by the way, was like, we feel bad, here's $30K.
Mark Arum.
That should have been in the email.
Mark Arum.
Tomorrow at 9 a.m.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
I'm thrilled with my Infinity from Marvin Fiberglass Windows. Hi, it's meteorologist Glenn Burns inviting you to North Georgia Replacement Windows' brand new Alpharetta showroom. I was blown away. Bring your window and door project to life here. See the fiberglass difference in person. Your stress-free experience includes a quick, accurate proposal, no pressure. Window and door shopping made simple.
Infinity from Marvin, replacement windows, yeah.
O'Reilly.
Stop by the new O'Reilly Auto Parts in Dallas on Ridge Road across from Publix now through March 25th for the grand opening sale. You'll get 2 times O Rewards points on select purchases, including 5 quarts of any Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil to get to your next reward twice as fast. And buy one, get one free Coca-Cola products at your new O'Reilly Auto Parts.
When you're leaving the house, do you plead with your garage door? Please open, please open. Hi, I'm Dan Watkins, owner of All Four Seasons Garage and Entry Doors. Let us take that anxiety away with one quick call. Our highly trained technicians will get to the bottom of your garage door issues. It could be a simple repair, a malfunctioning opener, or maybe just needs a tune-up. But if it's time for your garage door to be replaced, we'll make that easy too with upfront pricing and free estimates. When trust matters, trust us. All the number 4 Seasons Garages.com.
Spend an evening with James Taylor and his all-star band. The American icon is back on tour. Saturday, September 6th, Synovus Bank Amphitheater at Chastain Park. The multiple Grammy Award-winning James Taylor and a night full of his biggest hits with special guest Tiny Habits. Tickets on sale Friday at 10 a.m. at livenation.com. Spend the night with a friend. James Taylor.
Imagine this. It's 10 o'clock and time to go to bed. Scary, right? It might be, especially if you fear the chance of an accidental leakage and skin irritation. Well, if that's the case, you need to try Tena Sensitive Care Overnight Pads. Its skin comfort formula acts as a barrier to help protect your skin and provides triple protection against leaks, odor, and wetness, helping you feel secure throughout the night. With Tena Overnight Pads, your nights will be smoother and your days brighter. Try them now and have a smooth night.
Hey, Dave Baker here. Let's talk garage doors. Your garage door. Is it too loud or letting air in around the frame? Overhead Door Company of Atlanta will make it all better. In March only, they will perform their full 26-task garage door tune-up for just $79, and just in March. That's just $79 for up to 3 garage doors and openers. You need this done once a year anyway, so why not now and for just $79? Schedule now at overheaddooratlanta.com.
Seems everything costs more these days. Gas, groceries, and when's the last time you checked your wireless bill? Yikes. When it comes to big wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill. Plans start at just $20 a month, and that's not a short-term promo. But don't just take our word for it. Here's Jackie and Veronica, real customers.
I didn't know that I could get something for a lot less money that was actually better than who I was with before.
Anytime anybody complains about their cell phone bill, we say, you've got to check out Consumer Cellular.
Our US-based experts will get you switched and saving in about 20 minutes. Just call or click to see how much you can save today. Because when it comes to big wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com. That's 1-888-FREEDOM or consumercellular.com today. Real people paid to share their opinions in this ad. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing.
Yeah, it's true. It was quite frightening.
I started putting the blame on you, huh?
Yeah.
Is it your fault, Eric?
No, I put the blame on myself.
Oh, okay.
It didn't take long. Thank you.
Yeah.
There was just a little bit of time there. I'm not going to explain it to the audience.
Mics are hot.
You want to know why? Because they have no right to know. Now, you were saying, Dr. Joe, before we left, something turned into a tease.
Yes.
It was from Jared Yamamoto.
That's right. The mystery of why women age better than men may finally be solved.
Okay, what's
guys.
the real reason? I gave you the joke reason.
Right. Well,
'cause
women have XX
men work
chromosomes,
their asses off.
and they only need an X. They don't need XX. So they're thinking that.
Hold on a second now. Say again.
They have XX chromosomes.
Yeah.
Right. And
Men.
No, women.
Women.
Right.
Women.
Men have XY.
Correct.
All right.
And so this X, they think there's an unused X chromosome that actually comes active in later years, and that seems to be protecting their brains.
Oh.
And so that's why they age better.
So are they triple X then, or is it
They
just
still have the
second
brains
X?
of a woman, though,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
No,
Well,
no, 2 X's.
They
two
still have the
X's, yeah.
brains of a woman.
Yeah. Well, you can say that. Yeah.
Smarter.
I want to keep my job.
Correct.
I'm afraid to go outside.
All I
Right,
said,
they're
hold on,
smart.
wait a minute. What was scandalous about what I said? I'm asking for clarification. They still have the brains of a woman. That's not a judgment or
My 40
anything like
My
that.
40 years in practice says yes.
I
there's-
love women.
Why do they grow beards?
Who?
Testosterone.
Sometimes older ladies grow
the
beards.
estrogen
Because the
drops.
estrogen drops.
Yeah,
Oh.
the testosterone then relatively goes
That's
up.
why I
and-
call them my wise whiskers,
Yes.
because the older I
Oh.
get, the more wise I get, but also the more whiskers I
Oh,
get.
and then like,
Okay.
don't you want that to speed up? Don't you want a face full of whiskers? Because then everybody would know how smart you are.
Oh.
And it would kind of be fun to pluck them, because
Yes.
I enjoy them growing back in and feeling them. Ooh.
I get to play with them,
Oh,
right?
you
yeah,
like that,
roll
that
them, yeah.
Velcro feel?
Uh-huh, yeah.
Start to
Well,
come
yeah,
back
just touch
out.
them. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, I can't wait for a red light.
This is so
You know, when I'm
erotic.
driving in the car and the sun's on your face, that's the best time to pluck.
Yeah.
So erotic.
Now we have
Listening
beards.
to women talk about plucking
yeah.
hairs from their face.
So if we have
Well,
beards, that means we're really
such a
smart.
turn on.
Yeah, I guess so.
No, that's the opposite.
No, it's
too
the
much.
opposite.
Oh, okay.
The less hair you have, the smarter you are.
Oh, so Jared, there you go. Jared wins this one. We Italians, we have no hope.
I am up to shaving once a week now. I was shaving
Are you really?
only
That's great.
once
You're
every 2
36,
weeks.
7. What are you?
Your voice will change soon.
My voice is getting deeper. Come on.
Hey guys, solo moto.
Yes, but also you got all the hair on your head, so I think actually balding men are probably smarter.
Oh,
than those.
okay. All right. You want to twist it
I'm
around?
just
huh?
guessing.
Okay.
It's okay.
I'm just
I know.
guessing.
I love those stories that come out where they're like, men who are bald are actually sexier than every other man. It's like
Well, hell
some
yeah.
bald man found that study.
That's right.
That's
yeah.
right, yeah.
Women love. Hey, women. Here's a study for you. It
Turns
turns out
out.
you love men who look just like me. That's my latest
Whoa.
study.
Wow, there you go.
You like
and
fat
penis
bald
size
guys
in America has
Yeah.
definitely gotten smaller, which women seem to love.
Oh, they are. Well, that's probably true. That's probably true.
Dad bods.
I don't want to speak for the ladies, but
Yeah. We don't have dad bods, so we're not sexy apparently. So
I have a dad.
Who doesn't
bod.
have a dad bod?
I've never seen.
First
our
of all,
shirt,
we're
Jared.
granddad Bob.
Yeah, we're
Bobs.
granddad bods.
Granddad buds.
Granddad Bob Bod.
It's like when I see that, so I have to remind myself how old I am. Like, how dare they say I have a dad? Oh, I'm not. I'm 60.
Do you have like a granddad
bod.
butt?
Do I have a granddad butt? I've always had a granddad butt. You know that about
Oh.
me. I've never had a butt.
Oh.
I've always
Well, I've
had.
never thought about your butt.
Well, now you
Well, now
have.
you are.
Well,
There
that's
you go.
interesting. You just asked
Now
a
I'm- now
question.
I'm really
You just-
picturing your
you,
butt.
You simply asked. You just asked a question about my butt, and now you're telling me you've never thought about my butt. Why
Until
would you
now.
ask a question when
Mark the
I
day.
think you've been thinking about my butt for years now?
What's that butt doing?
Alex,
sitting right now.
There it is. You like that? Alex, what? Oh, I'm sorry. Dr. Joe. Let people know how to get more Dr. Joe.
Sunday nights, 8 to 10, right here on WSB. If you have any health questions, you want to make an appointment, my website, which is full of information, 4,000 hours of content, Dr. Joe, drjoe.com.
Thank you, Dr. Joe. Alex Williams says there's a brake light battle brewing on I-20 in DeKalb.
Yeah, been a hot mess all afternoon, and that continues, Eric. Crash been blocking a lane, I-20 westbound, past Panola Road, exit 71, and that ride is very slow, all the way back to Turner Hill Road. I'd think about using Covington Highway as an alternate. Inside the perimeter, still working this crash, 20 westbound before Candler Road, exit 65. It's in two right lanes, but no need for an alternate, as it's just slow as you leave 285. And we just found a new travel advisory on the south side leaving the airport. Crash on on 285 eastbound, the outer loop approaching Jonesboro Road, exit number 55. That crash is blocking multiple right lanes, really just a left lane getting by. So I'd think about maybe taking Forest Parkway over toward Highway 54 Jonesboro Road as your alternate there. Been watching brake lights on 285 on the north side of town. Kobe Dawkins.
Yeah, you're jammed leaving Dunwoody, 285 westbound, the outer loop from Ashford Dunwoody Road to the Cobb Cloverleaf I-75, and no relief on 285 southbound getting to the West Freeway I-20. Triple team traffic, 95.5 WSB.
It only happens once a year. It's always fun. It's our signature sign and drive event. All you got to do is sign and drive with no money down and no payments for 90 days. Plus, at Beaver Toyota, you'll receive exclusive Beaver benefits with your new car. Benefits like no-charge oil changes and car washes. And yes, even complimentary loaner cars and a lifetime powertrain warranty. It's our annual sign and drive event. Now, this is the way car buying should be. Only at Beaver Toyota. We're here to wow you.
Window Nation customers have been singing our praises for years. With fast, local service and an industry-leading 96% customer satisfaction rating, it's no wonder.
I researched window companies for the last year to see what the average prices were and the quality of work. Window Nation nailed both.
Get 2 windows free with every 2 you buy. Pay no interest for 2 full years. Hurry, this offer ends soon. Schedule a free estimate now. Call 866-90NATION or visit windownation.com. That's 866-90NATION.
The following is a paid commercial announcement.
There's a hidden tax costing hardworking Georgians over $5,000 every year. Governor Kemp's tort reform legislation will end this tax and lower costs for families. It will also protect victims. Listen to Governor Kemp.
The bill that I will sign is not going to keep anyone in this state from receiving the justice that they deserve.
Ensuring our justice system is fair and accessible and lowering costs for us. Tell Georgia's lawmakers, stand with Governor Kemp and pass tort reform. Paid for by Protecting American Consumers Together.
Are you facing a fork in the road and deciding between continuing your career and retirement? I'm Wes Moss, host of Money Matters, and this massive life decision shouldn't be taken lightly. Talk with my team if you'd like help reviewing your retirement accounts and building a financial plan. We can help you review options and offer an opinion based on your best interests. You can find us at yourwealth.com. That's Y-O-U-R, wealth.com.
Belinda here for Atlanta Vision Institute. I'm here to introduce you to a new procedure that Dr. Ashraf is performing called laser optics. This changed my life, folks. I was so tired of wearing contacts and glasses. The glasses were not around when I needed them. I had astigmatism, so the contacts didn't fit me well, and I had beginning stages of cataracts. So I went in. I was a great candidate for laser optics. It was a quick, painless procedure. The next day, it was like everything was in HD. The colors were more vibrant. The leaves were more vibrant. The sky was more vibrant. My husband was better looking. Everything was great. Laser optics with Dr. Ashraf, Atlanta Vision Institute. Go to the website 2020atlanta.com to find out more information. Also, take the quiz to see if this is a procedure that's good for you. Your medical insurance may cover it. That's 2020atlanta.com.
News, weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 6 o'clock, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News is sponsored by Mark Spain Real Estate. Our top story, it is WSB's Money Update, and inflation hits hard. The high cost of living taking a toll on Georgians.
As we go to the grocery store, we're paying more for food, and that combined with everything else costing more, food banks are seeing a huge increase in demand. Patrick Burke with Midwest Food Bank, a Peachtree City nonprofit, tells me demand has more than doubled here in Metro Atlanta.
So just 4 years ago, we were about 17 million dollars, whereas today, I'm looking at $36 million in food being distributed out of the same facility.
He says the need is even greater in rural communities. Sabrina Cupid, 95.5 WSB.
As for egg prices, which we've all been complaining about, there may be some relief coming soon. Here's a report all new at 6 o'clock.
Egg prices have surged nearly 60% over the past year and 10% in February from the previous month due to a shortage caused by an outbreak of bird flu, but those high prices are now showing signs of relief. Prices have dropped sharply in recent weeks as weakening demand have allowed supplies to catch up, with prices down 16% from a record high 2 weeks earlier. Demand, though, is expected to pick up as the Easter holiday approaches, but with recent price declines, consumers may see some of the cheapest prices in months. I'm Bloomberg's Dan Schwartzman for 95.5 WSB.
77 degrees in Atlanta. Clouds moving in tonight with rain chances tomorrow. What's the timing for severe storms on Sunday? Meteorologist Christina Edwards has Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast coming up. A Metro Atlanta man is in jail accused of murdering his ex-girlfriend and dumping her body.
Authorities say they arrested 53-year-old Travis Abbott after searching a Broadnax Mill Road home in Walton County. The search came after the body of his ex, 54-year-old Colette Sees of Blairsville, was pulled from a lake off Georgia 212 in Covington. It began as an accidental drowning investigation but quickly turned into a murder probe. Abbott is charged with murder and concealing a death. Steve Summers, 95.5 WSB.
The city of Cumming releases the name of a city employee who was killed earlier this week. In honor of 44-year-old Crystal Sawyer, flags at all Cumming facilities will be flown at half-staff from this Friday through March 21st. She was killed when she was hit by a city truck in the parking lot of the city of Cumming water facilities on Dahlonega Highway. The crash remains under investigation. A convicted child rapist in Cherokee County is sentenced to 35 years in prison. 34-year-old Alexis Trinidad of Marietta was convicted in January on charges of rape, child molestation, and cruelty to children. The rape occurred in April of 2023 at a home in Ackworth when the child was just 14 years old. One of the newest data centers in Douglas County may use treated wastewater for cooling.
It's estimated that some large data centers can require millions of gallons of water for cooling every day. For several years now, Douglas County has supplied one of their data centers with treated wastewater. Now they want to do it again, using water from a nearby site in Cobb County. Water Authority Executive Director Gil Sharaus says,
"We feel like that's a better use of resources in that we don't chew up capacity in our water supply reservoir. We don't chew up capacity in our water treatment plant."
He says they are still working out an agreement with officials in Cobb. In the meantime, they will still supply water to the site for cooling. Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
We have an update on the suspicious text messages many of us have received about supposed unpaid tolls. A new report from a cybersecurity firm finds cyber criminals have registered more than 10,000 domains for the scam. Those domains were registered for various smishing scams that target victims through text messages, trying to get them to click a malicious link. It is now 6:04, and the Von Hessler Doctrine continues in less than 2 minutes. Right now, it's triple team traffic, and here's Alex Williams.
Big jam on the south side of the Perimeterville. Travel advisory crash. 2 right lanes. 285 eastbound, the outer loop, Jonesboro Road, Highway 54, exit 55. Slowing almost back before I-75 now. If you can make your way down to Forest Parkway, you can take that as an alternate over to Jonesboro Road and re-enter I-285 eastbound. Elsewhere, it's still slow. 285 south and westbound. The inner loop might be the Sunshine, but we'll see if there's a crash there getting past Flat Shoals Road, exit 48, also into DeKalb County. Elsewhere in DeKalb County, it's just the rush hour volume continuing. 285 east and southbound, the inner loop from Ashford Dunwoody Road around to Highway 78 in Clarkston, and a center lane stall in Buckhead, 400 southbound Lenox Road, exit 2. Couple of trouble spots along I-20, Kobe Dawkins.
Well, starting in DeKalb, 20 westbound past Panola Road, exit 71. It's a crash, knocking out 1 to 2 lanes. Rides are jammed back to Turner Hill Road. You can find some relief past that, then rides get slowed due to another crash just before Candler Road, exit 65. 2 right lanes blocked there, and then over on the west side, 20 westbound at Holmes Drive, exit 52. It's a stall, and it's knocking out 1 left lane. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast, sponsored by Shoemate, the official plumber of Atlanta Homes. Here's meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Clear skies for the ride home this evening. Sunset around 7:45. Temperatures will be in the upper 60s, low 70s at that time. And the clouds rolling in for tonight, so not quite as cool. Lows in the low 50s. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, an isolated rain shower or thunderstorm possible, high 72. Friday, mostly cloudy, breezy, high 75. A few rain showers possible early Saturday morning. However, the strong to severe storms will arrive Saturday night into early Sunday morning. The time frame is 10 p.m. Saturday into 6 a.m. Sunday morning. A line of thunderstorms will be capable of producing damaging wind gusts that can knock down trees and power lines. In addition, tornadoes are possible early Sunday morning, so continue to monitor the forecast as we head closer to the weekend.
75 in Sandy Springs, 77 in Woodstock, 74 in Riverdale. More news at 6:30. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Hour 4 of the Von Hessler Doctrine begins right now. I want to tell you before we get to Greg Russ, that's my way of telling him to be patient. I haven't forgotten you.
Don't make him wait.
I have not forgotten. I just want to. This is my favorite headline of the day. That doesn't mean I'm for it, by the way. It just means it's the one that piqued my interest. This is from WSB Television. I've never heard of them, but I hear they're reputable. Passenger attacks flight attendant, swallows rosary beads on flight from Savannah to Miami, according to the FBI. Boy, this is my problem with planes. You are in a tube with a whole bunch of people, hundreds of people you've never met before. You have no idea what they're like. And then you get the one who's attacking the flight attendants and then just decides to swallow rosary beads. Which means she can no longer get into heaven, because if you swallowed them, you can't count them. If you can't count them, you can't make up for your sins.
She can still count them on the way out.
Well, yeah, but that becomes a whole different thing.
Yeah.
The passengers did say that Satan's disciples had followed her onto the plane, which is why she.
Wait, is that what she said?
That's what she said.
Oh, wait, well, you know what? I did a problem. I didn't get her point of view.
Yeah, did she say that thing that other lady said? That guy right there is not real.
So she's saying that Satan's helpers had gotten on the plane.
Had followed.
Okay, hold on. Now we've heard
motorcycle
her.
gang?
Like, right this way.
The motorcycle.
Let me put that in the overhead for you.
Satan's little helpers.
Yeah.
Turns out you're zone 3.
Oh, excuse me. Can I escort you?
She didn't have a boxing orangutan to fight.
All I'm saying
Would you like a full can of Coke?
is I had not thought about what her point of view would be, and okay, she had a reason.
Yeah, don't you feel silly
All right,
now?
I feel silly.
Holding
I
up Greg
you want to apologize?
I apologize. You know what? Let's just go ahead and get to Greg, because obviously this lady had every reason in the world to do what she did. So let's do this.
He's a misanthrope. He has a dark heart, and he needs a good psychiatrist. It's Greg Russ with stories from Studio B1.
A Wednesday edition.
That's right. That's right. It's Wednesday. And Greg Russ is here with us. Well, he's not here with us. He's up there in New York City, where lots of things are going on. And I'm surprised Greg even has time for us, because I'm sure he's already signed up to be a volunteer on the Andrew Cuomo for mayor of New York City campaign.
He's in charge of washing my nipple rings.
Is that true, Greg Russ? You care about causes, so I think
if
you would
it
do
paid well, I
Yeah.
really don't care at this point in my life.
Yeah, you polish up another man's rings. Why not?
It's important.
Could be Tom Brady's rings. Could be Andrew Cuomo's rings.
I leave them in. Start cleaning.
You think he's going to win? You're there in New York City. He
The
would be the best mayor.
Election turnouts are so low. Nobody goes to vote for the mayor. Yes, I think he'll win because name recognition alone, and maybe he draws more people on both sides, people who recognize him and still like him, and then people who are opposed to him. But yes, I think he'll win.
I'm going to predict something right now. So when is do you do it in
November? That's
Okay.
part of the reason nobody goes out, because it's an off year, an odd year election.
Yeah.
They have a primary? Or is
There's
it just
a primary.
Okay.
It's ranked choice voting, so that's how Adams got in. He
Oh, you
wasn't
guys have the
people's
ranked
top-
choice? Is that the entire New York State for everything, or just New York City?
I don't know if the whole state. I think the city is the only way that turned to it. And the last mayoral election was the first time we did it, and some people didn't understand. But Adams didn't really win people's first choice, but they put him second quite often, and then he ended up.
Yeah,
winning.
that ranked voting is BS.
Interesting. So it's not like the jungle primary, like what we have, right? Where
No,
basically
no.
the top, if you get a certain percentage,
We
then
have
it goes
first
to
past
runoff.
the post.
No.
They don't have that.
Okay.
Although, now when you're running for mayor of New York City, you don't use your party, right? They're not considered Republicans and Democrats. Is that correct? People know what they are, but they don't run as Republicans and Democrats, or am I wrong? Did I get that wrong?
You're wrong. They do.
Okay. For some reason, I felt
You
like
have to go vote.
Here they don't.
Oh, I don't know. I'm getting confused. But
And here in the primary, it's not open. So if you're a registered Republican, you have to vote in the Republican primary. If you're
Gotcha.
a registered Democrat.
here's my prediction. Two parts. First is that he will win, and secondly, my prediction is he'll be the best mayor New York City's had since Bloomberg. Now, people hate Bloomberg for everything he's become after being mayor, but people didn't hate him so much when he was mayor of New York City. But Andrew Cuomo is a competent politician.
He's a doer.
I think that he will be the best mayor that New York City's had in a very long time.
I can't disagree with that.
Yeah.
Like there were a lot of just lingering infrastructure projects that nobody was getting done, and he pushed them all through. Even if he had a personal agenda and they were photo ops, like when he rebuilt a bridge and then he drove FDR's car across it so people could take pictures and video of him in it. It's the same one he named after his dad overnight. It used to be the Tappan Zee Bridge.
Yeah.
And then he named it the Mario Cuomo Bridge overnight.
Well, his dad has quite the legacy. I lived in the state when his dad was doing his thing. He was a pretty larger than life
Three-termer.
figure. 3 terms, and then got surprised with that tall fella.
Yeah.
George, what was his name?
God, I met him too.
McClintock?
No.
Patton?
Pataki.
Pataki. That was it.
Nice guy. I met him.
I met him once too.
Shook my
He
hand.
tried to brag. I shook
never
my
met
hand too.
Pat-
Autumn never met him.
Did he pat you on the shoulder?
He patted me on the butt behind.
Oh, well, even better.
And he said, "Go get him."
Yeah, go get him, Tiger.
Yeah, well, de Blasio stared at me once.
Oh yeah, I think that's all. And by the way, when I say I think Andrew Cuomo is going to be
Because I
the
was near
best,
him.
it's
Just
got
because I was near him. So
Yeah.
I started
He's just-
staring.
well, maybe he was worried about you. You look like you could be a nefarious fellow. I think that when I say that, I think Andrew Cuomo will probably be the best mayor that New York City's had in a long time. It's not so much with how good he is; it's just how bad the mayors have been for a very long time. Just ineffective people.
No,
You know,
that's true.
Mayors
Very
of New York City are supposed to have personality. They're supposed to have, to me, it's all like Ed Koch, because I was like a teenager when he was, the popular mayor of New York City. But to me, I feel like that city needs, the mayor is also / ambassador, pitch person for the city, and should have a personality that kind of feels like New York City.
Yeah.
And that's been missing for a while.
Dinkins had that, even though people didn't like
yeah,
him.
Dinkins had it. Koch had it.
don't forget me.
Giuliani had it.
Giuliani,
I'm sure I did.
Giuliani was everybody
America's
loved
mayor.
Giuliani
America's
back then.
mayor. Well, I don't know what happened.
Well, I know what happened. You lost your mind.
Maybe.
Okay, there was some of that. But you're happy now, right? You've
Sure,
settled.
I got my cigars.
He settled his
I
debt.
got to
Everything's
keep my
good.
car.
Does Trump return your calls or no?
I haven't heard from him, but I got his back.
You got
I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know how Bloomberg got elected. If you're talking about personality, obviously Bloomberg was competent and he did some things people didn't like rezoning, which there's a lot of thought that drove up real estate prices. But that aside, he doesn't really have much of a personality. He's pretty robotic.
He is.
And he used to try to speak Spanish since there's a large Spanish-speaking population in New York. But even that in itself was just very
embarrassing.
stilted and weird.
Yeah, you shouldn't do that unless you speak
El
it fluently.
Blumbito.
Yeah, I think trying other languages, you should be good at it. You just do it if you're good at it. If you're not good at it, nobody's going to mind that you have to have a translator. It doesn't make you a better friend to my community because you butchered the language I speak. That doesn't do anything. You know what? I'd rather really understand what you're saying, have your translator say it, okay, and I'll decide whether or not your issues are my issues. I hate that when politicians do that kind of stuff. It's like, they can't speak the language.
They're certainly
They're
trying.
like sounding it out.
Well, it's like when you're
because they think
reading,
it's going to
so
make them like, oh, look, he tried to speak our language. Who cares?
Yeah, if
Why
someone
would you-
put Spanish in front of you and you read that's
Yeah.
what it sounds like.
Exactly. And to me, if I spoke a different language in America, I would be offended by politicians who don't speak my language, who then go, blah, 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 blah. It's like, just tell me what you want, and it's like condescending, don't you think? It's like, hey, he tried to speak my language. Yeah, but he failed.
He's relatable.
And I'm gonna judge him on the failure.
That's relatable, Eric.
It feels
Be
like
relatable.
when you're a child, but you're not a small child, and people still come speak to you
Yeah.
in that sing-songy voice.
Yeah, they're
It's like,
bending
shut up.
down. They're
Come on.
bending
What
down.
grade are you in?
7th.
Wow.
Oh, yeah,
That's great.
it's condescending. Alex Williams says there's a travel advisory on 285 on the south side.
Yeah, lots of blue flashing lights with this one. Heavy police activity involved. 285 eastbound at the outer loop. Before you get to right at Jonesboro Road, exit 55, 2 right lanes are blocked. Jammed up back before 75 in Clayton County, coming out of those airport tunnels there. Work your way down to Forest Parkway. Take that over to Jonesboro Road. You can head north and re-enter 285 eastbound. And now if you're traveling 285 southbound, the outer loop, or 285 westbound, I should say, coming out of Sandy Springs, passing Truist Park in Cobb County, we got a crash in the left lane at Paces Ferry Road, exit 18, keeping the ride slow back through Sandy Springs. Plenty of trouble spots along I-20 as well, Kobe Dawkins.
That's correct. In DeKalb County, 20 westbound past Panola Road, exit 71. Crash blocks at least one lane. You were jammed starting at Turner Hill Road. And then as you continue, another crash knocking out 2 right lanes before Candler Road, exit 65. And over on the west side of town, 20 westbound at Holmes Drive, exit 52. You're working with the stall. It's knocking out your left lane. And then more trouble going eastbound, 20 eastbound near MLK Jr. Drive, exit 53. It's a crash knocking out 1 right lane. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
All the notifications you need.
This story developing in Marietta.
All the local and breaking news alerts you need.
We're following breaking news in Atlanta.
All in one place.
The 95.5 WSB app.
Download it today.
When it comes to beautiful, they wrote the book. Siding, paint, windows, and doors gives your home a brand new look.
At Superior Pro, we use the highest quality materials and the best techniques in windows, siding, painting, doors, and more. Plus, all our projects come with an extended labor warranty. Visit SuperiorPro.com for a free in-home design consultation.
Superior Pro, the pros to know.
WSB Atlanta, WSBB FM, and HD1 Doraville. 95.5 WSB, Atlanta's news and talk.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Priority Men's Medical Center restores your love life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Priority Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Priority Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 404-885-8885. 404-885-8885. To restore your love life in just one visit, call now. 404-885-8885.
Critters creeping? Better call Breda Pest Management. They handle bugs and critters. And Breda is proud to sponsor Scott Slade, Georgia, every Thursday on Atlanta's Morning News.
Breda, no need to be afraid of bugs.
All right, Greg Russ, how about a story from Studio B1?
Oh, boy.
Bye-bye.
Where are they? London.
Oh, what, do you have them over in the corner? Did you put the stories over in the corner and you didn't know where you had them for a moment?
Yeah, I was also, on some sites I would like to not talk about on the air during the break. And
really?
then I had
That's
to
not
go
true.
back
I
to
just
the
saw
tab.
your girlfriend was right behind you. You're not looking at those sites with her
Well, she just
sitting there.
left. I had a
she
very
did
small
just leave.
window.
Oh,
I had a very-
that's
she
right.
left.
She left and we were in commercials.
Yeah, I had a few
So
seconds.
who was the guy at CNN? What she called that window?
The Tubin window.
The
Jeffrey
Tubin. It was
Tubin,
the Tubin window.
He had a Tubin.
He had a very short Tubin window.
I still double check. Tubin, I want that to be a lesson to everyone.
Well, listen, have a separate computer that has nothing to do with work. That's
I
my
agree with
life
that.
hack. That's my life hack.
I think he was just overworked, which is why he had to have that moment.
He obviously didn't have a lot of time to himself.
No, and that sometimes you.
He's the victim.
Yeah.
This is why people have to return to the office, which
Right.
they've implemented for us, but it's still only half the week. And man, you should have heard some of the things people bring up during the call when they said return to office 2.5 days a week. It needs to average 10 days a month. The trains in New York are so dangerous. Have you taken that into consideration? And I want to say, you take the train other places?
Yeah, so you
choose to
never get
live
on the
here.
train. Yeah, you never get on the train.
You choose to live here. You can argue it all you want, but that's not a valid reason. Like, that's pretty weak. But the person was so confident in themselves when they were putting that out there.
Now, did
As
they
if
get a job during all of this, or when they started the job, did they have to take the train every day to work?
Exactly. I don't know this
Right.
person in their history of the company if they
Right.
got hired after COVID, but
Can I just say something to this working generation? Shut up and go to work.
I don't know what the
Unless-
expectation was.
unless
Oh,
the-
you're right.
unless the
It's
boss-
so dangerous. Stay home.
Yeah, you know what? We hadn't thought about that.
I have a friend who just moved up there, and she moved from Atlanta, and she's afraid to ride the subway. So she was
It's
insisting
fine.
on riding taxis and Ubers, and that's what I kept telling her, Greg. I'm like, the subway is fine. You got to get over it. Like otherwise, it's going to cost you a fortune to get around that
You
city.
know, let me tell you what, it costs enough to live in New York City as it is, but if you try to act like you're not living in New York City while you're living in New York City, it's going to cost you twice as much.
Are they safer than they portray? Because you see these stories every week. Somebody
Yes.
beat up, somebody set on fire.
Yeah, it only happens every once in a while.
All right.
It's the same with airlines, right? And
Yeah.
flying. Like
Yeah.
the majority of flights happen undisturbed. People are herd animals. They're all trying to be chill. The ones that we see are like not happen. They do happen, obviously, and the
Yeah.
things that happen in these subways do happen. But it's not as crazy as the media makes it seem.
I mean, the fire was pretty crazy, but that's an
Well,
outlier.
yeah, of course. I'm
That
saying
was-
those things exist, but it's not as like every single ride you're going to experience.
All of this stuff to me is like tornadoes. You know they're out there. You know there's a chance that you could be killed by one, and you know that there's probably not going to be killed by one, but you could be. That's how I put all of these like crazy people things.
Tornadoes?
Yeah,
I've
like a
been
tornado.
here.
Like it's like a natural. It's like a type of. There's all these things out there that we know could kill us in the right circumstances, and so that's true about everything except human beings are involved on a subway. It's the same thing when you go on the subway. It's like it's like living in the Midwest. Any of us could be killed by a tornado, but what we know is that most of us will not be killed by a tornado, but some of us will. So that's where you are.
I've been here 17 years.
And you've
I've
never
only
been
been-
killed by a tornado in the subway.
No, I got open-handed slapped in the temple once by a man in a dress.
Okay.
In 17 years. That's not
17
so bad.
years. One guy in a dress smacks you in the face.
And what did you do? That was your fault, obviously.
It probably was. You probably said something snarky like "nice
No,
dress."
I didn't say anything. I was there was a
You were complimenting. That's
I was
nice.
walking out of the store with a bunch of toilet paper in my hand, like a big pack of it.
Yeah.
And the guy had gone out the
Sexy.
door. The guy had gone out the door, and I rushed to get to the door before it closed since my hands were full, and I guess I got too close to him.
Oh.
I freaked out and turned around. And
Smacked a guy who had an armful of toilet paper.
You wouldn't smack a guy with toilet paper in his house, in his hands,
then-
would you?
Oh,
And
it
then
just seems like, could you be less threatening than when you have an armful of toilet paper in
the
your
person
hand?
wasn't in their right mind.
Okay.
They weren't in their right
They
mind.
were in
And
Nutland.
I wasn't like going after them to fight them at that point, but I did move towards them. My natural reaction was to move towards them. And then some other guy just standing by said, "It's not worth it."
Yeah.
And I snapped to, and I thought, yeah, what's the best that comes out of this? I beat up a man in a dress. What's the worst? I get beaten up by a man. in a
Right,
dress.
exactly.
So let's just go home.
You
Well, at
never,
least you were
you
able to
never
think about
dropped
it.
the toilet paper. You never dropped the toilet paper.
No. I kept
And
it
that
safe
is a
from
feat.
my hand.
That would have been like, this is on.
That's good that you thought about it, because usually when people get in that fight or flight kind of mentality, you just jump into it. You
See,
don't
I skip the first one.
you just flight.
I just go right to flight.
Just fight.
I've never fought this person before. Then for all I know, they could just really hurt me. I don't want to be hurt. I don't know about other guys. I don't know why other guys are so into it. I don't like being hit. I don't find it pleasant. So I avoid it as much as
Yeah,
possible.
but if you win the fight, though, you feel good.
Huh?
What about freeze? Some people freeze. It's the third F.
Yeah, well, I ain't freezing. I'm doing what Richard Pryor said in the first stand-up comedy movie. His first one. What was it called? Wanted? I can't remember what it was
I
called.
don't remember.
The first one was where the red curtains
Sunset
behind him.
Stripped?
No, that's the second.
Strip.
That's the second one. But anyway, he said what you should do when someone confronts you, run! Now, I got to tell you, young kids, we used to say old lady about your girlfriend. It's problematic, but that's the way it was. Richard Pryor said, run! And teach your old lady to run so you don't have to go back and get her. Alex Williams says there's multiple crashes around 285.
Yeah, it has not been fun this afternoon, Eric, and that continues. Crash remains in the left lane, passing Truist Park, 285 southbound, the outer loop, Paces Ferry Road, exit 18. Those brake lights stretch back almost into Dunwoody, right around Georgia 400. Now, on the south side perimeter, we've had a crash. They just got it off to the right, 285 eastbound, the outer loop, Jonesboro Road, exit 55. So that traffic's going to be in recovery mode coming out of the airport tunnels back in Clayton County. And just found new trouble in the left lane into Cobb County as well. 285 westbound, the inner loop, Flat Shoals, exit 48. But the toughest delays on that inner loop are starting 285 eastbound around Ashford Dunwoody, getting down to Highway 78, the Stone Mountain Freeway. How are things looking through downtown, Kobe Dawkins?
Well, 85 south, brake lights packing in at the Georgia 400 merge. And speaking of Georgia 400 southbound at Lennox Road, crash off to the right, but debris remains in the center lane. And 75 south, you're slow, starting before Howell Mill Road, getting to I-20. Traffic brought to you by Reliable Heating and Air. Stop paying for expensive heating and air repairs or home warranties. Get a reliable protection plan for just $14.99 a month and enjoy 100% parts and labor coverage for any H system, make, or model. Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed mold, mildew, bowing walls, or water in your basement? I hope not, but if you have, your basement is losing the war against groundwater. That's where AquaGuard comes in, a groundworks company. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to waterproof your basement and stabilize your walls. Schedule your free inspection at aquaguard.net/row.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Focus Features presents Black Bag, starring Cate Blanchett, Michael Fassbender, and directed by Steven Soderbergh.
I can feel when you're watching me. I like it.
It's the perfect marriage of love and deception.
I watch her, I assume she watches me.
There's a traitor in the house. Find the leak. Black Bag is the most anticipated espionage thriller of the year.
Who's the suspect?
Your wife.
Would you kill for me?
Black Bag, rated R, under 17, not admitted without parent. Only in theaters this Friday with special engagements in Dolby.
See this garage door? I gotta be honest with you. It's ugly. I mean, successful, attractive homeowner like you, it's time to move on. This is not the garage door your parents thought you'd spend the rest of your life with. And that ain't true with everything in life, don't get me wrong. I mean, honey, if you're listening, you can't divorce me just because I'm no longer the handsome stud you married. But your garage door? The neighbors all think you can totally do better. At Mo Better Garage, we make that way mo better. Let us show you how many sexy new alternatives there are. Just waiting for someone like you. You swipe right on a beautiful new design, we install everything in a lovely ceremony, and you and your new garage door live happily ever after. For better, not worse. How do I know? Because I'm Mo. Call Mo Better Garage and we'll come make it right. Maybe I should pick up some flowers on the way home.
Mo Better Garage, we make it way more better.
MoBetterGarage.com.
Welcome to Take 5 Oil Change.
Hey, which way is your waiting room?
Oh, you can stay in your car. It only takes 10 minutes.
I can stay in? Get out. I better find a good playlist to listen to while I wait. EDM? Nah. Oh, what about something classical? Nah. You got any suggestions?
Dad rock?
Now you speaking my language.
Take 5. The stay in your car 10-minute oil change.
As the old saying goes, size matters.
At Morgan & Morgan, we have over 1,000 lawyers and nearly 6,000 people on staff.
But at the core, this is and always has been a family business.
Our family watching out for your family.
Call us or email us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even on a Saturday or a Sunday.
And if you ever have a problem, call our mom.
Morgan & Morgan.
For the people and your family.
Injured? Dial pound law or visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Live from the Superior Plumbing Studios.
News,
weather,
traffic. 95.5 WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
At 6:30, I'm Bill Caiaccio. News sponsored by the Lloyd Advisory Group. Our top story, it is a WSB Money update and a bit of good news on inflation today. CBS Money reporter Kelly O'Grady says there are signs of cooling.
Looking at where we saw some of that pullback, airfare prices were down 4% on the month. Might be because those airlines are seeing slower demand and they're adjusting prices accordingly. We also saw some of the food categories go down. Bacon was a big one, though, of course, eggs was on the rise. And then gasoline prices went down 1%. So that's sort of good news for folks who might be driving a little bit more.
Inflation sends more Georgians to food banks.
Inflation is taking a toll.
Patrick Burke with Midwest Food Bank, a Peachtree City nonprofit, says demand has more than doubled here in Metro Atlanta.
Inflationary pressures, across the board are putting people into these scenarios.
He says the economic strain is especially bad in rural areas. And with Georgia farmers facing challenges from tariffs to spending cuts, the head of the U.S. Department of Agriculture pays a visit today.
Following a meeting with state officials, Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins says she knows farmers are facing hardships.
This community has been very patient, but they're hurting, and we understand that.
Her visit comes as the USDA announces $1 billion in cuts for a program for schools to buy produce from local farmers.
So what we pulled back was money that had not been spent yet and had not been committed yet.
Rollins says they are trying to ensure that farmers who have already spent money from expected grants will get funding. From the state capitol, Jonathan O'Brien, 95.5 WSB.
A much more stable day on Wall Street. Stocks finishing the day mixed after a two-day sell-off. The Dow ending the day down 82 points. The NASDAQ and S&P both gain ground today. 76 degrees in Atlanta. Rain chances return tomorrow when there could be severe storms this weekend. Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards is coming up. A small child is accidentally shot today at a home on Robin Hood Lane in Henry County. Police are investigating the circumstances surrounding the shooting. No word on the child's condition. A new water plan in Douglas County for data centers. The county considering using treated wastewater to supply water to a new center in the area. County Water Authority Director Gil Sharaus says this helps to conserve drinkable water.
Not that we don't have the capacity today to serve them, but it chews up capacity that we have planned for other uses, business growth, population growth, those kind of things.
They've been supplying another data center in the county with treated wastewater for years. New data from AAA as it discourages the use of marijuana while driving.
AAA says with the rise of pot use, this form of impaired driving has become more common, and it's leading to a greater risk of crashes, injuries, and deaths. A new survey of cannabis consumers shows more than half of them use pot an hour or less before driving, and nearly half believe they drive either the same or better when they use marijuana. Another AAA poll shows 38% would trust messaging about pot use and safe driving from cannabis companies and industry groups. Cheryl Castro, 95.5 WSB.
SpaceX is about to launch a rescue mission for 2 stranded astronauts.
Dragon SpaceX closeout team is taking final steps in prep for side hatch closure. Stand by for transition to pad hatch close.
The launch is scheduled for just before 8 o'clock tonight from Kennedy Space Center. U.S. astronauts Butch Wilmore and Sonny Williams have spent over 9 months on the International Space Station since arriving there last June. They were only supposed to stay for about a week. Tesla vehicles, dealerships, and charging stations are being vandalized and have even been victim to arson attacks. This comes as the company's CEO Elon Musk enforces mass layoffs of federal workers through his Department of Government Efficiency. In South Carolina, an unknown person spray-painted a Tesla charging station with an expletive targeted toward President Trump and the phrase, "Long live Ukraine." It is now 6:34, and it's time for live team coverage of traffic and weather. Triple Team Traffic starts now with Alex Williams.
Refreshing the ride to the northern suburbs, Bill. 85 northbound, still slow out of DeKalb into Gwinnett from just before Chamblee-Tucker Road up to about Indian Trail. Then you break free. Looking for new trouble southbound, 85 southbound before Jimmy Carter exit 99. We're going to scan the jam cam for that. 400 northbound, still some delays in the work zone from 285 up to Northridge. 75 northbound, sluggish out of Marietta into Ackworth, but southbound, it's been pretty slow this afternoon from South Marietta Parkway, getting down to 285, mostly due to a crash on 285 South. The outer loop at Paces Ferry Road exit 18, that is still lingering in the left lane. Watching some trouble spots along I-20, Kobe Dawkins.
Yeah, and that stall remains on the west side, 20 westbound at Holmes Drive, exit 52. It's knocking out one left lane, and then delays improving in DeKalb County, 20 westbound. Earlier crash appears to be cleared past Panola Road, exit 71, and those delays are starting to improve. From the Coolray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
Now Atlanta Radio's only 5-day forecast with meteorologist Christina Edwards.
Clear skies for the ride home this evening. Sunset around 7:45. Temperatures will be in the upper 60s, low 70s at that time, and the clouds rolling in for tonight, so not quite as cool. Lows in the low 50s. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, an isolated rain shower or thunderstorm possible, high 72. Friday, mostly cloudy, breezy, high 75. active. A few rain showers possible early Saturday morning. However, the strong to severe storms will arrive Saturday night into early Sunday morning. The time frame is 10 p.m. Saturday into 6 a.m. Sunday morning. A line of thunderstorms will be capable of producing damaging wind gusts that could knock down trees and power lines. In addition, tornadoes are possible early Sunday morning. So continue to monitor the forecast as we head closer to the weekend.
Right now, 76 in Midtown Atlanta, 75 in Noonan, it's 74 in Dunwoody. More news at 7 o'clock. Breaking news when it happens. I'm Bill Caiaccio, 95.5 WSB.
Our weather can be crazy. Dry for days and drenched with storms. Extreme heat to bitter cold, and your roof takes all the abuse. Dave Baker for Findlay Roofing, the roof guys. If your roof has problems, it may be showing you signs. Inside, look for wet spots on the ceiling or walls. Outside, check for streaks and stains or granules in the ground. If you find these, think of Findlay first. The perfect match for any roofing issues, and they offer 0% financing. Schedule your free roof analysis at FindlayRoofing.com. Roof.
Dad, one more horsey ride, please.
This living room rodeo moment made possible by Emory Orthopedics and Spine Center. When Dad needed back surgery, he came to Emory. The difference? Emory's among the highest in patient satisfaction and best surgical outcome rates in the nation. And Emory uses the most advanced research developed by our top surgeons to get Dad's back surgery done right the first time. Giddy up. EmoryHealthcare.org/orthodifference.
Beaver Direct Certified, providing the highest quality vehicles at the very best prices. Every vehicle undergoes rigorous reconditioning with the industry-leading 12-month, 12,000-mile certified warranty. Visit us at BeaverToyotaComing.com and see why everyone loves Beaver Direct.
O'Reilly! Stop by the new O'Reilly Auto Parts in Dallas on Ridge Road across from Publix now through March 25th for the grand opening sale. Get 2 times O Rewards points on all Armor All wipes. Plus, receive 2 times points on Valvoline Flex Fill Gear Oil, which means you can reach your next $5 reward twice as fast right now at your new O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Pro athletes and attorneys count on George Stein, the DUI lawyer. You can too. GeorgeStein.com.
Is painting the house on your project list? Make this the last time you paint with Rhino Shield, backed by a 25-year warranty.
Don't paint, don't vinyl, go Rhino Shield. Never paint your house again. Rhino Shield.
I didn't realize that Sebastian Gorka was the deputy assistant to the president.
Dr. Sebastian Gorka.
Yes.
For Relief Factor.
How did he find it so easy to leave radio? Just got tired of Von Hessler beating the crap out of him in Atlanta.
That's right. You trashed me in Atlanta, but
now you're in the White House.
I'm back.
You're back.
Daddy's back, which means I'm back. Try Relief Factor.
He seems like a jerk.
Who, Sebastian?
Yeah, he seems like a jerk. I guess you need a few.
Well, you gotta have, I can't always be the bad guy.
Okay.
Yes, good cop, bad cop. You gotta have some Good bad cops. cop, bad cop. Go bomb a bunch of ISIS.
All right, whatever. Greg Ross, I believe that you are here to favor us with stories from Studio B1. Is your girlfriend back yet? Is she in the audience?
No, she's gone. She left.
Where did she go to?
She went out with a friend of ours to a bar. I'm going to meet up with them after the show.
When you say friend, are you putting that in air quotes?
No.
You worried about this fella? Worried about this fella? Is he getting a little too close? Calls her too much?
It's a woman.
Oh. Okay.
You worried about this woman?
You worried about this lady? Calls her too much? Getting too close?
Impossible.
All right, give us your stupid story from Studio B1.
I can't tell if this is real or not. I think it was really done, this story, but I don't know if it's a publicity stunt. There's a comedy club in London that has apparently banned audience members who have had Botox because their faces are frozen and the comedians on stage don't like the fact that they can't read the room.
Hey, pal, we've got a package. It must be legitimate.
The Top Secret Comedy Club says many performers have complained about unresponsive faces in the crowd. The problem? Too many people in the audience have had Botox injected into their faces. The club's owner says comedy thrives off audience reactions and facial expressions are key. He says patrons will now have to submit to facial expression checks at the door to prove their faces can move before they're allowed in. Michael Wallace, CBS News.
Thank you, Michael Wallace.
We know that you were correct, Greg Russ. It is a publicity stunt. We now know the name. What's it called? I knew it first.
Forgot it already.
Forgot it already.
Good. I'm glad
it
you
was
forgot
something to
it
do with
because-
spies. The second something to do with
Secret Comedy Club.
Top Secret Comedy Club. Yes.
Boring, stupid comedy club. I'll never go there because of the publicity stunt.
Now, what I found interesting though is I saw a review, not of a movie, but just somebody who reviews movies, an article that they wrote about how actors and actresses from this age, because of all the face work they're doing, including Botox, it's making it impossible. Like, we're losing emoters on the screen. Like
That I believe.
somebody gives you some
Yes.
bad news, and then you shoot to the other actor's face, and there's no emotion because their face can't move. Yes,
you tell
George?
them-
Somebody posted a comparison video of Anne Hathaway crying like 15 years ago versus the latest movie she cried in, and you
Yeah.
can see the difference. Like her
Anne's done it too.
forehead's not as
And,
wrinkly.
yeah,
face
they
is
all
like-
do it. They all
Well,
do
'cause
it.
she
Nobody
doesn't
wants to
wanna
play
age.
a grandma.
Right.
I saw Netflix movie, and it's been out for a little while, but Anyone But You with Glenn Powell and Sydney Sweeney, and there are a couple of cameos by some of the older actors, and of course I'm blaming them, but there's some moments where
Blanking
they're
on them.
blanking on them, but there are moments where they're crying,
Yeah.
and it just looks like they're blank, they're expressionless while they're crying.
And
It's
then
supposed to be an
meanwhile,
emotional moment.
And then meanwhile, every movie that's made now is lit like you're at a mall. So I mean, you're going to be able to see these faces not emoting more than ever.
Can you fix that if you have a television with color settings and picture settings?
Well, you can fix it a little bit, but they're not lighting. We talked about this yesterday. Cinematographers are not lighting on set. They're just lighting up the set
Okay.
and thinking we can take care of this in post. But what we found now is that you can't take care of everything in post. Cinematographers need to light on set.
If
in
you're
order-
shooting on green
Yeah.
screen or you're doing tracking, yes, you have to blast it with light so
Yeah.
it's even and you can replace the green screen or
Well, look at Wicked, which I haven't seen, but I've only seen stuff from it. It seems so bright. And I know there are dark scenes, don't get me wrong, but the bright scenes are just too bright.
Meanwhile, the color in The Wizard of Oz is just beautiful. Beautiful.
Unreal. And that was done, 100 years ago? Not quite.
Almost.
1939.
they cheated a bit by starting with black and white so you get the contrast.
Yeah, I get that. But I mean, if you
I'm
look
joking.
at
It
I
is
know.
unreal.
I know.
And it was sepia.
But you know about this. I brought this up again because we were talking about this yesterday. So with the digital cameras, the idea is because the chip is so good, it can, if you think about, don't think of it as a picture or a video, just think of it taking in information. And your
Yeah, the
old
sensor on
camera,
the cameras.
the sensor on the cameras are so good that they just feel like, don't worry about lighting anything because we're going to have all the information from the room. And in post, we'll be able to put in all the shading and all the stuff.
Create the lighting we want.
But it's an experiment that has failed because as we are now seeing years later that if you don't light the scene in camera, you're not going to get the benefit of what movies used to look like. And if everybody's using green screen all the time, you're right, it's impossible. It's impossible because you have to just blow everything out.
That's the thing with Spielberg. You can say what you want about his West Side Story. Sure, did it need to be made? I don't know.
Probably not.
But he shoots He shoots in camera. Like
Right.
not everything's practical, and that he uses CGI. But he is one of the people that thinks it's important to shoot properly in camera.
So
Then
does
you
Nolan.
certainly.
So does
yeah.
David
Then you have the
Simpson.
people, the fix it and post people. I hate those people.
Aren't all the Marvel movies like that? and the
Absolutely.
DC
Well,
movies?
that's all green screen.
Ryan
so-
Coogler for sure definitely does the fix
Yeah.
it in post. Not very much natural lighting, at least that I can tell in those movies.
And
Even
you're dealing-
Marvel, one of the small things they got away from, they used to have practical helmets on a lot of these superheroes.
Oh,
And
now
then
those are
nanotech-
CGI now?
Yeah, nanotech was introduced into the universe in the MCU. And now the helmets are supposedly nanotech, but they just animate on and off. They look like crap.
And they look like crap. Yeah, and I only see the trailers and like the scenes that they show in YouTube review videos where they're tearing them down. So, because it's always fun to watch. I don't know why. It is fun to watch people just sort of like all that woke stuff that went on for so long, and now it's kind of over. But I would never watch any of these woke shows, but I'd watch these YouTube videos
They're
about
fun.
the woke shows,
Yeah.
and I would laugh. Like there was just a couple of people that would like every week do the CW's Batwoman or Batgirl or whatever it was. Batwoman. It was so ridiculous. I didn't have to watch the show to enjoy it. I could just watch these YouTubers talk about how ridiculous it was. But I think we're coming to the end of that. I think the woke thing is really actually kind of dying
People
out.
are awake.
Or going back to sleep.
True.
Don't you think we need more directors like Kubrick, who shot Barry Lyndon using only natural light?
Yeah, but where's the money for it?
That's
You're not going to. People don't even go to movie theaters. I went to see the Led Zeppelin documentary on the last night, and there were like 8 people in the theater, and it was only out there for what, a week or 2 weeks? I don't know what, no more than a month.
Well, it's cheaper to shoot with natural light. I hear what you're saying, Eric. I don't want
Yeah.
to discredit that people aren't going to movie theaters, but the more you do in post, the more money it's going to cost. You've seen we've talked about it, the long list of VFX artists that work on any of these movies. It's hundreds of people.
Well, he's talking about what Tim's talking about when he says natural light. He's talking about Barry Lyndon, so he means natural light from the 1700s.
Candles.
It was all done on candles.
Well, that's what I meant. If you're using nothing but natural light, that's
Right.
going to be cheaper. If you use practical lighting, that's going to still be cheaper than CGI and
Sure.
post.
Although I think, Kubrick was known for making actors do like 85 or 120 retakes, and then you got candles that are burning down. How does that work? That must have been stressful. Yeah, we're only lighting this in candles. Hurry up. Alex Williams says there's trouble downtown.
Yeah, just found this new stall downtown, Eric. It's a travel advisory now. They got police blocking multiple center lanes. 7585 southbound North Avenue, exit 249. That's keeping 75 south slow from Northside Howell Mill, 85 from the 400 merge. If you want to avoid it, you can think about Northside Drive or Peachtree Street as some alternates there. Elsewhere, 75 southbound, still seeing the brake lights out of Marietta, starting at the South Marietta Parkway down to 285. All that due to earlier crash, moved off to the right, 285 southbound. The outer loop paces Ferry Road, exit 18. 2 trouble spots on I-20, Kobe Dawkins.
Yeah, and it's that long-standing stall. It remains 20 westbound at Holmes Drive, exit 52. Tow truck is on scene, but one left lane remains blocked. And now a new stall, 20 eastbound past MLK Jr. Drive, exit 53. One right lane blocked there. And this report is sponsored by the YMCA of Metro Atlanta. Looking for a place to find what moves you at the YMCA, they offer something for everyone. Join now and pay the day. You can save more than $70. Visit ymcaatlanta.org to learn more. From the Cool Ray Carrier Traffic Center, Triple Team Traffic, 95.5 WSB.
In Atlanta, there is always something happening.
Tanker truck crashed into the median. The Triple Team Traffic Center has you covered.
No traffic getting through in either direction.
Helping you on your commute.
Avoid the area at all costs. Take Highway 155 or Highway 4223.
Brought to you by the Cool Ray Lifetime Parts and Labor Warranty.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk.
Thanks for calling Reliable Heating and Air. How can I help?
Hi, I know it's late, but my water heater just busted and there's water everywhere.
No worries. A plumber's on the way.
Is it expensive to replace?
Nope. Just $29.99 a month, 0 down, no credit check, lifetime warranty, and same-day install guaranteed, or we pay you $300.
Did you say $29 a month?
Yep.
Wow. Okay, let's do it.
Get a plumber fast with Reliable. Book online at reliableair.com.
Reliable air is always just right.
Mom and Dad seem different after a European-style holiday on MSC Cruises.
Call us Cloud and Yvette.
The ship had restaurants, shops, and nightlife.
La Galleria.
And of course, American touches like an aqua park and a sweets shop.
American je ne sais quoi.
Mom, you're from Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, Kevin.
Book now and save up to 35% off. Plus, kids sail free. MSC Cruises. Let's holiday. To book, visit msccruises.com or contact your travel advisor. Restrictions apply. Ships registered in Panama and Malta.
The following is a paid commercial announcement.
There's a hidden tax costing hardworking Georgians over $5,000 every year. Governor Kemp's tort reform legislation will end this tax and lower costs for families. It will also protect victims. Listen to Governor Kemp.
The bill that I will sign is not going to keep anyone in this state from receiving the justice that they deserve.
Ensuring our justice system is fair and accessible and lowering costs for us. Tell Georgia's lawmakers, stand with Governor Kemp and pass tort reform. Paid for by Protecting American Consumers Together.
Imagine finding your dream home and moving in right away. No waiting to sell your old place first. Sounds perfect, right? That's exactly what Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program lets you do. Buy your new home now and sell the old one later. Hey, it's Eric Von Hessler, and here's how it works. Orchard gives you cash so you can buy and move into your new home first on your timeline. No waiting, no showings, no double moves. Then the Orchard experts take it from there. They handle repairs on your old home and make price-boosting upgrades. Once they're done, a local Orchard agent lists and sells your home for top dollar. Orchard's Move First program gives you the freedom to buy and move into your new home first and sell your old home later. Buy before you sell and get top dollar for your home with Orchard. Ready to find out how much your home is worth? Visit Orchard.com to get your free home valuation. That's Orchard.com.
At CertaPro Painters, we know that a happy place comes in many colors, like ones that inspire a sense of wonder, or a new flavor that makes life just a little bit sweeter, or one to celebrate those moments that lift you to new heights. We can reawaken any space to make your happy place your home. CertaPro Painters. That's painting happy. Each CertaPro Painters business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
Seems everything costs more these days. Gas, groceries, and when's the last time you checked your wireless bill? Yikes. When it comes to big wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Switch to Consumer Cellular and get the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill. Plans start at just $20 a month, and that's not a short-term promo. But don't just take our word for it. Here's Jackie and Veronica, real customers.
I didn't know that I could get something for a lot less money that was actually better than who I was with before.
Anytime anybody complains about their cell phone bill, we say, you've got to check out Consumer Cellular.
Our US-based experts will get you switched and saving in about 20 minutes. Just call or click to see how much you can save today. Because when it comes to big wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit ConsumerCellular.com. That's 1-888-FREEDOM or ConsumerCellular.com today. Real people paid to share their opinions in this ad. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing.
All right, Greg, I'm sorry about this, but I have to have it out with an open micer here.
All right, I'll sit back and listen.
Apparently.
Got my popcorn ready.
Apparently. It must have been because I was asked about the definition of power pop, and I basically said, Beatles songs by people who aren't the Beatles in the 1970s, basically. And then now we get this guy who's going to yell at me and tell me something about the Beatles that I don't know. By the way, anybody who hates the fact that the Beatles are coming up on this show, you can just, take off for a few minutes, but come back. Shelley Winder's going to be here at 7:06. Got a great radio show for you. All right, go ahead.
Eric Von Hessler, stop calling the Beatles pop. The Beatles are not pop. They were a rock and roll cover band, and then they did rock and roll. They may have had a few songs that were poppy, but they were not a pop band.
He had more to say.
Well, I'll tell you, if you look up power pop in Wikipedia, this is the last line of the second paragraph. The line before explains that Pete Townsend from The Who was the first to say it when asked what The Who music was. I guess he invented it. He coined it. Here's the last line of the second paragraph of the Wikipedia on power pop. However,
I like this wind-up.
Power pop became more widely identified with later acts of the 1970s who sought to revive Beatles-style pop. You're not arguing with me, sir. You're arguing with Wikipedia. And I say to you, good luck. Because that's the whole internet you're up against right there.
He can go in there and change it if he likes.
Yeah, but then I'll just change it back.
I knew it was you.
You're going to monitor
I
it.
knew it was you.
What say you, Greg? The Beatles, pop band or rock band? Perhaps both.
I'll settle there. I don't want to get in the middle of this.
Rock
It's a game of
slash
semantics.
pop. When I used to go into record stores, I would go over into the area that was rock slash pop. So that's what they are.
It was popular music.
Yeah, it was widely. It's the most popular music in the history of popular music. So it's pop, right?
That's
Correct.
why you have to say now Morgan Wallen is country pop because he's
It's
on
pop, right.
pop
And he
music
stinks.
stations, but he's also country.
He's terrible.
country.
And he's
Sir, he is country.
It ain't.
appears to be relentlessly stupid. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe he's a great guy.
Sticking with the Beatles stuff, this other
He only
open-
throws chairs off of buildings when he's drunk.
That's right.
They made some kind of statue of that chair in Nashville. It's some.
Why? Hey, what did Eric Von Hessler say years ago? The line between fame and infamy is almost non-existent. So, hey, that's that chair that got that guy in trouble and could have killed somebody. Well, what if an 8-year-old would have been walking around when that chair came over the side of the building? But it's a famous chair.
Morgan would have just said he had his whiskey
It's a
glasses on.
famous chair.
He had his whiskey glasses on.
Yeah, well.
Too bad he didn't fall over.
And live.
And live, of course.
Hey, he just wants somebody to love.
Well, I just want him to land on his vocal cords. He lives, but he lands right on the vocal cords.
Listen.
I can't sing no more.
I believe Jefferson Airplane asked that question many years ago.
Somebody to love?
They want somebody to love. You never
So
heard
did
of
Morgan
it?
Wallen, too.
Yeah, but later. They did it in the 60s.
They also built a city, but that was Starship.
That was Starship. Blame Bernie Taupin for that tragedy.
I don't know why people hate that classic banger.
We built this city on
I
rock
love
and roll.
that song. I
Worst
love it.
song in
I
the
don't
history of
care.
the world.
They like the
And-
98 Braves?
Well, huh?
They like the 98 Braves?
That's the worst song in history. The second worst song in history is Jefferson. So I know we got to go. All right, that music's telling us to shut up and get out. That's what we're going to do. George, stop looking at me like that.
Get off the air, damn it.
Damn hippie. Shelley Winter's up next. She's got a great show for you. We'll be back tomorrow at 3 p.m. You're all invited to join us. But until then, continue on your journey. Do not, whatever you do, piss off the genie.